We are back. We are back with our season 2 of Watch Party. Season number 2 of Watch Party. Welcome. Season 2 chat. Season number 2 of Watch Party. कैसे हो आप सब लोग? Chat. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up chat? सबसे पहले shout out to our boys at फ्री फायर. प्लीज फ्री फायर वालों को चाहे डब्ल्यू करे, उनके खर्चे पे अहमदाबाद आके उनके होटल में बैठ के उनके पैसे का चिकन स्पगेटी बोलोगनियास खा के उन्हीं के रूम से हम दूसरे गेम स्ट्रीम करने वाले हैं. तो परमिशन भी दे दी भाई वो लोग ने. भाई बहुत अच्छे लोग यार फ्री फायर के चैट. फ्री फायर वाले लोग बहुत अच्छे हैं यार. फ्री फायर वाले लोग बहुत अच्छे हैं यार. माँ कसम चैट. बोल दिया वो लोग ने कर लो करके, कोई टेंशन नहीं है. बस कल परसों में करूंगा नहीं करूंगा मेरे को पता नहीं. अगर टेढ़ा क्यों लग रहा है हेडफोन? हाँ, कल परसों करूंगा नहीं करूंगा उस वो मालूम नहीं, डिपेंड करता है. टाइम मिला तो करूंगा, अगर टाइम पे आ गया तो. चैट वो लोगों ने वॉच पार्टी सेटअप फर्स्ट इवेंट में भी दिया था, ठीक है. अब सेकंड इवेंट में वो लोग ने डीएसएलआर कैमरा दिया है सबको, डुअल मॉनिटर सेटअप दिया है सबको. उसके अलावा स्पिन द व्हील बना के दिया है, प्लेकार्ड्स बना के दिया है, पूरा एक व्हाइट बोर्ड दिया है ताकि हम लोग बैठ के वहां पे ऑडियंस को एंटरटेन कर पाए. मतलब मैं ग्लेज नहीं कर रहा. मैंने 1 रुपया डायरेक्टली कमाया नहीं है फ्री फायर से या फ्री फायर के पब्लिशर से. मेरे को हैव बीन पेड फॉर एब्सोल्युटली नथिंग. मैं ऐसे ही वो लोगों को ग्लेज नहीं करता. बट इतना अच्छे से काम करना फॉर द कम्युनिटी. 4 स्ट्रीमर्स हैं जो वॉच पार्टी कर रहे हैं ऑफिशियली ऑन साइट. ऑफ साइट अलाउड है क्या मेरे को पता नहीं है इस बार. ऑन साइट के 4 वॉच पार्टी स्ट्रीमर्स हैं और इतना सब कुछ उनको प्रोवाइड किया गया है अच्छे से. हम लोग ऑडियंस से उठा के भी लोगों को रख सकते हैं हमारे स्ट्रीम पे बाय द वे, अगर हमको चाहिए तो. सॉरी, इट्स जस्ट इनक्रेडिबल व्हाट दीज पीपल आर डूइंग फॉर द कम्युनिटी. आई जस्ट होप कि उनको उतनी वॉचिंग आए. वो उन लोग ने रीसेट किया है. मेरे को बहुत खराब लगता है कि उनको वॉचिंग नहीं आ रही है जितनी वो लोग डिजर्व करते हैं. आई होप उनको वो आए. एंड मैं उनके लिए तो बहुत मेहनत करूंगा भाई, जितनी हो सकती है, जितना वो लोग हम लोग को देते हैं. बट एनीवे, talking about PUBG PC, why are you glowing so much? New haircut baby, new haircut. That's my new haircut. ये हेयरकट मेरे बीवी को, होने वाले बीवी को बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगा. विच मीन्स कि हम इसको हर 6 महीने में एक बार करेंगे. नया मेरा जो हेयर स्टाइल है वो मेरे होने वाले बीवी को बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगा. तो इसको मैं झगड़ा जब भी होएगा उसके बाद ये हेयर कट अपना होएगा. चैट समझ रहे हो आप लोग? यू अंडरस्टैंड? या वैसा सीन है. यस, समझ रहे हो? शादी कब है? शादी है मेरी 3 तारीख को. 3 तारीख को. सिर्फ हेयर कट अच्छा, मुझे मालूम है अच्छा लग रहा है, बीवी को बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगा है. बोलती है ऐसा लग रहा है आर्मी ज्वाइन किया है तूने. प्लीज बोलती है, नहीं प्लीज मत करिए. बोलती है ऐसा लग रहा है जवान, आर्मी का जवान है तू. तो तो उसको बिल्कुल जमा नहीं है ये हेयर कट. एंड विच इज वेरी गुड न्यूज फॉर मी, क्योंकि आई एम गोइंग टू यूज दिस एब्सोल्युटली अगेंस्ट हर. 3 को है, 3 से 5, 3 से 5, 3 4 5, 3 से चालू हो रही है. मतलब वही बोल रहा हूँ. 3 से एनईटी है यार. कोई इनवाइट नहीं है मालूम है ना, ऐसे क्यों बोल रहे हो? तुमको इनवाइट नहीं किया मालूम है ना. सिजल को नहीं लगेगा लाइन पे भाई. 10 दिन में शादी है. 10 दिन में शादी है. हाँ, थोड़ा तैयारी वैयारी करेगी कि नहीं लड़की जाके? वो आई थिंक मंडे को ट्रैवल करेगी इवेंट के लिए. इवेंट बोल रहा हूँ, शादी के लिए इवेंट, किया अपना ही शादी इवेंट थोड़ी हुआ, समझ रहे हो? समझ रहे हो? क्या मस्त पास्ता है भाई, मजा आ गया, वाह। अच्छा, बाय द वे एक आपको अपडेट देता हूँ चैट। आइकू सोल मेरे शादी में नहीं आएगी, मैंने उनको आने से मना कर दिया है। वो लोग बहुत कोशिश कर रहे हैं अभी भी आने की, बट मैं उनकी गांड तोड़ दूंगा अगर वो लोग आएंगे। दिक्कत ये है चैट, आप लोगों को पता है बीएमपीएस इज अराउंड द कॉर्नर। 6 तारीख से हो सकता है, 6 तारीख से हमारे मैचेस हो, क्योंकि 28 को ग्रुप ड्रॉस होंगे शायद, 28 या 29 को। तो शादी ठीक है यार, मतलब इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील ऑनेस्टली, बट बीएमपीएस बीजीएस से 100x ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है एज एन ऑर्ग हम लोग के लिए, एज प्लेयर्स वो लोग के लिए भी। आने दोने की बात नहीं है। ट्रैवलिंग में फिर से कोई बीमार पड़ गया, उधर की ठंडी हवा लग गई, उधर की गर्मी लग गई, उधर का पानी, कुछ भी हो सकता है, मेरे को मालूम नहीं। तो बस आपको अभी से इन्फॉर्म कर रहा हूँ ये चीज़ कि आइकू सोल नहीं आएगी शादी में, मैंने मना कर दिया उनको, एब्सोल्युटली मना कर दिया है। बहुत ज़्यादा एलीट एलीट टीम के कुछ मेंबर जो आ सकते हैं वो आएंगे, एब्सोल्युटली आएंगे, बट टीम्स आइकू सोल नहीं आएगी, ठीक है? मतलब ठीक है यार, शादी है ब्रो, इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील ऑनेस्टली। वो लोग को बहुत खराब लग रहा है कि मिस कर रहे, ये कर रहे, वो कर रहे, नहीं यार सिड भाई आना है, ऐसे कैसे मिस कर दे, बट इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील। देम मिसिंग बीएमपीएस और देम फकिंग अप बीएमपीएस इज अ बिग डील फॉर देम। मैं तो क्या, शादी के बाद वापस आके हम लोग कुछ ना कुछ थोड़ा आउटिंग वाउटिंग कर सकते हैं, कोई टेंशन नहीं है, बट मैं अपने पार्टी के लिए उनकी गांड नहीं मार सकता, कुछ भी हो सकता है। तो बस तुम लोग को अपडेट दे रहा हूँ, बाद में पूछना मत किया ये नहीं है, बस वही सीन है कि बहुत फटक से बीमार पड़ जाते हैं, फिर वहां पे वेदर का भी थोड़ा सा इशू होगा, चेंज होगा फटक से, तो दैट्स द सीन। इलीट ने शादी के लिए टूर्नामेंट सेक्रीफाइस कर दिया? नहीं, टूर्नामेंट के बाद थी मेरी शादी, इलीट ने ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया है, टूर्नामेंट की बात थी मेरी शादी है। शादी अगले हफ्ते है मेरी, अगले हफ्ते शादी लाइव नहीं होगी यार, उधर नेट होता तो कर लेता भाई, नेट नहीं है यार मोनाली जी, उधर उधर नेट का इशू होगा बहुत, नहीं तो मैं कर लेता लाइव स्ट्रीम, मेरे को क्या है। व्लॉगिंग तो करूंगा, व्लॉगिंग तो करूंगा थोड़ा सा, लाइव स्ट्रीम हो नहीं पाएगी लेकिन। और वैसे भी उधर में रहूंगा अव्वल दर्जे के स्ट्रेस में, मेरे को लग रहा था मेरा पैसा जितना है वो इनफ होने वाला है मेरे को शादी में। रोज 1-1 लाख रुपए बढ़ रहे हैं रोज, कुछ ना कुछ रीजन से रोज गांड पड़ गई है, गांड पड़ गई है, मजाक नहीं कर रहा हूँ, गांड पड़ गई है। शादी अगर कर रहे हो करो, पैसा कमाओ बहुत, रोज लाख लाख रुपए बढ़ रहे हैं रोज। खाने में एक डिश ऐड किया, लाख रुपए बढ़ गया, 2-3 रूम में एक्स्ट्रा बेड डलवा दी, लाख रुपए बढ़ गया। बहुत और है, कुछ नहीं कर सकते उसका। नॉर्मल शादी करो, नॉर्मल शादी है, नॉर्मल शादी है, एबनॉर्मल शादी नहीं कर रहे हम लोग, मानी की वेडिंग नहीं है, ऋषिकेश में वेन्यू, तो 250 लोग ही आ रहे। चेस मैच लाइव, चेस मैच चल रहा है ना, निहाल का अभी नहीं दिखा सकते यार, ऑफिशियल स्ट्रीम पे तो नहीं दिखा सकते, यू नो द रूल्स, यू नो हाउ इट वर्क्स, यू नो हाउ इट वर्क्स। टॉप 3 प्रेडिक्शन एफएमआईसी के आपके हिसाब से? आई थिंक इट्स गोइंग टू बी आरएनएक्स, टीएसजी एंड टीजी। आई फील आरएनएक्स, टीएनसी, टीएस, आरएनएक्स, आईकू टीएसजी, आईकू टीजी, आई थिंक, इन माई ओपिनियन। सिर्फ अगर 5 जैसे इन गेम रिवॉर्ड रखेंगे तो 600 के प्लस मिलियन वॉचिंग आएगी, किसमें? फ्री फायर में? अरे तो फिर तो ऐसी वॉचिंग नहीं आई, उससे अच्छा है यार। अगर तुम लोग को रिटर्न में कुछ चाहिए, इन गेम अवार्ड्स के लिए अगर वॉचिंग कर दोगे, तो उससे अच्छा तो अच्छी है वॉचिंग जितनी आ रही है फ्री फायर को अभी। इतना सब कुछ कर रहे हो और नहीं दिखता क्या यार? इतना बड़ा वेन्यू, इतना बड़ा, इतना खर्चा, इतना प्लेयर का ख्याल रखना, प्लेयर्स का कंटेंट बनाना, प्लेयर्स के साथ इतना क्रिएटर्स को एक्सेस देना, फिर तो नहीं आए। अगर इट इज कंटिजेंट ऑन यू गेटिंग फ्री स्टफ, फिर तो सही है, फिर तो बढ़िया वॉचिंग आ रही है फ्री फायर को। सर जी, आईकू टीजी को सपोर्ट करोगे क्या? क्यों नहीं करूंगा सपोर्ट, एज इन यहाँ पे जो अच्छा खेलेगा उसको सपोर्ट करेंगे यार, मतलब मेरे को लगता है कि क्या किसको ही सपोर्ट करूंगा, अपनी टीम पहुंच ही नहीं पाई, सपोर्ट किसको करूंगा? Blood, you looking young. Love you, man. होटल लीला, होटल लीला बहुत ज्यादा सेक्सी है बाय द वे चैट, बहुत सेक्सी है होटल लीला. मैं नहीं हूं होटल लीला में, बस कोई दिक्कत है, मैं नहीं हूं होटल लीला में. जस्ट सेइंग. वो बुक हो चुका था पूरा, तो हम लोग 3-4 क्रिएटर्स दूसरे होटल में है, तो जो थोड़ा सा सस्ता है, बट बिकॉज दूसरा होटल सस्ता है तो हम लोग को स्वीट रूम्स दिए उन्होंने. ठीक है, वो नहीं चाहते थे कि हम जैसे बड़े क्रिएटर सस्ते रूम्स में रहे, तो उन्होंने हमको स्वीट रूम दिया है. ठीक है, हॉल है मेरे रूम के अंदर, हॉल. घर पे भी है क्या तुम लोग के हॉल? मेरा रूम के अंदर हॉल है. 1 रूम किचन दिया है मेरे को होटल का रूम. ठीक है ना, मजाक मत उड़ाओ. 1 रूम, हाँ बाथरूम एक ही है. 1 रूम किचन है, 1 रूम हॉल किचन. What do you think of the in-game reward as a good pull for new people to get into esports, bro? What? आईपीएल, तुम लोग आईपीएल को देखते हो तो तुम लोग को रिवॉर्ड्स मिलते हैं क्या इन गेम? ब्रो, इट मेक्स नो सेंस. स्पोर्ट्स इज अ पैशन ड्रिवन इंडस्ट्री. इफ यू, अगर तुम लोग स्पोर्ट देख रहे हो ताकि तुम लोग को इन गेम कोई अवार्ड मिले, तो मत देखो भाई, मत देखो. देखो ही मत, रहने दो. फायदा नहीं देखने का यार. क्या बात कर रहे हो, पागल हो क्या? हाँ, मत देखो भाई. ये लोग जब बीजे में देखते हैं तो वो लोग एसएटीएल को देखने, सोल को देखने के लिए खेल देखते हैं. वो लोग आईकू सोल को देखने के लिए देखते हैं. उनको फर्क नहीं पड़ता है तुम बीच में क्यों दे रहे हो. अगर मिल गया तो खुश है वो लोग, नहीं मिला तो उनको फर्क नहीं पड़ता है कुछ. यहाँ लॉस्ट, निहाल ब्लंडर लॉस्ट फर्स्ट मैच, कोई इशू नहीं है. बेस्ट ऑफ कितने, 7, 5, 3, 4, 5 हो जाएगा, हो जाएगा, कोई बात नहीं. ब्लंडर होता है, ब्लंडर होता है, कोई टेंशन नहीं है. कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. मैच चैट, पबजी पीसी का फर्स्ट मैच में क्या हुआ था याद है ना तुम लोग को? याद है कि नहीं याद है? हम लोग 16 पे मरे थे. फिर कितने आए हम लोग? फर्स्ट है. याद है कि नहीं तुम लोग को? याद है कि नहीं याद है, या नहीं याद है तुम लोग को? जिसको याद है मैं याद दिलाओ. हम लोग 16 पे मरे थे फर्स्ट गेम में, तो टेंशन नहीं. जॉन्टी को बुला लो. जॉन्टी आई थिंक सो रहा है. मैं भी सो रहा था भाई, कान फट गई थी, मैं भी सोया था. मैं पसर के नीचे जमीन पे सोया था मैं. 1 सेकंड से हार गया. ओ नो, ओ नो, शिट में मैग्नस भी हार गया. ओ फक, तो नियल और मैग्नस सेम लेवल पे, मतलब होली शिट. वी शुड टेक प्रॉपर रेस्ट अभी, जितना हो सके उतना. काय के लिए? क्यों? जॉन्टी एंड यू वॉच पार्टी को टुगेदर? नहीं नहीं, अलग अलग है. सोफे पे दिए हम लोग को. कास्टिंग का, आई मीन कास्ट, काउच है उधर ब्लैक कलर का. हम लोग को बैठने के लिए ब्लैक कलर के काउच दिए चैट. उससे हम लोग वॉच पार्टी करेंगे. शादी के बाद नहीं मिलेगा? अरे नहीं यार, अपनी बीवी अच्छी है यार, मोनालिसा अच्छी लड़की है वो, अच्छी लड़की है. स्ट्रेस कम करेगी, है ना, मतलब चिल. चिल भाई. पता है यहाँ मैं व्लॉग बना रहा था, वो व्लॉग आई डोंट नो कल तो नहीं आ पाएगा क्योंकि ज़्यादा कंटेंट नहीं है, कल भी रिकॉर्ड करूँगा. मैंने लोगों से पूछा कि मेरे को एडवाइस दो शादी के लिए. हर बंदे ने बोला है जो बोलेगी कर, शी इज़ राइट. जो बोलेगी कर, शी इज़ राइट. वो जो बोलेगी कर, शी इज़ राइट. फिर एक फीमेल के पास गया, मैं फीमेल को पूछा मेरे को एडवाइस मत दो, लड़की को एडवाइस दो. लड़कों से मैंने एडवाइस ले लिया, अब लड़की को एडवाइस दो. लड़की को बोलती है सिजल, इफ यू आर लिसनिंग टू दिस यू आर राइट. बोलते व्हाट एवर इज सेइंग इज रॉन्ग, यू आर राइट, डू व्हाट एवर यू वांट टू डू. सो yeah, so I have now learned how to do it. I am now ready to get married. सिर्फ भाई रिवॉर्ड्स के लिए हम नहीं देखते, बट एफएफ की 90% ऑडियंस इन स्पोर्ट्स का पता नहीं, इसलिए इन गेम रिवॉर्ड्स से उन्हें भी पता चले. अरे कैसे पता नहीं यार, इन गेम इतने सारे गेम चालू करेंगे तुमको मालूम पड़ जाएगा इवेंट हो रहा है. मैं छोड़ो, ये टॉपिक पे बात नहीं करेंगे, कोई बात. आपकी शादी के बाद 3 तारीख को सीधे मौत का कॉन्सर्ट लाइव करोगे? नहीं, सीधे मौत के कॉन्सर्ट के बाद हम लोग लाइव आएंगे। सीधे मौत का कॉन्सर्ट हम लोग नीचे रह के एंजॉय करेंगे पहले, एंड सीधे मौत के बाद हम लोग हमारे स्ट्रीम पे माउट डालेंगे, माउट। वे चेस एक ही गेम आ रहा है ना अभी तक? चेस अपडेट क्यों आ गया? हाँ, एक ही गेम आ रहा है, हो जाएगा। शादी मत करो सिड भाई, करने पड़ेगी। अब इट्स टू लेट, अब नहीं कुछ बैकआउट कर सकता। अब इट्स टू लेट, मैंने चेक भी किया, अब नहीं कर सकता बैकआउट। मैंने किया चेक, नहीं किया मतलब चेक किया मैंने। अब डिपॉजिट भी वापस नहीं दे रहे वो लोग, तो अभी इट्स टू लेट, अब कुछ नहीं कर सकते। If Sejal is right and you are wrong, Sejal is right. If Sejal is wrong, you are right, Sejal is right. If both are wrong, Sejal, obviously, yes. 100%. 100%. I agree. Mamba in wedding? Obviously, Mamba in wedding. Obviously, Mamba is in my wedding. Chat core group is in my wedding. प्लीज डोंट आस्क मी, अब मेरे को मत पूछो किसको इनवाइट किया और किसको नहीं। आई हैव इनवाइटेड हुएवर आई कैन। मेरे को बहुत बजट इश्यूज है, मैंने सबको इनवाइट में नहीं कर पाया हूँ, मैं आप लोग को वापस बता दूँ। दुख किस बात का मेरे को तब होगा, जो लोग को मैंने इनवाइट किया उसमें से अगर कोई नहीं आया मेरी शादी में, तो मैं जिंदगी भर तक याद रखूंगा, मरते दम तक। बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट सबको नहीं बुला पाए, बजटरी कंस्ट्रेंट्स है लाइफ में। लड़की की फैमिली बहुत बड़ी है और मेरे लिए इम्पोर्टेंट ही है कि मैं उसको खुश रखूं। शादी के बाद तो कुछ भी पार्टी वार्टी कर सकते हैं अपनी। पूरी एसेटियल है ना? पूरी एसेटियल नहीं है। Did you meet Addu bhai? I did meet Addu bhai today. Yes, I did. I did meet Addu bhai. Pahadi and Jai is there. Pahadi and Jai are going to be there. Yes. सोल बॉयज मैंने बोला कि नहीं आने वाले। काश्मीर साउथ नो। एसेटल के बाहर का कोई भी नहीं है गेमिंग का। मेरे को एसेटल छोड़ के कोई मैटर नहीं करता चैट गेमिंग में। एसेटल को छोड़ के गेमिंग में बाहर का बंदा एक है सिमर सेठी जो मेरी जान है, और एक है स्विफ्टी करके, अगर आई डोंट नो आप लोग उसको जानते हो कि नहीं। स्विफ्टी अपना ये है, रेकनिंग में खेल रहा है पोकेमॉन, शायद पोकेमॉन के लिए। एसेटल के बाहर तो कोई मेरे लिए इतना मायने नहीं रखता है जिस पे मैं इतना खर्चा कर। बस हो गया, अभी नाम स्पैम मत करो प्लीज। बस हो गया, बस हो गया, बस हो गया। चैट, अगर मैं पूरा एसेटल नहीं बुला रहा हूँ तो मैं एसेटल के बाहर के लोग गेमिंग से नहीं बुलाने वाला हूँ। आप समझ रहे हो? अगर किसी को जगह है मेरे शादी में बाहर के बंदे आने के लिए तो प्रायोरिटी एसेटल बंदे को मिलेगी। अगर एसेटल के कुछ लोग मैंने नहीं बुलाए हैं, नहीं बुला पाया हूँ, तो गेमिंग इंडस्ट्री में से और कोई नहीं आएगा वहां पे उनके जगह पे। सिंपल। Why not SATL? Why not Soul Boys? I already told you. Soul Boys are not coming because BMPS is right around the corner. It's on the 6th. It starts on 6th. There is a chance कि 6th को हमारे मैचेस ना हो, but there is a chance कि हमारे 6th को मैचेस हो. In which case बहुत इशू हो जाएगा. इन विच केस बहुत इशू हो जाएगा। एंड ऑनेस्टली चैट, वो लोग बहुत, मैं सच्ची बता रहा हूँ, उनको बहुत आने का मन है। दे आर वेरी डिस्ट्रॉट, बेचारे लोग को जेन्युइनली मेरे शादी में आना है। बट मैं लाइक आई वुडंट बी अ गुड बिग ब्रदर और अ गुड मैनेजर अगर मैंने उनको अपना अच्छा इवेंट सेक्रीफाइस करने के लिए अलाउ कर दिया। वो सेक्रीफाइस नहीं होने वाला। BMPS इज 100x मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन BGS। जेन्युइनली बताओ तो इस साल BGS जीते, अच्छा लगा, मजा आया, ऑफिशियल का स्टार आया, ठीक है, सब कुछ सेक्सी लगा अपने को भी। बट BMPS के वेटेज के सामने BGS का जीरो नहीं, बट 5-10% वैल्यू है ब्रो, अच्छी बताओ तो BMPS के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा तैयारी की ज़रूरत है। टीम का थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा ब्रेक हो गया है। नकुल भी काफ़ी लंबे, अभी नकुल तो बीमार था तो वो भी एक लंबे ब्रेक से वापस आया है। तो वी कैन नॉट अफोर्ड टू टेक एनी चांसेस, इज वाई मैंने उनको कंप्लीटली मना कर दिया है आने से. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? ना 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 FF कॉर्डल से PUBG पता मत उनको. What about the documentary? मेरी शादी की डॉक्यूमेंट्री नहीं बनाऊंगा मैं पागल. व्लॉग आएंगे लोग के, डॉक्यूमेंट्री क्यों बनाऊंगा मैं मेरी शादी की, पागल है क्या? गेम चालू हो चुका है. लेट्स फकिंग गड़ो. एक सेकंड, ये ब्राउजर सोर्स डाल के करूँ क्या मैं इस बार? तो ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है कि ब्राउजर सोर्स डाल के करना इज अ बेटर ऑप्शन. चैट एक सेकंड मेरे को चेक करने दो. आई फील लाइक ब्राउजर सोर्स डाल के करना इज अ बेटर ऑप्शन. आई थिंक लेट मी चेक. 1080
Number 1 spot with the boys from the old BB team being able to take on that and wrangle it through as we take a look at those teams that have been able to qualify all the way through those playoff days as well here. So a great roster, a great lineup to be able to get our 16 teams truly solidified here, Avenger.
Yeah, obviously the top teams from day one, they had a little bit of a breeze while the other guys, they were sweating from top 8 to top 5 to top 3, and obviously the last day was great. I'll say this with the interview we had for Quiz, you could tell that it's been 3 exhausting days. But yeah, it was obviously some fantastic games. Some surprises here and there though, guys. I'm happy to see Viz come in there in the first top 8. It was close. There were some tiebreakers that had to come through, but damn, what a set of 16 teams we have here. Playoffs start again next week, but here
we
have big PGC points to come through.
Yeah, I think what's funny is that obviously we had playoffs day 2 and day 3 a bit more fresh in the memory compared to day 1 here, Blank, but those days were fantastic. So I'd kind of forgotten a little bit about the fact that we have such titans coming in from day 1. Day 2 and day 3 was awesome to watch and really, really close down to the wire with like Everlong, for example, on that north side of the hill, trying to qualify, trying to scrap on through, and just being able to make it towards the very end. It was excellent watch.
Yeah, that was the problem last week. It was just too captivating. It was too captivating. Every single day felt like a fresh new one. We cast our minds back to day 1 with S8.
Perfect है, सब कुछ दिख रहा है मेरे को. क्या बात है? Oh shit, कैमरा इधर नहीं ना?
A little bit flabbergasted off the back of that one. We were kind of focused on the teams not making it all of a sudden.
Let's go! Login कर ले, ऐड नहीं देखनी. ए shit, monetization मैंने बंद नहीं किया है क्या? एक सेकंड.
Where it really is down to
एक सेकंड.
You can string it up
Monetize
but one thing
suggestion बंद नहीं किया मैंने शायद. एक सेकंड.
Factor. We got ourselves SAUL with the 16 PGC points at number 1, qualifying through in day 1 at first place. So we'll be hoping to see some more excitement and strong games from them. Team Nemesis being able to take second. Not unheard of as an idea.
अरे गांडू है क्या एक नंबर का गांडू? पूरा लैगी एक तो लैपटॉप पे पूरा खुलना पड़ा है. बंदी है.
To beat out Virtus Pro, Twisted Minds, and now V as the like, right? That's really impressive from Nemesis, I would say.
Again, it really talks to the
quality
depth of the
bada
we have so many good teams. Also, you know, as ADUL being able to jump in, we're at the last match, having 23 points. Basically, half their points came from that.
Go, baby!
Came through that.
Let's go!
The boys at the very top had one really good game and some consistency through the other ones.
60 FPS नहीं है.
Which brought them into that spot. And for me,
number
1 only being 47 points is another kind of really strong red line through and under.
See भाई, चेस ओपन के टॉप 3 को AW स्लॉट है, पर मैग्नस ऑलरेडी क्वालिफाइड है, तो वो टॉप 3 में नहीं है, तो फिर नो चांस. मेरे को नहीं मालूम.
teams in the top, and it's a little bit scary because remember,
आइडिया नहीं.
once we're done with these
बहुत टाइम से हुई नहीं मैग्नस के साथ बात. एक्चुअली सच बताओ, बहुत टाइम हो गया, बिजी चल रहा है थोड़ा लाइफ, तो मेरे को आइडिया नहीं था.
So of course, as those teams, we have a very healthy mix, I would say. Blank.
SATL बोला not soul. यार चैट, ये तो मैंने उस दिन भी तुम लोग को बोल दिया था. इन गेम ना, जब वो लोग कास्टिंग करते हैं, स्टार्टिंग में तुम लोग नोटिस करो, हर गेम में बंदा एसेट बोलता है या तो सोल बोल रहा है. आप लोग समझ रहे हो? क्योंकि आप लोग जब SATL वगैरह गूगल करते हो ना, तो सोल आता है. तो आई डोंट थिंक ये लोग को ठीक से एक तो पता होता है, या तो ये भी हो सकता है कि फास्ट बोलने के ओ इट्स सोल रशिंग, इट्स एसेटियल रशिंग, थोड़ा सा इजियर, इट इज इजियर टू से सोल और एसेट, तो इट्स ओके, मतलब इसमें कोई से ऑफेंड होने की गरज नहीं है. इट्स फॉर अस इट्स द सेम, आई डोंट नो, मतलब इसमें मेरे को कंट्रोवर्शियल कुछ स्टेटमेंट नहीं देना, बट इट शुड फील द सेम, मतलब इतना ज्यादा फर्क नहीं है फ्रॉम द कास्टर्स पर्सपेक्टिव. इतना दिल पे मत लो इस चीज को, अगर वो सोल बोल रहा है या वो एसेट बोल रहा है तो.
How dominant they were over those games.
Oh shit.
Because, well, I think for me it was dominant. It might have not looked it to an outsider where you look at Team Vitality's day and they were just smashing, but for Team Nemesis, it didn't really ever feel like it was out of the question for them to get into that top 8. It felt like they were very steady getting there. I think the big thing on my mind for Team Nemesis is whether they can get towards the top. But coming back to your original point, the cup teams were amazing. I think every single day, me, Avenger, you were saying, you know, we're probably get a couple of them making their way in. And it was always more than what we predicted. So it's fantastic to see the wealth of talent in Emea.
ब्राउजर सोर्स, एक सेकंड चैट. यार ये ब्राउजर सोर्स कर दिया यार मैंने. पबजी EMEA फाइनल्स रिफ्रेश का ऑप्शन.
Not finding their footing getting through is a little bit of a miss for them, unfortunately.
Yeah,
not finding their footing getting through is a little bit of a miss for them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that, Lion?
I mean, I'm super happy that we have another playoff.
मेरा फीड नहीं है ये चूतिया. ये गांडू, मेरा फीड नहीं है वो. साइंड इन नहीं है वो, मेरा फीड नहीं था वो. ऊपर साइन इन का ऑप्शन देखा ना, और मेरा फीड नहीं था. ऊपर देखा ना ऑप्शन साइन इन का, या नहीं दिखा तुमको? सिलेक्टिव वॉचिंग है कह रहे ये क्या? ठीक है ना ऊपर साले धौनिया बोला इतने जास्ती. मेरा फीड नहीं था वो. निहाल लूजिंग अगेन. बेस्ट ऑफ 17 है, टेंशन मत लो. बेस्ट ऑफ 17 है, रिलैक्स प्लीज, प्लीज रिलैक्स. बेस्ट ऑफ 17 है चैट. भाई 15 साल छोटे लग रहे हो. लव यू बेबी, लव यू, लव यू, लव यू. बी ऑफ 4
where they separate themselves a little bit.
ठीक है, तो 2 गेम बाकी है ना.
Well, let's take the gloves off a little
बाकी
bit.
है ना 2 गेम. किसका में गेम है वैसे अपना?
Those big dogs, because as much as I'm like,
these are WhatsApp groups, so chill guys, don't give them limelight for true commentary.
All these teams and stuff like that. The problem still remains that Navi, Virtus Pro, and Twisted Minds Blank are in this lobby, and this should join
SATL, SCC or good content creator. I agree.
To win finals here, you'd probably be a bit
agree.
Yeah, you. I mean, especially if Navi had
just a question: why they have less viewership at this big event? Do they have a different streaming platform?
Really quite fearsome squad to go up against. And I do think
मुझे नहीं मालूम. मुझे क्या मालूम?
Where it's 15.
अरे मैं चैट जीपीटी है कह रहे?
All in the same lobby.
इनको कम watching अरे मुझे क्यों मालूम रहेगा? कैसे मुझे क्या मालूम?
And the chance for having those big games comes into the picture.
अहमदाबाद के ग्रैंड मर्क्यूरी होटल में मैं बैठा हूँ. पबजी EMEA के ग्रैंड फाइनल्स डे 1 पे उनको वॉचिंग क्यों नहीं आ रही है, मेरे को क्या मालूम.
And that is going to reduce their variance in terms of their games, because it means you can have an off day, but then you can bounce back massively. I mean, for Team Vitality, the fact that they could do that in their final day of play, they could do that at any point here. During this weekend. So I'm
2 तो हारे अभी, और 2 गेम बाकी है ना. 2 गेम और बाकी है. रुक जाओ प्लीज. Did you do vlog with अज्जू भाई? डांडिया खेला हम लोग ने और किए रिकॉर्ड. नहीं किया है यार, आज नहीं था व्लॉग का, कुछ टाइम नहीं था. आज कल कर लूंगा. जर्सी भी बोली है टोटल गेमिंग, आईकू टोटल गेमिंग वाले जर्सी भी ला रहे. टेंशन मत, आ रही है जर्सी आ रही है.
As Martin said about Quizzy's interview, right? He did not look best pleased with how everything had gone down, having qualified on day 3. And we had to ask him some of the hard questions, unfortunately, but that's just kind of the nature of the beast.
Bro, मेरा थक भाई से मैसेज, bro मेरा थक भाई एक मैसेज देना to make compulsory for every content creator to shoot video for STL channel, so we can see every Sunday new video. Also, it will help to grow more on YouTube.
Some G coins, which is always very nice.
You think rule नहीं है? अरे यार दिक्कत हो जाती है bro. अभी सारे creators भी अपने लाइफ में थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा busy है. हर Sunday तो एक वीडियो मेरे को नहीं लगता पॉसिबल नहीं.
But Avenger, when you think about those big names,
impossible.
anything really kind of standing out to you here?
I mean, you guys hung down a little bit, and I think once we were over the course of 15 games, the consistency really showed.
Crazy haircut. अच्छा लग रहा है ना तुम लोग को? एक बार देख के बताओ यार.
From Twisted Minds. Navi, they had won that one big game that
ये थोड़ा ये इसको करो. हाँ क्या बोलते हो? सही लग रहा है ना? शादी में भी यही करूंगा.
great setup, and again, it's such a
अरे यार फिर से हो गया.
synergy that they're still building on, right? And it just comes, the more matches you play, the better you just become more rapidly compared to, say, a Twisted Minds where their core has been together for 5+ years, right?
I think,
and that
इसका accent मेरे को कोई तो movie का एक second याद करने दो.
I think there's an even more exciting thing for them currently is that Ukraine and the neutral team has also been announced for PNC as well, right? And they have kind of been omitted for quite a while for obvious reasons, and now they get an opportunity to be able to play at that
was right.
And for a lot of players, that's very exciting.
अच्छा लग रहा है.
Well, before we continue to talk about
ये लड़की लोग अगर एक साथ में जुड़ जाते हैं तो हम लड़के लोग को भी थोड़ी सी एकता दिखानी पड़ेगी ना. अच्छा लग रहा है कि नहीं? Yeah.
What I wish I knew when I started competing in PUBG is how frustrating the game can be sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially in TPP,
True.
if the circle doesn't come to you, sometimes you just simply can't play a great game. And if the circle goes away multiple times in a day, that can be really frustrating.
True.
But at the same time, if you do get some good games, it's incredibly fun. Overall, it averages out over the weeks and months. And getting good games in tournaments, that's the real reward.
True.
Well, there you have it. Let's see if we can take some of those learnings into this final and see if Justice can be able to make something happen for the Mythos. We've got 5 games coming at you today to figure out how all of this is going to be able to sit. But again, we go from that sprint style to a bit more of a marathon here, Blank. Again, I believe, I truly do believe that S8UL, Vitality, Twisted Minds, VP, these big names are going to be able to have a much better purchase on those top.
मोनालिसी देख के मीर पटेल अलीसा के चैट में देख हार दे इसको इधर से मीर पटेल देख मैं चेक करने गया था मेरे को लगा था इधर का एक दो अपना रेगुलर वाला रहेगा बंदा उधर चैट में मेरे को लगा ही था मीर पटेल देख हटा इसको
albeit it was on the first 2 days. Technically, it is the better teams, right? It's meant to be as you cut things down. But I do think that I'm quite excited because I think Team Vital was the only team that looked dominant all day, right? They started strong and ended really strong, and I don't think there really wasn't a trough in their performance all day on that day 3. Now I'm
बाकी है ना 2 गेम और रुको ना रुको ना 2 गेम बाकी है 2 गेम बाकी है अभी निहाल का ब्रेन मिसाइल अभी चार्ज हो रहा है चैट रुक जाओ 2 गेम लग गए चार्ज करने में अब उसका ब्रेन मिसाइल चार्ज अप है और अब वो खेलेगा प्लीज चिल प्लीज चिल चैट प्लीज चिल डोंट वरी उसका ब्रेन मिसाइल चार्ज नहीं था 2 गेम और बाकी है नॉट गोना लाई मैड संधू लग रहे हो इस हेयरकट में मैं 40 रुपए के पढ़ता नहीं हुआ मैं पढ़ूंगा नहीं अभी आगे से पहले बता रहा हूं Nihal is to win 2 back to back and Nihal can come pull this off yes How is LAN setup, venue and stage this time? Read on the basis of the LANs you visited so far. See, सच्ची बताऊँ तो I am not somebody जिसको स्टे से ज़्यादा फर्क पड़ता है. I don't give a shit. मेरे को एक थोड़ा सा AC बेड संडास इंडियन नहीं अब नहीं बैठा जाता इंडियन में वेस्टर्न संडास हैंड शावर संडास धोने के लिए और कॉफी मशीन मेरे को रूम में चाहिए उसके अलावा मेरे को सच्ची बताओ तो स्टे से मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता अच्छा है नहीं है मेरे को जेन्युइनली तो वो मैं उसके बेसिस पे रेट नहीं करूंगा वेन्यू वॉच पार्टी सेटअप इज अ 9 on 10 मैं 10 on 10 नहीं दे रहा हूँ क्योंकि क्या पता इससे बेटर और कर सकते हैं लोग नेक्स्ट इवेंट में बट दिस इज अ 9 on 10 venue is also a 9 on 10 it's very good it's very well made very well made very well made it's a massive venue
no stop that
massive as venue massive
the fact that we haven't actually kind of
Indian toilet greater than western
they qualified through in day number 1 Avenger
वैसे
really good
मेरे को नहीं जमता है मेरा बैलेंस नहीं हो पाता
has been a great addition to the team what do you see
मेरे को कुछ वेस्टर्न यूज करने का, इसलिए वेस्टर्न यूज नहीं करता हूँ मैं। कान बहुत बड़ा हो गया है तो बैलेंस नहीं हो पाता। पूरा पीछे बैठने तक घुटनों में से गुड़गिया मन टाक टूक आवाज है, तो समझा, वो दिक्कत है। तो है सो बता रहा हूँ बस, ठीक है, दिक्कत नहीं। कुछ ऐसा है मेरे दिमाग में, ये नहीं है कि इंडियन में यूज नहीं करूंगा चलेगा, मेरे को नहीं होता बैठने। अंकल बिंकल बोलो मत, बहुत लोग है चैट में जिनको नहीं होता। मैं और एक सच्ची एक तुमको बात बताता हूँ, इंडियन टॉयलेट में चैट मेरे को जिंदगी में, मैं 35 साल का हो गया हूँ, मेरे को अभी तक समझ में नहीं आया है कि बिना पैंट निकाले हकते कैसे। माँ कसम बता रहा हूँ, मैं मजाक भी नहीं, मैं एकदम, मैं सच्ची बता रहा हूँ, मेरे को अभी तक मैं सीखा नहीं हुई ये चीज चैट। मैं गंदे गंदे टॉयलेट में भी कैसे वैसे, तो पहले पूरा उधर गीला हुआ है, पैंट उतरता था, फिर हाथ में पकड़ के ऐसे इधर खाचे में इधर बैठ के इधर रखता था अपनी पैंट, फिर बैठता था। स्टेशन विशन पे कभी कभार आती थी ना तभी, फिर एक हाथ से पानी बैलेंस कर रहा हूँ, इधर चड्डी पकड़ा हुआ है मैंने अपना, ऐसे चड्डी पकड़ा हुआ, एक हाथ से बैलेंस कर रहा हूँ, एक हाथ में पानी, ऐसे। मजाक नहीं कर रहा हूँ, सब लोग का यही स्टोरी है। डल्ले बहुत सिर्फ कूल बनते हैं मेरे चैट में, सब लोग का स्टोरी यही है मेरे चैट में, सिर्फ कूल बनते हैं गांडू। एक हाथ में चड्डी है, ऐसे झाकड़ी मार के खड़ा हुआ, इधर से फिर बैलेंस कर रहा हूँ, फिर ऐसे हो रहा है। अरे तुमको नहीं मालूम, अभी तक मेरे को समझा नहीं है कैसे करते हैं लोग। 35 साल का हो गया, अभी तक मेरे को नहीं मालूम बिना पूरी पैंट उतर कैसे टट्टी करते हैं लोग इंडियन टॉयलेट में। किल इशू बोल रहे दल्ले।
It's a very exciting prospect when you get Molodok, best of luck in the action. Aduzi's also doing a lot of work, but it is oftentimes Phil first opening that door, and I think he had some fantastic moments last week. So
इतने बार पैंट गिरी है ना
इंडियन
वॉशरूम्स में, गीली हुई है ना इतने बार।
I've just had a remake, so just to keep people informed as to what's going on here. So we'll hopefully we'll be getting into that first game in just a little
और भी
bit.
स्टोरीज है मेरे पास, बट मैं उनकी बात नहीं करना चाहूंगा। वॉचिंग क्या है, 29 हो रही है, फिर 21 हो रही है, 29 हो रही है, फिर 21 हो रही है।
Now and thinking about, oh, who could be that roster? Who could be that roster? And people kind of like theorizing, but like clearly
नहीं पैंट तक रखना होता है। अरे बट भाई सुनो, इसके लिए अपन मेंबर्स ओनली स्ट्रीम करेंगे, ये डिस्कस करेंगे। अभी नहीं कर सकते, मेंबर्स ओनली पे डिस्कस करते हैं।
2 or 3 years ago when we asked Julians this, he's like,
मेंबर्स ओनली स्ट्रीम करेंगे, उस पे डिस्कस करेंगे। वो नीज वाला टेक्निक मेरे को मालूम है, बट उसमें ग्लिच है, उसमें ग्लिच है, अभी नहीं, बाद में बात करेंगे उसके बारे में। स्किल इशू नहीं है भाई, इंडियन टॉयलेट में बिना पैंट उतारे नहीं आती टट्टी करने यार। मेजी भाई प्रोफेशनल गरीब यार, आपको पता है ना, डिस्कस नहीं मालूम खेत वाला। ओ अच्छा, कैसे यार, बट पूरा अगर तुमने चड्डी निकाला भी, एक सेकंड, और चड्डी आगे आता है, फिर तुम एम कैसे करते हो, मतलब तुम समझ रहे हो? एक देख, अगर मैं ऐसे हूँ और इधर तक है पैंट, तुमको बैलेंस नहीं हो पा रहा है मेरे से, एक सेकंड यार, कैसे भी एम कैसे करते हो ऐसे? थोड़ा लगता नहीं कि थोड़ा क्या चले भाई, कुछ गलत नहीं है डिस्कशन में, लोग लाइफ के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं। भाई वो जो छोटा पेड़ लगता है बैठे बैठे, उनसे पेड़ पे बैठते हो।
So, but yeah, there's some crazy prospect. But when you look at that,
सही है, वेस्टर्न में जाए तो
then you would have to go fairish, probably something like that. Then
अरे मतलब इसके लिए चैट हम लोग इस पे नहीं, ये डिस्कस नहीं कर पाएंगे।
What's the question coming in for that, right? Is that the fully decided?
मेंबर्स ओनली करना पड़ेगा, मेंबर्स ओनली करना पड़ेगा। मैं जेन्युइनली मतलब सवाल है मेरे को, काफी सवाल है इस टॉपिक के रिगार्डिंग। अभी हम लोग उसके बारे में बात नहीं कर पाएंगे चैट, अभी उसके बारे में बात नहीं कर पाएंगे, हम लोग बाद में बात करते हैं। अभी रहने दो, अभी रहने दो, बाद में बात करते हैं, अभी रहने दो। बट आई हैव जेन्युइन क्वेश्चंस अबाउट दिस सिचुएशन, honestly.
Roster kind of plays out, because guys like IM5 and Sancho and those guys are all from Kazakhstan. I just don't know what combination could actually kind of line up, right?
I don't know if you played against Irmak ever, the coach for S8UL. Obviously, he's from Kazakhstan, and
S8UL की बातें चल रही है चैट बार-बार सुनना ही दे रहा है मेरे को.
There are some game shows where he was like, it was in-game game.
खाना खाने बैठ रहा हूँ, बंद कर दो अब टॉपिक. अरे तो खाना खा लो, टट्टी खा रहे हो क्या? टॉपिक से क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है?
All these gun game stuff, like he was dunking on everyone. So I kind of want to see him play, to be honest. Like I think he's so good still that he should actually be the IGL or something.
भाई आज सुबह आप नवी मुंबई के एयरपोर्ट पे थे क्या? नहीं, बोट से आए हो.
He's still so proven.
Submarine.
Technically they're fifth as well, right?
Submarine से आए हो.
So yeah, that's some funny lineups. That's a long podcast. We can talk about that.
Yeah,
पता है, बट मैंने एक चीज बस मिस कर दिया लाइफ में बचपन में. मैं कभी एक्सपीरियंस नहीं कर पाया द रियल एसेंस.
Good time over there. Yeah.
Tell us about Kazakhstan.
देसी होने का.
Oh, I have been to
सच्ची
Kazakhstan.
बताओ.
You are correct.
ओपन में नहीं आगा मैं कभी. रस्ते बिस्ते पे.
He went for a tournament. Anyway,
Experience
ladies and gentlemen,
नहीं हो
it is
पाया
time
मतलब मेरे से
for
वो.
game number 1 of the PC finals number 1. Welcome as we get it all done and done. Blank, we're going to get you after the game as me and Martin will cast the first Erangel here to wrap things going. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get this going, and it's gonna be south over in Military Island here, starting over the Georgia Pole area, James. So a lot of that northeast is not available to go to. You're gonna have to get cars to get to Yasnaya. You're gonna have to move a long distance here. The so-called cold drops are gonna have to come into effect if you want to get into your usual areas here. So let's see if there's some hot drops that's gonna have to be resolved here. I don't think so with a plane.
क्या बोला मेसी दिख नहीं रहा?
Some cars being picked
और भी बोला क्या?
being left out here. So, but yeah. It's going to be an interesting one. The first game.
भाई पता है सबसे मजा क्या है? खेत में करते हुए पीछे कुत्ता पड़ जाए ना.
Find our Esports World Cup qualification.
मैं this is a very unique experience. सच बताओ तो I have not. I will maybe one day.
This is how you know
unique
that
experience is
Emea is kind of the wild west.
Mortal by Western पे Indian बैठते ऐसे एक और बंदा है. ऐसे एक और बंदा है community का.
That is
बहुत बड़ा क्रिएटर है वो भी.
If you went to any other region, they'd be like, yeah, the big dogs.
मैं था उसके साथ पहले.
The middle spot's no problem, but
वो भी Western पे Indian.
You'd be thinking Navi gets it, but here the middle is actually fighting it against Levante. The first death from Vitality here.
जानी मानी हस्ती है.
Levante, James, I cannot believe it, but that's a contest that you don't want to be losing early on here, unfortunately. In that North Georgia area.
इसको टैग मत करना उसको.
Have a fight in there. That's
चलो.
For him, but TMO gets the first
मैच देखते हैं.
Just justice, and he was able to get it without a vest.
मैच देखते हैं. Game number 1.
Vitality originally dropping over towards crates, and now they've been pushed away by Noslack. Is that what I'm seeing here? Where were they normally going?
Yeah, I mean in that area. But why is there 3 teams in Georgia Pole?
Chat. Please,
it's also a bit of a question.
कोई भी उस बंदे को टैग
South Georgian Hospital uncontested. That's my second question.
I don't know.
That's a little bit wild. The circle is west though, so you kind of want to wrap this fight up, James, and get looted and then get sent here because look at Hive.
मैं भी वेस्टर्न पे इंडियन बैठता हूँ. भाई पागल हो क्या रे तू?
Looking good for a home turf.
पैर भी स्लिप हुआ ना.
No slack needs to get moving too and get that in. But yeah, they did.
अगले बार से बैठना नहीं पड़ेगा फिर खड़े-खड़े हो जाएगा.
Right, so yeah. That's definitely a contest. I would swap around and just go to Kovalevi.
Just बता रहा हूँ. पागल पीगल है क्या? वेस्टर्न पे इंडियन बैठते हो? पैर स्लिप हो गया ना पानी वानी की वजह से. खड़े-खड़े हो जाएगा फिर अगले बार से.
Because technically the Mythov would like to go up towards Yasnaya, but the plane path's so far
चलो
away that I
मैच
guess
देखते
they
हैं.
went
बस
for
हो गया.
what is
बस हो गया अभी. मेरे को ट्विटर पे हिट मिलेगा. टट्टी कैसे करते बात कर रहे हैं हम लोग? PUBG PC का वॉच पार्टी है. तुम लोग कैसे से मिलता है मेरे को आता है. मैं छोटा सा कंट्रीब्यूटर और शादी यू हेल्प मी अ लॉट में रेफरेंस डिपेंड बाय द वे लव यू थैंक यू सो मच मिश्रा भाई अप्रिशिएट इट. खुश रहो यार. मैप के ऊपर रखो.
Sad times. Honestly, again, Vitality, they look so strong that losing Levante is going to be a huge blow to their first game. But then again,
साथ
have
बैठते
your
थे.
bad games in the start and then ramp up towards the middle and second half of the tournament would be fine for them too. And I'm looking at I'm looking at the lineups here. We actually have such a bang of
game पे चलते out of hand जा रहे थोड़ा
We have
discussion.
so many great teams. It's good to see
out of hand जा रहे थोड़ा discussion.
Good to see some coaches.
Game पे
turned pro
फिट क्या मटा मम सर गान में डालू फेस कैम फिर सॉरी आई मीन सॉरी मैं सोया नहीं हूँ ठीक से. मैं सोया नहीं माफ. इधर डालू फेस कैम भाई. सर इधर डालो फेस कैम बाबू ओ बाबू इधर किल फीड आता है इधर मिनी मैप है इधर टीम का लिस्ट आएगा 4 लोग का बाबू इधर टीम लिस्ट आ रही है कहाँ डालू बाबू इधर डालू बताओ
uncontested Pubg is kind of crazy, but then again over a set of 15 if they're just saying in the kind of drop maps and scrim Discord saying, yeah, we're just going to go Pubg, you can come if you want, we're going to throw if you come,
ना तेरा ना
we're
मेरा
going to camp you for 20 minutes and you can lose all your points, then that you kind of don't want to go up against that, right? We all probably also going to see that in PAS. That's going to be going on later today here, a couple of hours after we end. We're going to have the first PAS finals as well. It's going to be awesome to see. It looks like Copenhagen Wolves might be hot dropping onto Falcons.
UPI check.
I did see that.
IGL is
UPI तो मैंने बट डाला ही नहीं है कैसे
check. That's cool, that's fun. So I'm a little bit excited to see how that's going to be evolving.
It's a little wild because technically, I guess Copenhagen Wolves kind of has more to lose than Falcons, right? Because they are GPT and things like that. But
chat में spam कर रहे UPI
Falcons isn't qualified for Esports World Cup technically right now, so.
They're very far away from it. They need to do well in BGS.
Exactly. So obviously they kind of probably get a bit keen on like.
Thank you for the.
That is definitely very interesting as well. But also you were bringing up the fact that this lobby is very stacked, and it's an interesting one because technically we lost a few organizations from 2025 to 2026. However, the crop of those players is just kind of dispersed across so many other organizations and rosters now that. There might not be some of the bigger names in terms of some of those organizations sticking around, but new ones are in, obviously, and all those other kind of put together squads to try and qualify on through are also very powerful, very stacked. But Na'Vi, obviously PGS2 winners, they are incredibly stacked themselves. I would not be surprised in the slightest if they win at least one of these finals across the next 3 weeks.
I love how Boostix and Ferris' gameplay is somewhat the same, even though Ferris is a forehead gameplay. And then he's hidden the camera in between the other screen and the PC, so it's just so
अच्छा UPI पे 11 रुपए आए वैसे.
Isn't it a vertical? Isn't it his phone?
Yeah, it's his phone probably. That's true. It's true. All right, as the zone closes here, PGG gonna try to figure out how they're gonna come through. Also, Stars guy. Good to see Silas and the guy coming back too. Nemesis, oh my god, good connection here onto Viz, Pains. There's some quality content. I'm not sure if they're streaming the finals as well. That's some really good quality content. If you want to see the guys streaming as well, you can check out their PUB.
Society!
Pains was streaming our playoffs, so they're actually really interesting. Now Sosa
game sound बढ़ाओ.
Looking to kind of commit to this fight here on cubes.
सही है ना बराबर इतना ही.
Looking to
Society!
a little bit here. Not technically, it's a bit of a checkpoint compound on a circle like this.
अरे भाई 8K quality चाहिए.
Dispersing away from the majority of it. Likewise, Nemesis looking for a bit of a chase here.
Mobile पे देख रहे हैं ना 720 के ऊपर जा नहीं रही quality.
Complaining with that.
और कितना quality
shots there. Don't think he's going to be able to catch up though. Takes the mini out. See if he can get a few shots long range all the way down. I think that they're getting out scot-free.
It's Razor's just
this first match, so by
yeah,
it's so
I know
much
it
fun
says
watch,
match 1 out of
Melman,
15, but it's not. It's
PGC 2022 Dubai winner with Navi. Good to see him competing at the very top, obviously here with them 249. PGG coming in too. This team is a team that you're looking at and think, okay, these guys can fight. They actually won day 2 with 63 points. 16 more points than SAUL. They won in day 1, so these guys can definitely fight. The question is, can they fight at the very, very top?
It is a good question. Here they are, SAUL. The doozy flying on forwards. Admittedly, this is very far away, so a little bit of expending of meds, not too much maybe, as a doozy is going to be taken to the skies to try and give them as much information as possible. I think that they are very aware of the fan base of SAUL, and they will be looking to do them proud for sure, as they are coming out in full force, as previously mentioned.
Even Barney.
Even Barney Banks himself. So, you were mentioning, by the way, PAS coming up as well. There is just PUBG wall-to-wall in these weekends. Like, PWS was on before, obviously PMS was on before as well. Did you see in PWS, guys like Inonix and these guys, they're using the pickaxe. No joke. Yes.
I saw it's basically a new strat that at least one guy has a pickaxe on the team no matter what. And I think in one of the clips there is 2. Nemesis though is driving close to TMO here. Micah with a 3 vest and an AUG in hand might be able to get a fight on here in Tifix. Look at that. They're peeking. They're trying to send it in. One goes close.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. That's a setup. Oh, my God. Tifix swing in the corner here with the sawed off. Easy flush for him to get TMO down.
Yeah, a bit of a shame there for Amika because I think that he really did actually want to take the first shots against the person, but once you actually don't get them and then you can actually be seen a little bit there on that TPP.
Damn, son.
I think your window's completely gone there, Mika. And Nemesis proves it just in kind. At the same time, though, Justice do a little shadow step forwards. And we'll be doing this for a little while up the stairs.
You shall not hear me. Well, yeah, as you said, wall-to-wall PUBG here. And with the pickaxe and play, I played around a little bit myself. It takes some time, but you can do some crazy stuff pre-planning, to be honest. We also saw a doozy with some of the gameplay ideas that he had and wanted to share is that you can take C4s, you can take mortars and make playable air if you don't have any. And that's actually a kind of 5-head. I like the idea of it, and I want to see more of it in play here. But yeah, the pickaxe strat with broadening out where you're going to play is actually kind of cool. So next circle pop here is a big one, James, and that kind of just goes on the west coast. Somewhat donut-y, still a little bit of water in place. Majority of the teams that had good spots were all in. Lookarook's fine. Celtic here from Bushido Wildcats. And they James won here, and VP able to get 1 point.
Looks like Nemesis actually, despite having got themselves the 1 kill, and then also the Mythov still kind of lurking around, they went for an emergency pickup almost instantly on this circle pop. So they're not afraid of the potential of the Mythov coming out and kind of trying to go for an ambush after they maybe get picked up for this emergency pickup. But it's understandable why, right? Like if you're in the North George right now and this circle kind of pops, you want to be there as fast as possible. You won't be having any cars though, as you're trying to get yourself a little bit further into this circle.
Yeah, but if I'm TMO, I'm looking on that. I'm going to try to get a Panzer at it. I'm going to try to get an 8 at it. I'm going to try to do something, actively, or at least set up in a spot where I'm close enough that I can do a spray down. Aris finds Sosa here. They're able to get 1, and I think that was actually from the pickup, so that's a little bit sad. I know they're driving, okay, so they're just trying to get across here, but they lost 1. So now Vitality with another camp here, and it looks like a lot of guys going down. Status 1 tries to drive him down. Getrax gets more shots in. He's 1 HP. Explosions going wild here. And Quissy finds Millman. Nemesis falling completely apart here, James.
Oh, and we're in the gas station as well, so there's extra explosions for good measure here. That's actually much quicker of an annihilation almost than I expected really here for Nemesis. They are donezo almost. And it's kind of a consolation prize here for Vitality, who is still sticking at the bridge, by the way. So the Mythop still needs to get on over here. A few shots go their way against this. Twisted Minds is looking for a bit of an opportunity themselves.
Yeah, that's such an unfortunate situation for Team Nemesis. And then Vitality, obviously, the guys that are even more unfortunate too, now got a few points here to get a salvage game rolling. Just a little bit. 2 points is fine, but we want to see a little bit more from them. Twisted Minds deciding to disengage from this fight here and kind of engage in a rotation and get in deeper. Or maybe even chase Nemesis here, the last player, trying to get into a different spot for himself. A little bit sad for him to have lost all the other guys to fix. You got to get the only kill so far for Nemesis.
Watchparty कर रहे हैं? दिक्कत है मेरे से, मेरी अच्छी नहीं लग रही.
See what Twisted Minds wants to do on this north side. Let's see what they want to go for. I mean, they have a few options, but not many of them are central, unfortunately, given a circle like this and everybody centering up the way they have done. Also, with it being almost 13 minutes in and still 58 alive, there is very little room here as you're coming in later into these kinds of circles. So, sitting in an okay spot at the moment, looking all right. This is almost dead center, basically, towards gold compound position. And Ascend just north of them in the swamps, which sometimes can get a bit tricky to get on out of. If the circle comes your way and you're able to kind of survive towards top 5, then you'll be okay for the moment.
Yeah, if the circle goes south, then they kind of can be the only team to get out of the southern side. If you have to go east or west, it's very difficult to get out 4 here. But yeah, red zone coming in, and the circle's closing here, James. Yeah, it's very congested, as you say. Basically, every single prio position or compound is taken by a split or a solo. We go east already, go away from the water. That should not have been until the next circle. But here, with a lot of fields in play, lots of Gatka fields inside here. Boss is looking really great. The question is, do they stay together here, or do they try to get together, or do they stay as a 2-2?
Well, They had that big game on, was it day 2? I think it was.
Day 3, yeah.
When they were able to take exactly the same position here. And Boars, I
जोन
found
तो
that
अच्छा है,
actually Wolf.
PGG को मारना है और VP को मारना है.
We know Boars
हेलीकॉप्टर
is
आ गया,
Boars.
क्या बात है,
Like
let's fucking go.
But it's basically you northern guys. You
अरे
pronounce
भाई
it like
कोई
this
बोल
as
रहा है
well,
बढ़ाओ,
right?
कोई बोलता है कम करो.
Where's a bar? Yeah, we do. Yeah. Both of us, in fact.
Smart
but
TV में
yes,
देख लो.
we'll see. Mika is now back here. They did get him raised up and good to go, but the Mythos is coming in a little bit later up on this north side. They've actually got a compound. Technically, Mika can get some loot up here if it's not being completely ransacked by the rest of the teams.
They get mini Gatka for free. That's crazy. Or old liquid, or you all want to call it.
लो करूँ caster voice. मोनल जी बताओ.
Good to see Micah back though, to be a full form and strong. This is closing in them a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't get knocked and flushed immediately here with no armor and vest. You don't get any of the 30, 40 or 55% reduction that those are offering here. Beamy with a full 3 gear.
Audio Hindi करो.
This is my goat,
caster को दिशा पट्टा नहीं बना तू?
I wonder why.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, Hindi कैसे करूँ?
No questions to be asked here. My question is though, why is he running around with a
आपका
gas
voice
can?
से caster का voice ज़्यादा है.
Explosive ordeal
My bad,
happening here?
my bad.
Or
एक second.
what's the plan behind this?
एक second.
He's looking for some stylish maneuvers,
My bad.
like
1
just
second.
throwing it at people and then shooting it to explode it, you know? We've seen it before. We've seen it before.
Yeah, I like that when we saw that happening.
Check. Hello, mic test.
S8UL coming in here on the
SIDL सुना
southern
मैंने, रुक
side
जाओ,
of the
देखने दो.
chopsticks, and they're in this east, but they actually have quite the space ahead of them now that Navi left to Gatka, and that opens up the door for them to either play on the fields later or take some of the compounds that's still in. But now, once we see this next circle,
जगह मिल गई chat, जगह मिल गई zone में.
How congested it is already, we're going to
जगह मिल गई
start
zone में. Let's go
seeing
W.
a lot more people go down. 59 alive, and it's basically only built to camps.
Yeah.
A lot of teams have been called back. It's only Nemesis that's down to a one-man solo here.
It's a slow one to start things off, understandably so, though. For a circle like this, everyone's kind of got their spot, and they are sticking it out. I'm interested to see if Boz does continue the 2-2. You mentioned it before, and they've so far...
Shit भाई vending machine से revive नहीं होता.
I think that once this next circle shift comes in, surely somebody's going to be like, okay, right, we got to get together. Because there's just going to be too many people alive to be able to hold down both of these locations at any given time. Unless they are very, very confident about their defensive capabilities. I don't think you should be, though, in a lobby like this.
And also on radio, you get shot from everywhere, like you lose your car so easily, and if people start encroaching, it's different here.
मैं फिर कैसे बैठूं यार, एक second.
VP's trying to get a hold of things here. It actually looks like we're going into the more
western
side of things.
दिखता था अभी अब सही है.
And it's looking like Boris has 2 prior positions. If they leave, someone's going to spot it. And
they're
going to pre-take it here. It looks like Noslag actually spotted them and pre-drove that to take radio away from Boris. That's huge.
And there's a lot of teams also driving through on here as well. This, as well as the Mythos, trying to go and crash into the position of Boz at the moment here.
Fight on early chat, let's go.
Start things off against He-Man, just as though Gus were trading back with Hicks going for another maneuver against this. Nades forward. Perfect stuff by Boz. I was asking whether or not they have the defensive chops, and yes, they do so far.
That is
Sucks
huge.
नहीं
सकस
सकस सकस भी बोल सकते
here. Plenty of utility to be picked up.
सकस भी बोल सकते
also other teams could encroach on this area.
मुश्किल है नहीं क्यों मुश्किल लग रहा है मुश्किल लग रहा है
PGG comes in around this other side here, and that's the place to take out the pickaxes, to dig deeper to make sure your cars doesn't get hit too much here. It's a good spot around the water tower, a little bit different to what it was years ago when Wrangel come in. There's a lot more cover and very, very playable in this area in general. Subila also found himself a decent spot to play here now. The question is really, do we settle?
शादी लाइव करो पैसा वसूल होगा नहीं है उधर नेट भी लाइव करने के लिए शादी
Meanwhile, we also saw
कास्टर वॉइस लाउड है
no slack.
अरे म्यूट कर देता हूँ अभी कास्टर को उतना ही बचा है अभी और कर नहीं सकता मैं
Twisted Minds actually took the old spot of that, but Zulin's fine.
नहीं मरा ना अभी तक
ऐसे
ऐसे मरने से ज्यादा गोली बेटर पड़ती है क्या चैट मतलब मैंने नोटिस किया है PUBG PC में जस्ट बहुत चीज नोटिस की है मैंने बेटर लगती है क्या ज्यादा डैमेज पड़ता है क्या गोली क्या कुछ क्या सीन है मतलब चैट ऐसे जब करते हैं क्या होता है उससे रिकॉइल कंट्रोल अच्छा लॉन्च करते हैं
That's crazy. Code Marco going down. Lockerux actually also flushed here from T-Bone. And VP losing him. Nixie, another spot here. Beamy's really trying to figure out, can he play here? Can he defend this spot? And he cannot. Lots of damage done, both from Ascend and from SAUL. Nixie, more nades coming in. Oh my god, there's so much shots coming out towards them. Can they defend this position even?
This is unexpected, but they're trying to make it work. SAUL looking from the distance. Nixie peppering a few shots that way to see if we can kind of suppressing fire the angle and see if we can get a little bit going further on. But now they've lost wheels. It's going to be much harder for this US to really do much about it. Into the smoke we go, getting a bit healing down. And in picture, Na'Vi versus Twisted Minds across the fields, across the trenches here.
उधर से एक मिसाइल जा रही है.
Perfect example, getting one each. Hackatory down. Fair is the IGL as well, also knocked. Circle goes away from them.
PC में gyro कैसे use करते हैं लोग?
Example, that's a big knock to take.
Monitor हिलाते हैं लोग normally. Depend करता है मतलब. कुछ लोग monitor हिलाते हैं, कुछ लोग keyboard हिलाते हैं.
Great nade, it finds Batulins. It's evening out just a little bit here for him. Perfectix pushes forward.
They're lost 0-3. Oh no.
His former teammate.
Oh no.
Tries to take and save. Oh my god. Batulin's gone down too. He's going to go for the rest here, Lou. Who's going to end up on the top of the fight here with effectively a 2 versus 2 until they get the rest off an example.
Yeah, this is brutal. Because it's like an unstoppable object meets the immovable force, or however that goes, right?
कोई और भी गेम खेलता था क्या? ऐसे कोई नाम सुना हुआ लग रहा है उसका बूस्टिक का chat?
Forwards, they're going to hit. They are going to hit. It's just a matter of who's actually going to be the casualties that go down first, and if you can actually trade them out a little bit better. Boostic once again hits another
out of EWC. Out थोड़ी होगा, lower bracket भी है.
Yeah, really using the utility.
Please, relax.
Smokes now, no lethals in hand. Perfectix finds some shots and
बूस्टिक है. नहीं बूस्टिक में नाम सुना है मैंने पहले, या तो पता नहीं देख मतलब मैं बूस्टिक मेरे को नाम पता है.
Oh my god, great nade from Hackatory finds Perfectix, and now it's just example. Can he hold on? Can he save Twisted Minds versus Na'Vi here?
Yeah, the problem is that whoever wins this out, I mean, they're on the north side of this field, and they're obviously going to try to be coming in a very, very dangerous position against these teams. Example starts things off against Boostic, but Spiro goes for the trade as well.
हम लोग थोड़े शांत हैं फिलहाल.
Hackatory finishes it off.
शांत हैं फिलहाल थोड़े हम लोग chat.
And finishing off completely. Spiro with the double and takes down Lou. That's Twisted Minds out with only 3 points in the game.
And also, Bushido Wildcats goes down to 14th place here. Send finding some kills onto Crossberg. Defix finds T-Bone. That's Nemesis actually sneaking in behind.
But slow taking games PC में PUBG PC में ना.
And now it's falling a little bit apart for Send, losing multiple players. Also knocks in their
अपन kills वाले बंदे शान क्यों खेल रहे हैं यार? जा रहे अभी जा रहे.
A backfill from Nemesis.
वॉर पे जा रहे हैं वो लोग. हाँ लड़ने जा रहे. Kills वाले बंदे शान क्यों खेल रहे हैं? जा रहे. ये देखो अब तो अपनी फाइट होगी शायद.
I don't know. This is still kind of Virtus Pro trying to hold them out.
इधर नॉक हुआ
है. Nice nade though against Phil first to do that. SAUL trying for a few more nades forwards, a few more smokes forwards.
अरे क्या आ रहे हैं उनके ऊपर?
To be able to play in, because not only do you have to then go down the hill, you have to go back up it right after with this kind of valley ahead of you. And Virtus Pro is very keen on the idea of shutting this down.
Beamy finds Keter. It's not what I like to see. Oh my god, PGG finds Na'Vi, the majority of it. Rox also finds one. They tried to get in here. They got held out. The fight was going on for too long. Everyone else was sitting out for
dead.
An easy hold from the northern side
here.
Stiffix, that's Nemesis out on the 11th place. And now the southern fight is just going to be between VP and SAUL.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Whoever comes out from that south side might be in a okay position to start playing onto the very far south of this circle as well. A lot of the compounds have just been pushed out though of this next circle here, Martin, meaning that Everlong, Boars, Vis up alongside the compounds on the north side of that road. Gonna have a bit of a harder time trying to kind of wiggle on through, especially once they get in nade range of PGG, because as long as they've got a little bit of utility left available to them here, PGG should be flying.
VP को मार दिया तो अच्छा गेम है.
Everlong, Boss and Vis, all these teams are currently outside.
VP को मारना पड़ेगा.
The winner could be PGG from this. They could be cleaning up the majority of these teams already. No Slack also on that western side, trying to figure out, do we engage on Ascend or do we try to make something happen on Hive though? And here we have Panzerfaust. Something happened here. Saint goes down. Sloy Jackets, look at that. PGG stealing it.
Prediction. I think Boris.
Yeah, there's technically a lot of points
he's going
for
to take
PGG
this
on
Boris.
this board if they're able to kind of convert some of the steals, some of the knocks that they're able to maybe get on this.
एक अब knock दिया अपन ने.
In the distance from Everlong. I don't know if that's your priority right now, SAUL here, but at the same time, no slack getting absolutely annihilated here for a moment. Scav down. Keta trying to do something. Will it be the end of Ascend though? As it can be running on
kill
in.
मिला
Chase him down. Okay, Ascend's gone. Ascend's gone. Satta doing even
एक
more.
और kill मिला शायद.
And he was kind of the MVP for no slack.
2 kill मिले.
In
Nice.
the playoffs, I must say. So I'm hoping for big things from Satta.
अरे ए जान दे रहा हूँ.
Good for that. Look at that. Nixie's got an angle. Good swap. Gets another. Oh my God. Beamy and Nixie destroyed SAUL in 8th place here. 6 kills for them now. There were 3 men.
Chance ही नहीं था.
They're
VP
able to
से
hold them down
जाना
and
chance ही नहीं.
kind of push in between them. And now they
VP
have this
से
southern
जाना
sides on themselves. They're
chance
gonna
नहीं
have a
था.
fight
3 kill मिले.
with no slack
NT.
here.
NT.
They just survived another fight.
दो गए बोर्स
Rexy,
के.
the
बोर्स जीत.
M249,
बोर्स का एक ही
about
बाकी
to
है.
take his
The fuck?
nationality.
VP
friendly
जीतेगा.
base
VP
guys
VP
here
का
to
गेम.
on
VP का गेम है
combat from
100%.
Finland. It's action on each other. That's what I want
VP
to say.
VP का गेम है.
We're going to see quite a few of these players.
It's a
on the
VP game,
PNC
chat.
roster,
It's
that's
a
for
VP
sure.
game.
Curex is guaranteed
Please
to stay, and
like
then
the
from
fucking
there-
stream and
I
subscribe to
don't
the
know, I
fucking
think we'll be
stream,
seeing
please.
good old Satta there.
Please.
Alongside. Yeah. And we will see. As Beamy and Nixie now going to be moving forwards, trying to put some pressure on. 500 damage already done for Nixie at the moment. Flashes forward, seeing if he can get a little bit more of a purchase on this position. Vitality is gone on the other side of this map. Ive's been kind of lingering for a little bit. Nade forward, spray, straight through. IXE is down at the front of that. And he had a nade cooked in his hand. He dropped it. Bit of a disaster. As he's trying to push through again. They're
That's
getting annihilated on this push.
That's one flush as well. Now it's just down to Sata. Can he get another hand nade out to correct here? That's a great one. Cooked.
Nice.
7 HP left. Now he pushes out. He goes for the stun in the hand instead of going for a push with the gun. So now VP can survive with 9 kills here. And Hive decided to not third party this. They were inside the house. They didn't have a timing for it. They're going to go for the fight for PGG. And
PWC के लिए कितना है? I think first ना?
Northern Fields.
Chat?
Well, yeah. Virtus
First,
definitely made the
जितना मेरे को मालूम है.
He's hitting everything, isn't he? They made a huge case on the south side, and as I say, I think they're going to be totally fine on the south side of the circle, and everybody else in the north is going to have to fight one another. Unless Hive, of course, continues to commit to this, what is effectively a 2-2 split. Have the 2 at the north can be able to hold out the rest of what
Subscribe करो मेरे चैनल को. VP का ही है चिकन.
They've got so much room, unless Hive
सबको देख रहे हो लोग. सबको देख रहे भाई.
I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
कुछ करने का गरज नहीं इनको. सब दिख रहा है. देखो क्या पोजीशन है ये. Oh my god.
Their window of opportunity was when they're fighting with no now Beamy finds Stratus as well. Goes for the flush as well. 89 damage. He's going to bleed out. Nixie goes for the confirm here. Oh my god. The green machine is doing so much work.
It's unfair.
Beamy is a bolt action god. And now this going for a send towards the edge here, and now VP is going to have to engage in that. 11 kills for them in the top 5 in the first game. Talk about confidence.
It's a smart move as well, because they knew that Hive was eventually going to be trouble trying to make this move on that west side. So they actually wanted to deny from that position. And just finds an instant opportunity on the spray.
इनके पास पोजीशन देखो चैट. बाप रे कोई मार ही नहीं सक रहा है लोग को.
Forwards there to be able to try and deny exactly what it's doing.
Oh shot.
Another hit with the arm. Beamy, somebody get this guy a napkin.
Oh my god. You heard
गोली नहीं है
that
लेकिन
the
अभी 4 ही गोली.
player selections are just about to hit here, so the performance comes in. As if he was not already guaranteed, he continues to dong in the lobby here. PGG in the distance here. Can they get in though? Teams, they have so much cover and all the other fights should be going on, but Beamy gets the focus still a little bit. Habibi gets some damage onto rocks here on the other side here, and multiple
100% इनका चिकन है. शादी के टेंशन में हो क्या ऐसे क्यों बैठे हो? अरे वो टेबल मेरा ये डाइनिंग टेबल पे बैठा हूँ. टेबल नहीं है, घर का सेटअप नहीं है पार्थ भाई. बीमी का चिकन है.
Schengen finds some. He has full 3 gear. Last player for Hive here. Smoke's going forward. Both VP and the rest of the guys here have to engage. Habibi finds Salik here. It's mostly PDG that's on the receiving end now. Beamy finds a absolutely beautiful push onto this here, and 7 kills for him.
का ही है. Impossible है कोई और जीते. उनका पोजीशन देखो चैट.
Damage done. Swings around again, and he's just gonna do it. Oh my god, Virtus Pro for a 16-kill victory.
Which team will? एक सेकंड पहले तो ये मैं रुको. ब्राउजर सोर्स 30 डिसीजन था मेरा एक्चुअली. रुक जाओ. अरे बहुत दिक्कत हो रहा है मेरे को. दिख ही नहीं रहा है. एकदम छोटा छोटा दिख रहा है सब कुछ. वेट अ मिनट. वेट अ मिनट चैट. साला दिख ही नहीं रहा मेरे को कुछ. ग्लासेस पिछले 7 दिनों में मैंने खोया. कभी किसने ऐसा में बस चैट अभी इसमें नहीं देख पाऊंगा मैं. चैट का दिक्कत हो गया. चैट अब थोड़ा अपने को मोनल जी अगर इसका चैट मिस हो गया तो मेरे को व्हाट्सएप करना, क्योंकि चैट अब फोन में देखना पड़ेगा. ना 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 ऐसी पढ़ लो. कहाँ है, दिख ही नहीं रही.
400-500 meters away from
शादी के टेंशन में पड़ी ना.
पड़ी
पड़ी.
किक
पे भी करोगे स्ट्रीम भाई, पैसे मिलेंगे तो कर लेंगे यार. एक बार गूगल पे यूनिवर्सल WC चेक खर्च करो. अभी नहीं बात. मेरा पीसी नहीं है ना, कुछ भी इसमें आ सकते हैं कि मैंने रेंट पे लिया है लैपटॉप. निहाल लॉस्ट टू डूडा. डूडा इज वन ऑफ द ओजीज ऑफ द गेम. अच्छा, ये वही फॉर्मेट है क्या चैट? ब्लिट्स फॉर्मेट 3 मिनट वाला. हाँ वही है क्या? अरे ब्लैक स्क्रीन आ रही है.
It's a weird one, right? Because I feel like I understand that Hive wants to hold out.
That was my bad.
You've got that western side. You can try.
My bad. कोई बताया नहीं मेरे को.
They do get 10 points from this game with 26.
Rapid है 10 मिनट. अच्छा.
But yeah, it just felt like too little, too late. Blank for
10 मिनट मेरे को थोड़ा ज्यादा लगता है. किसी को 3 मिनट के मैचेस खेलने मेरे सामने तो आ जाना. 10 मिनट का टाइम नहीं है मेरे पास. 3 मिनट, 1 मिनट, 15 सेकेंड्स. ये फॉर्मेट में किसी को खेलने है मेरे साथ तो आ जाना.
But taking control of the end game, they're not always the best at. A lot of times it just became that they were the most dominant force remaining in the lobby as a four-man.
अलीसा जी ने कहा है मैप स्ट्रीम खोल के रखना है. क्या करूँ उसका? मेरे
lobby where you have teams like Virtus Pro who are happy just to run things from up on the high ground.
आओ फिर chess.com भाई देखो.
I think that is the big difference here between.
टाइम नहीं है मेरे पास अभी. मेरा सेटअप नहीं है. मेरा मैकेनिकल कीबोर्ड नहीं. मैकेनिकल कीबोर्ड के बिना मैं चेस नहीं खेलता हूँ. मेरा थोड़ा इशू होता है मूवमेंट वगैरह में इशू होता है.
Navi though that game, because it was really just two titans just giving each other black eyes over on the field. So I like the
सिर्फ शादी के मेन्यू में हैंड बात होगा नहीं. वो चीज सिर्फ आपके घर में बनती है उत्तराखंड में. कीबोर्ड का तो काम ही नहीं है. अरे मैं मेरा अपने पॉन्स में कीबोर्ड से मूव करता हूँ. हॉट कीज पे रखा है मैंने. हॉट कीज पे है सब कुछ. हॉट कीज पे है ना मेरा सब कुछ मूवमेंट, तो इसलिए मैं अभी खेल नहीं पाऊंगा.
But it
Sorry.
comes at the behest of Enja, of the fact that you get these teams running into one another in the north.
Yeah, it's always good for the rest of the lobby when the two big dogs in the lobby, they assure mutual destruction with their explosives. So yeah, obviously big for them here. But again, the way that everything kind of lined up, there's so much potential for other teams.
नहीं होता जनाब. ग्रैंड मास्टर्स के लिए वो सेटिंग है. ग्रैंड मास्टर्स तक नहीं है वो सेटिंग. उसके ऊपर एक और आता है जो शो नहीं होता है chess.com पे. ग्रैंड उन लोग के पास की बाइंडिंग इसका सेटिंग है. तो वो पॉन्स मेरे जो है वो कीबोर्ड से हिलते हैं. और जो बाकी के कैमल एलिफेंट वगैरह वो जेस्चर कंट्रोल पे मेरे मूवमेंट होती है. कैमरे पे जेस्चर कंट्रोल मैंने मैप किया हुआ है. ऐसे सब. इसके लिए अभी मैं चेस नहीं खेल पाऊंगा. मे बी घर पे सेटअप पे जाने के बाद. अभी नहीं होगा. अभी हो नहीं.
Makes a lot of sense, right? When you're having to play things in slow from the south side here, Blank. You're coming in late anyway, all the way from the east. Yeah. After Reduzi's got himself the glider and stuff like that. But if Nixie is looking down at you like that, then how are you supposed to be able to get in?
Yeah, I was going to say, their drop spot is way on the other side of the map of this circle. And even so, I do think that they took a good route in, right? It's just they've got
कैमल एलिफेंट बोला तभी समझिए भाई, यही तो गलत है ना, हम लोग इतने वेस्टर्न हो गए हैं मोनाली जी कि क्या गलत बोला मैंने? अगर मैंने पॉन को सोल्जर बोल दिया, हाँ, नाइट को घोड़ा बोल दिया, हाँ, रुक को हाथी बोल दिया, तो क्या हुआ? तो क्या हुआ? क्या हुआ?
But they ran into the team that was on fire. That's the be all end all of that conversation basically.
हिंदी मेरी सेकेंड लैंग्वेज है, ठीक है? सेकेंड लैंग्वेज है मेरी हिंदी, और मैं हिंदी में बात करूंगा. बिशॉप इज इक्वल टू कैमल? नो, कैमल इज इक्वल टू बिशॉप, ठीक है? जस्ट FYI, व्हाट्सएप पे इसका कॉल है. Number 8.
185. Knocked up. He's on green. Kill kills. Between you guys and Coffee.
Watch out behind you, guys. Speaking
I'm going back down.
You have to go down.
I'm healing. Guys, get second place. Life is gonna die and...
Comms.
Let's play. Shut up.
You have Panzer Force if you want to do highlight.
इतने सारे स्टिकर कैसे बन गए यार एक स्ट्रीम से?
Nice one, connected. Fuck him with Panzer.
One series.
No.
भाई बिशप को कैमल बोलते हैं हिंदी में, ठीक है? हिंदी में जो भी चेस खेलता है, मैं हिंदी में चेस खेलता हूँ, मेरे को कैमल बोलने का है, मैं कैमल बोलूंगा. रुक को हम लोग एलिफेंट बोलते हैं हिंदी में, तुम लोग इंग्लिश में खेलते हो, तुम बोलो रुक.
Solo guy orange, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
Running close under beam. 1 HP under beaming. 1 HP. Nice boy.
कैमल इंग्लिश है, सॉरी. हिंदी में ऊट बोलते हैं, हिंदी में हम लोग ऊट बोलते हैं. सॉरी. आई मीन नींद पूरी नहीं हुई है, हिंदी में हम लोग ऊट बोलते हैं. माय बैड. दैट वाज क्लियरली माय बैड. क्लियरली माय बैड था वो. क्लियरली माय बैड चैट. क्लियरली. एलिफेंट नहीं, हाथी.
Talking about that they're going to contest them at the top and they're destroying each other, right? So this foundation that VP is building uncontested currently is
Ajju bhai is grand master in chess. मैं grand master हूँ, लेकिन
a lot of the line for this tournament here, so
try playing against me.
to lock this in early.
Try next time. अभी setup नहीं है मेरे
This
पास.
is not the team you want to see run away with things and snowball affect everything.
No, definitely not. I mean, if you think about the PGC points as well, yes, we did distribute a few PGC points across those playoff days. However, in these finals is when it gets really big compared to.
यार ये uncomfortable है यार, ये बहुत, ये CTR chat. रुको, लेट मी सी अगर कोई और जगह है जहां से मैं स्ट्रीम कर सकता हूँ. रुको, wait.
I'm so sorry, Schengen. Yes, you survived to the late game, but being outshone you just.
एक सेकंड, अभी उठाओ तो मुंह उतारी है. एक सेकंड.
They really know how to really twist the dagger a little bit on this one. But yeah, I think it's a good comparison to make. They both survived equal time, but the activity is just not there.
All right, Blank Avenger, you're taking it away. It's time for good old Miramar, the Dusty Dooms, game number 2. Virtus Pro currently on top.
Indeed, we head into it south side up towards the north, very central on the playing path. Even most people can get where they need to be. You're going to be out a little bit early though if you want to get that looting under control. So some of our teams just wasn't.
Let me see if I can move the laptop.
Yeah, we can let Calais.
भाई मतलब नहीं हो रहा मेरे को इधर बैठने अब.
And nose is sniffling just a little bit. So now we can continue the talk. We can continue the ideas.
Shit, game चालू हो गया. एक
Let's
सेकंड.
see though if we have some time to talk or if we're gonna have some contests towards some cars, towards some spots that the teams might be hot dropping. I don't think it's likely. Everlong also getting uncontested. Picardo is absolute insanity, if you ask me. But yeah, maybe it's not worth it. If they're just gonna hot drop and sit in corners with shotguns and just wait it out for 15 minutes, nobody's gonna wanna do anything with that, right? So that's the sad thing for it. But so far, it looks pretty calm and collected here for the majority of things.
Yeah, you know what? I'm in love. I'm actually in love. This is amazing. It's the first time I've actually seen people just be like, Picardo's great and all. I don't want to do the do-si-do inside the apartments. I just don't want to deal with it. It's not worth it. It wastes a lot of time. And I've never ever seen it where
सही है ना एंगल
one people just
भाई थक गया हूँ यार दिन भर
they didn't even test it, so I'm very pleased to see it. We do get a southern circle on this one, so most teams are getting out early.
Oh, Navi versus SATL.
I'm happy with this. They get looted nice and early. You can start moving. It does mean like the outskirts of Los Leones might get a little bit
भाई
contested.
VP 26 पॉइंट निकाला
Over towards that north side.
बाप रे
Overall, yeah, your likes of
26 पॉइंट निकाला भाई VP हाँ चेक
quite pleased with how this is all.
Damn, bro.
But it is the big team, VP, who are dead central right now.
Yeah. If it wasn't for them getting, a little bit of great games in the first one here, it continues. But it's difficult though. Los Leones home turf circles is not really anything to talk about. It's mostly the great loot and the great connection to the majority of the map here, unless we go all the way north or northeast, obviously. But still, for them to start like this here is obviously huge.
Luka Rooks, must नाम है ये लोग के लिए कि ना?
There's going to be one
Increase sound
to fight for once we get to the finals, and we don't want to see that already. We want to see them dunk in the lobby, but we want to see them.
सही है sound मोनाली जी?
Make it exciting.
अरे ज़ौली ये कौन है?
It's El Diablo. He does have a bit of a hellish throat right now, but like we said, we're letting him rest. We've put him in his coffin, we've closed the lid, and we'll get him out later. In about 23 minutes, let's say, Avenger.
Oh fuck, ये कौन था?
The empiric joke is on reference and on point for the actuality of his playing style, right?
El Diablo.
A little bit of steps, a little bit of empiric games,
What
and
the
then,
hell?
And then him putting to sleep the Dracula himself in Kyle Harris. But yeah, obviously great here with how the game's shaped up here. But talk to me about what do you think the great conversation was, and let's talk a bit more about that as we point out what's happening on screen here, because the rotations are going to be happening. The majority of the teams on the northern side are going to have to get in.
And it's just quite nice, isn't it, right? Where you have the 3 games beforehand last week, and then you get to really talk about a lot of these teams' tendencies and how they like to play. And it really does come back to Hive, because I think we even brought it up last week where we were saying
किसको सीड बाय का डांस देखना शादी में डांस मैं नहीं करने वाला हूँ
and I think that's
नहीं है
one of the big difficulties a lot of these cup teams are going to fall into.
सीड बाय इस पोजीशन में आपका नेक पेन हो जाएगा चेंज एंगल
Twisted Minds versus Pro. If you give them mints, they're going to take
है ही नहीं ब्रो नेक ही नहीं है
Right.
एन क्या होगा
which is
वेंचो
a real problem. I think that for the cup teams
आप करोगे नहीं भाई कोरियोग्राफी वाला तो नहीं करूंगा मैजिक जूस के बाद जो रात को डांस करते हैं वो करूंगा
because last week it's a bit of a mad dash to get in. Teams are constantly researching where teams are going, what the rotational pass is. Here it's a bit more set in stone, which is why I do think teams that have played on the international level start to thrive a bit more, because this is sort of their home turf, right?
Yeah, I completely agree. The craziest thing to me of Everlong getting both Picardo and
Navi is from India.
They're technically the
वो Navi है
16th team. They were third.
तुम जिधर स्कूल में जाते हो नवी मुंबई है
And that's the 3 teams that got through.
सेम नहीं है दोनों
Them being able to get 2 of the most
सेम नहीं है
locations on the 2 most played maps is absolutely wildness to me, but good thing for them. Let's see if they can capitalize on that. Here is UL coming in from the Impala side here. Somewhat high prior to some of their spots to come in. Adus is already on the front here. Rox is going to be able to grab a coup. I do love myself some coups. It's great.
Magnus versus Dennis 2020 है Damn bro I almost choked
I do like a Porsche.
Deep throat मत करो ना फिर
The Aston, I believe.
Aston's great too, yeah.
That's one I go with. I got the silver one, but it's probably because the only known. So
chat
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I'm always
अच्छा गेम लग रहा है
Always trying to. I think
अच्छा गेम लग रहा है
skin.
अच्छा गेम लग रहा है चैट
Yeah, that's
अच्छा
true.
गेम अच्छा गेम एनालिस्ट लग रहा है
That does look great. I've seen some.
Have you?
Playing in, yeah, I've seen some the max rank, and I'm just like,
No way.
You're crazy. Yeah, some of the guys that play a lot in rank, obviously committing a lot of time and effort, so they gotta have that.
That's true. I'd have to beg Crafton, essentially. That's the only way I'm getting this skin.
Please.
Please.
Do you have some sort of
मैं पोलियो के ऐड के बच्चे लग रहे हो आधे दिख रहे हो कैमरे में
It's an Eve skin, guys.
अरे अभी ठीक है ना
That's happening.
वो डिटेक्ट नहीं कर पा रहा है मेरे पोज को
You gotta turn on this.
Nvidia broadcast है ना ग्रीन स्क्रीन थोड़ी है मेरे पास
And then see if you can apply for power.
तो मेरा पोज ही नहीं समझ में आ रहा
That's not happening either, I don't think. I'd just beg for an Eve skin. That's about as far as I go.
देख हाथ दिख रहा है हाथ
All
दिख
right,
रहा है
Resort down here with no slack in the Finnish squad. Good to see Scavin here. Good to see Sata.
16 months W.
Sata did do extremely well.
Damn, bro. 16 months of my highest membership.
Extremely well for their games and how
that's a W right there.
Sata had
Chat.
the most kills in 13 kills in 5 games. So
W right there.
Continue that a little bit,
Chat.
Which was crazy because the rest of his team was nowhere near him. He got 13. Then the
वैसे
rest of
भी
the guys got
stream
4,
पे जगह
2,
कम है.
and 3. So
जगह
no
ले नहीं रहा
slack
मैं इतनी सी तो
were
जगह ली है.
half
40 months
by
से
So
मोनाली जी
really gonna be cool.
मिल्क आर्मी की है
I
लेकिन.
mean, something like this, the PNC
I mean,
selection for
बहुत
the
बढ़िया
different
बात है.
countries now that
बहुत
Finland
बड़ी
is
बात है.
in,
फर्क नहीं पड़ता chat.
is gonna end
वैल्यू
after
से फर्क नहीं
PNC is
पड़ता.
over as a whole, so we're obviously gonna have
समझे?
another playoff week. We're not gonna have the last finals, so. But that performance is definitely going to not go unnoticed for no slack in the guys.
Oh, you see, this is like the PNC trials. Oh, we got Team Comms as well from a certain.
Glider here, Chris. Perfect, perfect.
nah. LOL's watching Greater Dhol. LOL's को 20,000 रहेगी, मेरी 10,000 तक चली जाएगी. तेरी जिंदगी में अगर तेरे को 2 लोग वॉच कर लेते ना, तेरे माँ और तेरे बाप, तो जिनको ये दिन देखना नहीं पड़ता.
That's why we have so much time for Team Comms.
वो fuck इतनी sexy गाड़ी है. भाई गर्दन दर्द हो रही है. Sexy गाड़ी है इसमें इतनी. Chat.
Resco and the guys that obviously were on point for this, so it's cool to see. These guys here, they have some ideas and plans, and they obviously know where Everlong's landing for Picado, but they don't know that Everlong's already on the southwest side of Los Leones. They know where the team's from, so that's obviously something that's crucial here for when you rotate. But yeah, it's good to see this new lineup for Ascend. Always been a fan of the Ascend club as a whole, but it's awesome to see this new lineup. But them being in first shot here, they're able to make it. From day
मैंने
one,
माइक गलती से म्यूट कर दिया था. My bad. My bad. चालू हो गया.
Yeah, it looked like there was a chance for them in day one. I think
it was close.
Yeah, if that Everest play had gone a little bit better, I don't think they let Keros
चालू है ना माइक.
quick enough. I think that's the point where you just got to send it.
क्या फूका है? अरे दिन भर सोया नहीं हूँ यार मोनाली जी.
It's still a low chance you take both down before someone switches.
सुबह की फ्लाइट थी, सोया नहीं हूँ. दोपहर को 2 घंटा सोया हूँ बस.
At the end of the day, I think
और अभी 1-1.5 घंटा सोया हूँ बस.
But you're right. I mean, they still got in a pretty dominant fashion on day 2, so it was absolutely all okay.
जगह जो डिस्केंट है.
See a little bit more from this team.
मेरा चैट देखो.
I actually really like their gameplay, and whenever we do hear their comms, I
कभी-कभी लगता है जानबूझ के बोलते हैं लोग जस्ट आपकी रिप्लाई. हाँ. तो इसके लिए मैं ट्राई करता हूँ हर बार कुछ अलग नया रिप्लाई दूँ.
I'm not sure.
Prediction. I think.
Nice to hear, which keeps the comms clear as well, which is something I did want to.
I think it's a Boars and a Vitality good game chicken dinner.
Incredible at listening to multiple teams comms at the end.
Vitality and Boars.
They are so clear on what their approach is going to be. That team is very well oiled.
Yeah, they know exactly what to point out, what to talk about, and when to talk about it. And that's, I think, one of the most hidden skills you actually have in PUBG is the comms. Like, if you have clean comms, accurate comms, it's something that you really can benefit from here. And X-Circle popped. It's kind of on the southern side of Las Lonas. A lot of teams already moving into position here. VP trying to get some of the more southern side here from especially the intersection and the compounds close to the big warehouse. They might have a fight with Styrish Guy just shortly, so they might be able to tune into that. Perfectix also taking some shots here towards
अकेला फंस गया अपना प्लेयर. ठीक है ना, आ जाएगा वापस.
It's always great to hear this. Oh, Nitro finds Nixie. That's one of the big fraggers from last game gone down here. Nitro swings around and actually engages.
Oh no! Hey, इसमें गाड़ी में नहीं बिठा सकते? मोबाइल जैसा? Oh no!
Smart if they don't feel like they have the upper hand in this fight here, have some sort of an advantage to kind of disengage.
What's up, Aksaj?
But yeah.
बिठा सकते तो बिठा क्यों नहीं उसने? Oh shit! लुकारुक्स भी गया.
That's from Hive as
well.
I think that they dropped in off the
Learn
back
लग गया
of an
VP के.
E-pickup as well. So that is a very fast bit of revenge there from last game. But you're right. I think for VP that was the correct decision. Just disengage. You got a central spot. It's likely getting further towards the end of the game. It's just crazy. You get backfilled from the sky. The shoots did come in thick and fast. So now Hive will be holding on as Beamy attempts to keep them at bay. What a shot though over towards Mogot.
He set him down. I know they know Hive. Yeah, they saw the knock was on Hive as well from the third party, so now I'm just gonna push through, see if they can commit to
आप तो
this.
एवरेज
Correction goes
यूट्यूब
down as well.
शॉर्ट
He's
स्ट्रीमर
alone.
लग रहे हो आफ्टर 10 PM वाले अबे
Try to get
बेंचो
some info here.
भाई ठीक है भाई सॉरी
Does a lot of
बैठ
damage,
रहा हूँ ठीक
30
से
HP, immediately goes
थका
to
हुआ हूँ
the
दिन भर
team.
काम धंधा करके आया हूँ
Rocks is down, B
हाँ
goes down to, oh my
बैठ गया
God,
ना ठीक से
Dante
अभी
down to 19 HP. He
बस
almost 1v3'd them, giving them a little bit too many of the 1v1 fights here. The good push for the refrag came in for Dante. They're gonna go for a quick res on Mogul. Vitality heard that. They saw that the knocks and the flushes coming in through, so they know that they're gonna be able to capitalize on this just a little bit.
पर चढ़ा है
It's bad bazooka back at it again. It's got the
धैर्य
Panther
थैंक यू
ready.
अरे क्या
to
करते हैं
go.
ये वाला
Creep his way into the building. But yeah, this is a very, very good pickup from Team Vitality. Very quick on the trigger there. Took what they saw from the kill feed, like you said. Moved down here, got the player from Virtus Pro on the backside
वो
there,
लेवांटे
and then
उसके
just
जैसे दिख रहा है
slowly
झाइबू के जैसा
the position that
हाँ
ideally Hive would have loved to have
लगता है
grabbed for themselves after
लगता है 5 मिनट नींद में स्नोर करोगे आप यार देखो ब्रेक में थोड़ा सा नैप लेंगे ब्रेक में थोड़ा सा नैप लेंगे नींद नींद दिक्कत मतलब कल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट डे है
Great to see. But this did move a little bit further south down from Los Leones, which I'm okay with. I do find Los Leones circles sometimes a little bit messy.
Oh, that was quick. That's real quick to get that 1%. Much Chris and the guys.
Oh!
Down to a 3-man here. More shots come in from
भाई
Moz. It's actually a
अरे फील्ड फर्स्ट फिर से नॉक हो गया यार
on to Mozak as well. He's down to 25 HP. Have to pick him up and get him safe here. Now, with how everything is kind of evolving, and with the zone popping in just a second here, the teams on this southeast side here, they're going to have a lot of teams to go through, especially if it goes away from them, or if it goes even anywhere on the northern side here. Next circle did pop. And with where we're going and how everything's kind of evolving close to Los Leones, a lot of the southern teams going to have to make moves.
Yeah, I mean, this has worked out fantastically well for Team Vitality, right? But Bushido Wildcats are making a break for it over towards the eastern side. You can already see that they've got 2 players across. Team Vitality is having none of it, though. They're instantly taking pot shots towards them, puffing their chest out just a little bit.
अक्षत भाई को क्या हो गया है
on the sidelines.
अक्षत भाई को क्या हो गया है
on that southeast side.
अक्षत भाई गुस्से में
Approach, you know, uphill through fields. It's awkward. I think there's a lot of angles that you might not be quite aware of either. Team Nemesis currently still sporting this 2-2 split right now. But neither is
जोन भाई कभी तो आजा अबे जोन का टेंशन नहीं है यार अपनी टीम ले लेती है जोन टेंशन मत लो
ideally now just waiting for the next phase really. I don't know how likely it is they'll give up this split. I think unless they're forced out from where Melman and Diffex is, they'll likely just keep this.
अपने सब रेप हो गए ना हाँ ठीक है
A lot of unplayables in play still here. I could see this zone kind of ending up towards where Twisted Minds is, unless we see a deep shift here. But yeah, could see it going a little bit west. We'll see how kind of that evolves. Though Starry Sky in a great spot here, kind of a last-minute team to come in and do quite well here. It's cool to see with Imam obviously. PNC from last year, Swedish roster, Vatso doing good. The Belgium star himself.
Rotation देखो कहाँ से देखो?
Trying to find players.
कहाँ से देखो rotation?
Play the qualification for the Belgium lineup for PUBG, for ENC, but yeah, we'll see how that evolves. So they've had a lot of players in the past, but they've gone through and either retired or done some other stuff.
It's an old man's game now. What PUBG is. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Kylaris is playing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah.
Mark Powers
इधर
is
गई
playing
टीम
it, he's old as well.
What the fuck
The other 150-year-old vampire. That's correct. Yes.
भाई चोद उधर कैसे पहुंचे हम लोग
Yeah, I think
अरे लौड़ा अभी तो जोन नीचे जाएगा
right now.
अरे क्यों गए हम लोग ऊपर
Over towards this
अभी तो जोन नीचे जाएगा यार रुक जाते हैं तुम लोग 2 मिनट
peeking over. They're taking a sniff at what's coming next.
Look at SAUL here playing. I have to point out, as Everlong takes shots at them, some damage done to them, not connecting here from Versary, but they have an itch as well from that northwestern side. And I actually think it kind of could go well for them. Bestluck finds lots of damage onto Versary here. Saints in the distance, Nate goes out. That's a great find here from Bestluck. Turns around, gets it. Confirmation is going to come through for SZUL here.
क्या rotation दिया ये?
This northwestern side, and it might come their way. We'll see. Next circle is going to pop.
देखा?
It does go west here. Look at
देखा?
that. Twisted
किधर
mind.
गया?
They had an idea all along.
ए भाई, ए goblin, भाई please.
Down to the greater compounds, and now the majority of the southern side and resort teams is going to have to make moves.
लेकिन अच्छा ही था.
I mean, Bushido Wildcats instantly double back, and for obvious reasons. Much better position to be in. Navi though is going to make a bit of
Navi भी आ गई, Navi भी आ गई.
fall themselves across the road.
Navi और अपना fight है क्या chat?
Well, know they need to start getting a move on. They have just found a perfect position to get in towards the
भाई
circle.
क्या जगह पकड़ा बे? क्या move किया बे? Chat क्या move था भाई?
Who they thought they were going to
Oh fuck!
did see SAUL, but I think that SAUL, they thought they were going to make that cross and no one be there. It was a bit of a sneaky maneuver from them. Sadly, they do run to Everlong, which slows them down on this cross in towards the circle. But you're right, Twisted Minds, this is a fantastic spot to play.
Damn, son!
A lot of teams went around here. There's quite a lot of open ground in that area anyway. So they could hold this 2-2 split for a little while, which is a huge amount of space to be taking control of.
I really don't like the 2-2 split from Bushido Wildcats for multiple reasons. It's very, very easy to crash, and if you don't...
Oh no! Oh no!
It's going to be hard. As I say, that Ares and Justice does go down here. Lots of damage done to Ascend, and they go down. No slack, and it's mainly Sata and Stay that gets the top end of things here for no slack.
I mean, you're
That
right.
was a very nice. अरे यार बेस्टो लोग गया. अरे यार वो एक बंदा बच गया तो वो खा गया साला एक गांड.
I think that was the big thing that
वो एक बंदा बचा था यार.
But I do think you're totally right. That 2-2 split was a little bit dangerous. It's some good skill to get that Panzerfaust off, which opens up a lot of space and a lot of time to work with there on out. But that could have easily also gone just as wrong.
अडूजी rotation.
Yeah.
हाँ दिख रही है तुमको rotation.
Fighting with balls here.
मेरे को दिख नहीं रही है.
No, my bad. With another Panzerfaust, Mogor goes down. Oh, Mogor finds a shotgun, but Quizzy finds a shotgun too, and Hive here. Vitality getting a few kills to come their way. Hitman goes down, and that's TMO out in 13th place with 2 points in 2 games for TMO. It's just not enough for them.
It's a very, very slow start. Really not.
Sid भाई can sit better position. My wife saying what the fuck you watching please. ऐसा क्या ड्रामा दिया है तुमने अपनी बीवी को? क्या देखते हुए पकड़े गए हो? जो ऐसे बैठा हो तो भी बीवी बोल रही है what the fuck you watching. मैप स्ट्रीम तो अभी नहीं लगा पाऊंगा. बट देख लेंगे ना. देख लेंगे रोटेशन. रुक जाओ. ये क्या हुआ?
As many teams holding as many angles.
SS
Usually have a lot of space to play with in the early game,
मेरे को
especially when
नींद आ रही
they're
करके
coming
दिखा पता
in
नहीं.
so far outside the circle. But more and more teams are happy to hold you out now if it means more points, and teams are confident to do that, just like Virtus Pro.
थोड़े से चैट हम लोग मिस कर सकते हैं क्योंकि मोबाइल पे चैट खुली हुई है.
On the eye test.
Eye test.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look.
मोबाइल में मैप स्ट्रीम देख लो और चैट इमेजिन करो ऊपर. हाँ चैट को इमेजिन.
To just look at it and test it, you know, an instant test.
Yeah, it's
हम लोग मर गए क्या?
huge in the eyeballs, you know, I sample them.
Dude,
हम लोग किधर है?
turn the eyeball around. Oh, Diffix finds multiple on balls here. That's huge for Nemesis. They take control of this.
अडूसी गया. 2 लोग बचे.
That's actually a huge blank. Starish guys holding on to that compound in the middle here. Twisted's mind is trying to lock out that northern side, but then they're going to sweep and take control of that.
मेरे को तो दिखे ही नहीं हम लोग.
ओए
ओए
Senti tries to do a pull up
उसेड़ दी.
here, but takes damage, swaps in. Sees he can do some damage onto it. Oh my god, Melman finds him, and the help comes in from Diffix too. Nemesis find multiple, and they get this game 2 started quite easily.
Hello Sid bhai, bought my second home in Delhi today for the first time, sending a super chat in almost millions of euros just in books. Let's fucking go Ashit bhai. Congratulations on your second home. अगर फर्स्ट का भी यूज नहीं है तो बात करते हैं अपन बाद में उसके बारे में. बट कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन. फिलबस्ट भी गया. लौडे लग चुके हैं इस गेम के. Congratulations brother.
Filthus going down here. Nemesis really trying to hold out this aggressively. They want to be this only team from this spot here. Stay it finds Get Rocks. Diffix finds, hello my bad earlier.
चल अपना ना डे 2 अच्छा रहता है, तुम लोग को भी पता है, तुम लोग को भी मालूम है कि अपना जो डे 2 रहता है ना वो बेस्ट रहता है अपनों का, बेस्ट। तुम लोग को भी पता है ये चीज, तुम लोग नाटक मत करो, तुम लोग को भी मालूम है कि अपना डे 2 बेस्ट डे रहता है, बेस्ट डे। मोलोडॉग भी मर गया, ओ शिट।
So there's confirmation coming in here on Getrox that that's the 10. Oh my god, Diffix with the Groza, almost 1k damage already here. Gets the confirmation.
Oh shit.
Here on boosting. He finds so much damage done.
It's so funny how instantaneous the pickup was over towards Boostic, and then he struggles on the flush, but he did drop to the ground, get behind a little bit of cover.
He had no reload. He has 26 bullets in the barrel. Not a lot of bullets for the MK12 as well. They're gonna have to loot here. State has some, so he can put some suppressive fire out here. Sosa has to disengage this fight here. Next turtle is gonna pop as well. Batso finds Melman here. Starry Sky comes out aggressively to make a push onto Nemesis here. No, not too much.
इसके नेड लेकिन इस गेम के नेड ऐसे फील नहीं होते ना जैसे BGMI के फील होते हैं, थोड़ा आवाज थोड़ा सा नर्फ है इसमें नेड का। क्या लगता है तुम लोग को चैट? आवाज थोड़ा सा नर्फ है इसमें नेड्स का, फुस्की बॉम्ब जैसे फुटते हैं ये। टाइगा, ये टाइगा मैप का नाम भूल गया, उस पे कम बैक। हाँ टिएगो है शायद, ऐसा कुछ भूल गया मैं।
Yeah, I think slightly
But
worried
this day
about
Neadet lost
Phoenix
here
being
first
up
to man,
towards
not good.
Warehouse, 'cause it's quite a large area. You could try and get on the backside of this one. He might be able to slip
How many
in,
matches
so
we
guys,
have?
maybe just
5 games
here.
today,
On
5.
both side, Hatesh
So
quickly
3 more
will
games to
move
go.
on back, but for
हल्दीला
Nemesis,
DJ है
it
कि
has been
ब्रास
non-stop
बैंड है?
action. You're right in the terms that a lot of the utility
मतलब?
quite low, ammo count quite low. There is a fair few
ढोल वाले है हल्दी में, उसके कुछ तो ट्रेडिशन होता है वो पहाड़ी लोगों का, कुछ तो स्पेसिफिक बोलते हैं उस ढोल को, पहाड़ी लोगों का कुछ ट्रेडिशनल ढोल वाले हैं, तो वो लोग रहेंगे।
They do hold out in a very difficult area, and you know the eye test, the samples come back good. It's come back looking good.
I like that. The centrifuge and the eyeball going out, proving that this is worth a while here. Quizzy with Vitality getting 5 and some potential placement points. He's gets spotted here by Celtic. Spiro finds it as well. That's another point to go their way. And we're into the top 8 here now. All the teams get 1 placement point for their contribution towards the late game here. 27 players and 8 teams. Twisted Minds now trying to take this northwest control I was talking about, to sweep along this high ground ledge. But they're going to have to take on this. The question is, how long is this fight going to take, and can they survive for long enough?
This is roll up here a little bit tough in terms of where they can throw the utility. It's only a few places they can really play that here. No way! He gets on the rocket boosters and gets shot straight out the back of it. Oh my days! What was that?
That was the oh my god, shots coming in. Scav finds one. Perfectic's gone down here. Kovalevi on the high ground. Nate come out. Oh, that hit perfectly to go up. It's unfortunate for that Nate to come through now. More shots and more damage is coming in here. Sata finds some Nate damage. Utility being committed here on the western side. With the Noslack trying to finish this fight up quickly. IXE has a spot, has an angle. Scav trying to go a little bit for the disengage. They obviously want to kind of hurt them a little bit away to make sure they don't sweep and continue on this edge here. Slack has Noslack has space to go back into this next zone. And next zone pop is in 20. Batso tries to take some mortar fire towards Navi.
Hello, I'm back.
Though here, let's see what happens with this one. Blank.
It's a fair bit of damage. He's tickled by the blue as well.
Let's go, Navi chicken dinner. Let's go, baby.
And how many more are left?
Oh, that's an 8.
Could be good.
Oh, that's an 8 too.
That's a Navi chicken dinner. Let's fucking go.
Now looks to finish it off. They do need to get across this road. These nades are a little bit too long, a little bit too short. Molotov's now been sent in. They're sending everything that's in the back pocket. Santa's coming and all he's got is utility.
Oh, smoke का क्या मस्त animation है.
Make this push. Vazo on the other side. Starry Sky know they're here. Giving it a little bit of time here to Ferris. Dropping the stun grenades. Keeping him at bay. Might double back here, but this is blue zone. We'll start to move in shortly.
Bartolin गया.
Full reset on this one.
सब रे हो गए.
If Team Nemesis even have much utility left, or if that was everything.
I mean, that would have been worth to commit all your utility for.
Emea MS का चिकन डिनर है मेरे हिसाब से, या तो ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स का भी चलेगा एक्चुअली, ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स का भी चलेगा,
openings on the warehouse where Starry Sky is.
ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स का भी चलेगा.
Fully happen here
फिर
for
5
Navi.
मिनट.
Navi's going to sweep on the northern side ridge for Starry Sky, and they are going to be pounded on from multiple angles, both from Navi and from Nemesis here, because they have to cross the road. The circle's not in on this.
नहीं सो रहा हूँ मैं, नहीं सो रहा हूँ. Game खत्म करेंगे हम लोग.
Finding Crossberg here. Look at the sweep on this spot here. They've got this ridge line I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, no start taking some shots, but this is a really nice spot. You need to drop a smoky, you can start pushing in over to
मेरे सिंगल स्टेटस में होने वाले लास्ट कुछ स्ट्रीम्स बचे हैं चैट बाय द वे. जस्ट याद दिला दो तुम लोग को. जस्ट याद दिला दो चैट तुम लोग को. कुछ आखिरी कुछ स्ट्रीम्स बचे हैं जहां पे तुमको मिस्टर सिद्धांत जोशी दिखेगा. एक सेकंड, शादी के बाद भी मिस्टर ही रहूंगा मैं. सॉरी आई मीन सिंगल सिद्धांत जोशी दिखेगा आपको. लास्ट फ्यू स्ट्रीम्स है ये उस चीज के. सो भूलना मत इस चीज को.
Team Nemesis Diffx, it's good usage of the emergency cover flares, giving some capability to get across the road, but what a shot from Nitro. Very quick, almost like a side swipe. So sad, needs to get something done here. We'll find the revenge pick off over towards Nitro. Sade has to stay alive, try and...
और कितने स्ट्रीम बाकी है? एक प्रॉपर स्ट्रीम करूंगा लास्ट. बैचलर सीड जोशी की स्ट्रीम करूंगा. The last time Sid Joshi is a bachelor stream. वापस आने के बाद 27 के बाद करूंगा, बट अभी नहीं 27 के बाद.
Kovalevi gets the confirmation on Stade. Nitro gets the confirmation on Diffx with the bleed out. Spyro and Silas here. Now it's the
मेरी लॉन्ड्री का एक बिल.
warehouse here getting pounded from multiple angles. And so said, look at that. That's great play here from Noslack, controlling the entirety of the side here.
State मैंने बोला था ना किसका चिकन बोला था मैंने. बोर्स मर गई है. वाइटलिटी मर गई है. वीपी मर गई है. ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स का चिकन है. ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स का चिकन है.
A little bit of a resupply there for Kovalevi. For first aid kits ready.
एक बॉयज नाइट स्ट्रीम चाहिए भाई, फुल नाइट.
We do have quite a lot of stacked teams in this one. Most are on 3
युद्ध पे नहीं जा रहा हूँ मैं. डेड बॉडी वापस नहीं आने वाली मेरी. युद्ध पे नहीं जा रहा हूँ, वॉर में नहीं जा रहा हूँ मैं. शादी हो रही है मेरी. एक लास्ट स्ट्रीम चाहिए बॉयज के साथ.
Difficult for Twisted Minds to get across, but they make it happen here. Example and Luke have to get a smoke out, have to get a little shield out.
The fuck इसने वॉल डाली? अच्छा हाँ, अपन देखे थी लास्ट टाइम. ग्लू वॉल है ना इसमें भी. याद है अपन ने देखी थी लास्ट टाइम. चैट फ्री फायर को कॉपी कर रहे लोग. तुम लोग देख रहे हो ना? तुम लोग देख रहे हो ना फ्री फायर कैसे कॉपी हो रहा है चैट? गलत बात है. मतलब ठीक है, कर सकते अलाउड है, कर सकते.
It's on the receiving end here. Oh, no Example finds Metabay. That's huge.
That's a crazy shot from Example. I'll show you what happens, but yeah, IXC. Lovely nade. Will take down Twisted Minds. Now drops us into No Slack versus Starry Skies here.
No girl invite. Monali ji also not invite. क्या शादी में? भाई अगर शादी के फंक्शन में ऐसा रूल बना कि वो लड़कियां अलाउड नहीं है या इनवाइटेड नहीं है, तो वो तुम्हारे लाइफ की बेस्ट शादी रहेगी जो तुम अटेंड करोगे. मजाक कर रहे हो, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मजाक कर रहा हूँ.
Then again, can they lock this out? And the vast majority
1v1
circle advantage goes to
4v3.
Survivability is crucial.
Sakalik versus Tussus
is massive.
Sakalik versus Tussus in a 4v3.
Be a big result from Starry Skies if they can win this.
Just wanted to share 35 years dad of 2 kids. You want to share your 35-year-old dad of with 2 kids? We don't mind. Like if he's a fan, we can share. Still flip for game done. We can share, no problem.
close-range weapon, but your P90's down already, and that is a big loss for the squad.
Sata.
One player left remaining, like you say, Sata with the M249, making big noise in the lobby.
भाई इनका लोगो देखो,
VP in game 2.
इनका लोगो देखो एक बार.
Unbelievable scenes here. An open qualifier, a cup team from Finland, no slack coming in here to take a win. The second game of our PEC finals day 1 here, 22 points to come their way. Obviously VP going out early here, but still, that is massive for them. The consistency from this team is unreal.
चलो chat, अभी लंबा ब्रेक है, है ना? थोड़ा सा आँख बंद करना जरूरी है, नहीं तो कल क्योंकि इम्पोर्टेंट है फ्री फायर है कल.
It's been great to watch, honestly, from beginning to now.
Is Finnish PUBG truly back? That's my question. I think that if No Slack keeps doing what they're doing, I think a certain Finnish ENTS organization might come knocking on the door, and we might get them back in PUBG sometime soon, because wow, what a performance from them, not only in the playoffs, but also here in this final game. Number 2 goes their way. Martin, the bloody Finland, oh my god.
They're back, the ghosts of Jimty and Zamty. They're in the distance saying, yeah, let's do it again. But it's obviously huge here. Obviously, Scav with some experience there. They could that car, by the way, to be exploded in the direction that it was driving already was amazing. I almost lost it while casting here.
We lost Kalaris? Where's Kalaris gone?
Yeah, I think so. You're supposed to say,
no,
yeah,
I'm here.
that's exciting.
I have a certain yappy dog in the background going crazy.
Oh,
so that's
yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
she saw the flying car and she was like, that's a tie.
Yeah, precisely.
That's a tie.
Continue,
yeah.
Blank.
Okay. I mean, we weren't playing Rocket League. We are playing PUBG, just to assure everyone of what's going on here.
Okay.
But it certainly looked like it in that moment. But no slack. What a team. I do think that so far Saturday has been very much stepping up to the plate. I believe that IXE also has a lot of strength in him and was able to showcase a little bit during this game. I think when we get No Slack firing on all cylinders, every single player playing at max potential, this is a very fearsome squad. And I think that is the difference maker between them and perhaps like a team at the top end where every single player is firing on all cylinders all the time. No Slack seems to have these days where it's one player in particular who's having a massive day. But this is the game that you want to have.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone gets that confidence on board.
At the same time, right, Nemesis getting themselves 14 points as well. Bushido Wildcats 13 points. I think for Nemesis, they had to play much heavier in edge style, getting their points on the board here. Bushido, Martin, when you look at how they were playing things out, they had that compound in the north for a long time. I thought maybe they were going to get even more from it, but they did get extremely slowed down by Twisted Minds on their engagements, as Blank made his lovely tennis reference. One love, apparently. He's never seen this scoring system from tennis in his life.
What do you mean?
It's 15 love. Isn't that the first score?
It's
anyway.
one for him and none for you.
It's 15, 30, 40 blank, but yeah, that's fine. I'll say this, they dispersed TMO quite quickly, obviously with the pants on hand here. I didn't expect them to be able to get in and get that compound and the warehouse locked down, but they were able to for quite a while. Diffix with a 1K club.
Holy moly.
That's crazy. 6 kills to go for him and Sata. That's a massive return here for Nemesis after their last game.
Yeah, it's very rare that actually we get a player that like is able to drop as many kills as Sato is, especially in the playoffs and now as well. And I don't even know what the guy looks like. That's very rare. That's extremely rare.
That's his face right there.
Oh yeah, look at him in the shadows.
He's just in the shadow.
The shadow. No, I don't think that's true. But the rest of Nemesis putting in so much work on their side and the way they were kind of playing things out. So well played here by those boys as well. And again, coming from the Cups, looking at how strong their performances were there as well. I'm so excited, Blank, to see the fact that these Cup teams are really rising to the occasion. They understand what's at stake here, and they've been playing their hearts out to get to this spot and try and make it work.
No, it's super cool. It is super cool. I mean, like listening to how, being able to witness how it all starts, right? You know, these are a bunch of teams from around the EMEA region all signing up to play in these cups, and then just seeing how good some of these teams are. I know that there is quite a few these teams from the cups where it's reformed squads that were legendary once upon a time, but there's even the likes of Starry Skies who get a high placing in this match, and I'll tell you what, you know, they might have streaky performances throughout these finals, which I almost think is going to happen. But the fact that they're able to do this here versus some of the best teams in the world, it's a fantastic thing to have as an accolade, honestly. And that doesn't just come out of nowhere. There is some really good talent in EMEA, and I'm glad we are seeing some great representation from the cup teams, because we could have easily had like S2G in here and one of these cup teams out, but you know, one of the cup teams just deserved it more to get in. They played harder to make their way in.
No, absolutely. And a bit more of an uncommon kind of Miramar ending there, Martin, with that road, those compounds in play and stuff like that. It kind of creates a different dynamic to a normal Miramar ending where you're expecting kind of those high kind of mountain endings, the kind of those long range fights and stuff like that. Utility was way more important in this one than I think that most Miramars.
Yeah, it was. The ending in between those two warehouses obviously benefiting the southern one. It makes it so difficult to get into any playable area when you get in from the north, right? Because it's such an open, flat space, and then you have no slack that's kind of on the western side, just hammering everyone. You have all the teams in the north also just fighting each other with obviously all the nades and everything coming out. So I was just surprised to see Na'Vi being able to reset, get all three up, and actually get deeper into the game and getting more kills from that. They should not have been allowed or even available to do so, but they did. That's a classic Na'Vi situation. But yeah, cool to see. I also like the proactivity from Starry Sky. It's like an open qualifier and kind of cup team calling and saying, you know what, Nemesis, well, let's just take these guys on.
Wait, go back to No Slack. I want to see that hat again. That's like the shirts that I used to wear when I was 30. What is that? What's that?
We got the Hot Wheel Harold over here. This is crazy. That's not okay.
So good.
Oh, dear me. What's that guy called that does the cooking?
The cooking?
Gordon Ramsay?
Guy Fieri? Was that his name?
Yes, a long time ago. Wait, wasn't he? Oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
This is some UK
maybe he was
right
the fashion guy. Yeah, I think you brought up the dude.
Guy Fieri. No, he did the cooking. He always wore like the fiery shirt.
But that was the shirt. That was not the hat. That was the flame shirt, not the hat.
Yeah, but he's doing
He's
something
American though.
He's trying to do something different. He's like, I see. Like, this is his branding. He's not going to do
That's
the shirt.
a wild
do the
shout
hat.
blank right there. I'm sure all the viewers out there, they exactly know who this guy is.
Yeah, what an awful topic of conversation. Anyway, no, let's talk about Nixie and Scav. Look, they've done exactly the same damage. Really cool. What do you think, Martin?
40% headshot though on Nixie. That's demonic.
That's true.
Wow.
If you ask me. But yeah, Scav obviously coming in here and
Almost
doing
50.
some damage. One more game to go here though, guys. That's it.
All right. Gentlemen, take it away. Game number 3. My eyes are on Palace to see if we get that good old hot drop, but I will let you have the floor for our Tego.
Oh, he's doing the eye test on the Palace. What do I say? Future's looking like. I promise I'll never bring up again, Avenger. I'm sorry. I'll never bring up again.
I'm just trying to visualize it, and looking at you and visualizing that's just extremely funny to me. So I don't think we should talk about it anymore.
I get like a monocle. I get like a little monocle.
Yeah. I would thoroughly enjoy that, my friend.
The eye test monocle.
All right, Tego though here, Blank. That's gonna be some crazy stuff here with a northwest plane to go Kangyang. Obviously, the very far south teams are gonna struggle, but the majority of teams are gonna be able to get into great spots here. Plane path ending, and VP and the guys getting to Yongchong. Everlong getting Palace. Hello.
Oh, hello.
What's going on here?
It's like a gimme, you know. They're so confident that they can win against Everlong. They're just giving them all the best spots. Right, this is a nice thing to do for them. All right,
Yeah.
I think this is a good thing. It's like charity work almost.
Yeah, that's not something that should ever happen. Although we do get another circle here, and look at that. No Slack is laughing. Kangyang, somewhat home turf circle here. Scavs out there looking great, making calls to ends. Hello. Easy for them. to get an orc of this performance already, I would say.
You reckon? You think this is a big time? Big time to push. I think they're making a great name for themselves. I think you're totally right.
I mean, already talking, they're talking about themselves in the name, how much effort they're going to bring. They're not going to slack, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, you're so right. Like,
did you think about that?
No, I didn't think about it like that.
Whenever
I hear, the thing is that they've got Slack in. Like, Slack is their tag, right? So whenever I see them, I see slackers. But yeah, the full thing is no Slack.
Right. Yeah, there's. You can't really.
And also slacker, Sata the slacker, that rolls off the tongue. You know, but he's a laid back killer.
And then he's just casually top fragger in day one playoffs.
Yeah. Now we're cooking like Guy Fieri. But Tego coming out as thick and fast. We are heading over to the eastern side, like you're saying, Avenger. A lot of the I always hate playing the northeast side of this circle. I always gets backstabbed every single time. I'm terrible at playing.
You have to be that. You have to be the last team that enters. Are you talking about the ridge, like the riverside ridge, where you kind of go up to the high ground, kind of mountainside? Yeah, that's a tough one. We just had one in ranked today, actually.
Really?
There was some absolutely crazy crack gamers that donked on us. Sadly, they had P90s and stuff, and they had cover. So yeah, we lost. But the riverside bed is really the hard one for me. If you end up on the wrong side where it ends, and the other guys has cover on the other side, that's where it's really rough. That's where you got to use your mortars and absolutely blast them with your bombardment back to the lobby or back to Narnia, whatever you want to do here. But yeah, for the majority of teams have to get into this already. Starry Sky and No Slack, our last top two teams, in basically the two best spots for this next one here. So hopefully they can roll with the punches so far. 10 points for Starry Sky, but 31 for No Slack. No, not slacking. They hate slackers. That could also be the thing.
Yeah, I mean, Clara says maybe they hate Slack, you know, the work chat platform.
Right.
I have been in a Slack before. It's not fun.
Right, so like the IT Discord, the corporate Discord, basically.
The corporate Discord.
Right.
Way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, right? That's
you're not
wholly
wrong.
and truly. And corporate companies, they pay, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. They could just use this Discord and you know, get a premium for one guy, and they'd be fine. Anyway, not talking about that anymore. I think maybe they are just, you know, not working and just saying they don't work anymore because they hate Slack. No Slack.
We're not
only
sponsored by
no
Discord.
Slack, only Discord.
No,
that's their motto.
We're not sponsored by Discord. Other products are available.
Of course not.
Of course.
I love Slack. I used to work with Slack when
I
it's
love Slack
it's
as well.
easy. It's expensive though.
I equally love Slack as much as I equally love Discord. Both are good.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I'll say this though: if you're a corporate business that is not working already digitally, you should get started already. It's 2026. Digital future is coming upon us.
Yeah. Rip the paper up, guys. No more letters. We need clear communication. Just like in Pubg. As SAUL probably would have loved to have some communication on this side swipe coming through here, but a little bit difficult to anticipate. This is kind of out of the way right now. No Slack scav with a nasty shot over towards.
Welcome back.
This is so wild, Avenger.
Yeah,
welcome back to the stream. Welcome back.
Potentially Hive here.
Welcome back.
He's gonna get on another one here.
5 kill हो गए अपने अच्छा नहीं 5 point हो
sorry. This guy stopped right next to him. He's got cover. Oh my god, headshot as well. Nixie finds Mogor. Rox finds Corexi. It's actually trading a little bit back and forth here.
Shit.
Coming in. Dante finds Beamy. Corexi down 2. Nixie finds Dante. Oh my god, nice headshot here from Nixie.
Oh shit, we pick.
It's a 2v2 currently.
What are we watching right now? This is a wild maneuver. It looked like it was going fantastically well for VP. Then they lose 2. I think Hive is in a much worse spot where it's very hard to recover these players, right?
Yeah. I think Correx is going to be picked up quite easily here from Nixie.
Fight ही अपनी किधर है? Fight क्या पालो?
Situation with Beamy, Mogor.
Welcome back to the कितने goal किए? कितने goal किए?
how far? Look,
अरे मैं बोल रहा हूँ मैं सुबह सोया ही नहीं हूँ.
Something in the distance. Now Nixie on another one here. Nate comes out. Good utility used here. They're gonna commit just a little bit here. Maybe they can save Beamy. Schengen finds Nixie. Corrects it down to 10 HP. Has to hit the floor. Has to get the first aid off. Rox is down to 20.
आपने भी कॉल किया. My bad, bros. My bad.
It's a tough one though. Kind of
That's my bad, bros.
He's sort of dangling Hive's teammates like bait.
भाई गरम होने लग गया. एसी बंद किया था क्या मैंने? अच्छा मैंने एसी बंद किया था. Correct.
Very, very good blue zone grenade. Correct. He just doesn't care though.
He's got the
backpack. Yeah.
अरे वो गाड़ी में बैठे हैं उसके ऊपर नेड पड़ा है और.
Schengen's going to try and reposition on this one. Players are bleeding out.
Oh
Get the
no.
title towards Nixie. Nice wrap around the side. VP immediately is going to scatter.
Oh no. ये मोटल में वॉइस नोट आया कुछ.
I felt it.
एक सेकंड.
Crazy. Lukruk's coming in to get the Hellbound here, sending it across in the US. And now Corexy with M249. 65 HP only, a little bit dangerous to push with that. TPP advantage goes to one of the other guys. Rox is on the other side here. Nate comes out. Could be good. Lots of damage could be done. Rox finds Corexy. Goes for the rush as well immediately. PP40 patches a little bit now.
It's very messy. Nice blind spray over towards
Oh!
And he will go down. Hive, off the back of what looked absolutely disastrous, managed to pull it back, right? You know, like they were the vicious catfish in the ocean.
Welcome back to my channel.
Off the line. What a wonderful play.
Welcome
as well on the side.
back to my channel, season 2.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Let's fucking go.
I think that Hive has a moment of retribution from that first
game there, no, baby, let's
go.
go.
To see when you're getting camped that you actually turn out and get an advantage on it. That's really rare. And they had one guy on the other side too. Like it looked like an easy push, but maybe they were just driving.
Oh shit!
3 or 4 cars kind of driving together. Like Hive was, like they were spread out enough that they couldn't strike all at the same time. Also, they can get the 2 chips and go into Yongchong and actually get the rest off quite quickly. And now with the Bushido Wildcats and the guys trying to get into a different spot here, trying to get away from Buxonza. PGG was there.
So गया था उड़ गया वो उड़ गया.
I saw I want to see a little bit more from PGG last game. I felt like they were in a terrible
उड़
position.
अरे सुबह सुबह ट्रैवल किया ना यार फ्री फायर के इवेंट पे आया हुए.
Very strong as well. So I'm kind of waiting for when PGG
does ने ब्रेक में सोया था यार.
I think you brought up a good point last game as well, Avenger, in terms of.
अरे भाई सबको जाके बता दिया क्या तुम लोग ने?
At this point, just it's not quite good enough for a team that we know can do better. Ares was showing us some absolute manic maneuvers last weekend. I was so excited to watch him.
आज ऐसे डल का दिन अच्छा नहीं है. नियर लॉस सेमीफाइनल also. PUBG weren't going well. यही तो दिक्कत है यार. तुम लोग हथियार डाल देते हो. You should not do anything in your life. You should stay at home, lock the door from inside and just do nothing. 3 games बचे हैं अभी भी. Anything can happen in these 3 games यार. तुम लोग हथियार डाल देते हो. लाइफ में गिव अप कर देते हो. खुद का भी मूड ऑफ करते हो. दूसरे का भी मूड ऑफ कराते हो. Chat मेरे को टीम ही नहीं दिख रही. वो रही दिख गई.
Rest station here. Those ridges and kind of rocks.
दिख गई.
On that eastern side and the whole mountain where Vitality is kind of going from Kangyong. That's a lot of playable space.
दिख गई.
So many players. Obviously the fields as well. South of Stairs Skies. Tons of playable area. Buxon, Sa, and PGG. The guys are still in. So I kind of assume and see that they're just going to hold that top side and shoot at everyone that tries to play too early on the fields. You got to be that last team that comes in.
हम लोग चढ़ भी वहां से पानी में जाएंगे मेरे को लग रहा है.
But it's a lot of playable space. The question is,
कहाँ जा रहे हैं हम लोग?
Too soon, too early here. So, SZUL has been chasing every single circle today here. Very, very unfortunate. Kovalev and the guys here.
क्या बोलेगा?
To survive just a little bit, but perfect.
Unfortunate नहीं है. हमारा ऐसे ही हालत होता है भाई. हमारा हालत ही यही होता है साला. Best watch party streamer. ये मेरी अब नींद उड़ चुकी है. Let's fucking go. Thank you for the 1000. अब नहीं सोऊंगा. Let's fucking go. Thank you for the 1000. Let's fucking go, baby.
It's still a reasonable result for them. But they know they want to get further into this match, especially the position they're currently in on the tables. It's going to be awkward though, because you do wonder how far Twisted Minds is going to follow them. But you're right. I think SAUL have been chasing the back bumper on a car.
कोई बात नहीं, chase कर रहे हैं हम लोग, जीत जाएंगे, जीत जाएंगे.
But it's not happening right now. They just cannot catch a break. This is just, it's way too fast for them a lot of times. Often trying to go for this more edge play style.
There you go.
But they're playing with little to no information. I think that the way the circles are going today.
From गांधीनगर आपसे मिल सकते लैंड पर एंड हाउ टिकट लेके आओगे तो देख सकते हो.
Especially how late they've been.
मैग्नस लॉस्ट. अरे मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, निहाल हार गया तो मैग्नस भी बोले कि मेरे को भी नहीं जीतना इस इवेंट में. निहाल के जैसा ओपोनेंट ही नहीं है करके मेरे को मैसेज आता है मैग्नस का, तो उसने वो हार गया फिर.
Let's see how they approach this though. We had high expectations to them so far. 5 points in 2 games, and what we played so far is.
अलग ही लेवल का बंदा तो स्ट्रीम सो के 1,500 वाचिंग. भाई मेरे को सोते हुए 30,000 वाचिंग आती थी एक टाइम पे. क्या बताऊं भाई, मैं जा रहा हूँ सोने. कल रोड पे डब्ल्यू अनुतोष बंसल भाई, थैंक यू फॉर अनदर 1,000 रुपीज. इस पैसे से शादी के बाद हम लोग खाना खाएंगे. थैंक यू सो मच. लेट्स फकिंग गो. थैंक यू. निहाल has made it to EWC बोल रहा है कोई तो. नहीं हारा ना निहाल. बात कर रहे हो?
Potentially. I'm actually not sure until we see the next circle here. There's not a lot like full commitment. Maybe find Stratus here with a Nokia. That's not good. You don't do that to your teammate. But
yeah,
a lot based on how the angle of approach and also the priority.
क्या कर रहे हैं लोग?
Obviously, Bushido Wildcats vitality, the 2 teams that's already looking good. But we have a North in the next circle. Obviously, Bushido is on that whole mountain above vitality. Obviously, vitality looking extremely strong.
With Magnus qualifying, Nihal can qualify by coming third. Oh!
It's hard to hold the entirety of that eastern compound. So let's see how they determine and how they approach this. Twisted Mind looking to be the last team to come in from the northern side. Celtic with a P90. Habibi finds Celtic though. Big fight here between Vis and Bushido Wildcats.
I mean, this is a prime position to play off the back of here. Lovely shot on the sidelines. There are some more pelting down from up above. No Slack also finding shots.
Magnus से हार भी गया तो फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Good W. W चैट. अरे बेस्ट लॉक गया. अरे चैट अपनी एचपी का भी दिखती ही नहीं है यार.
It is absolutely chaos inside this circle at the moment. So many teams taking pot shots at one another. Rightfully so. There's a lot of open space, a lot of priority space.
कैसे चल रही है शादी की तैयारी? सब कुछ तैयार है लड़की को छोड़ के. सब तैयार है.
Potentially getting flushed here.
Chat.
Pubg about to have a big fight here. I actually finds Presenti. Now Salik and
I think
have to help a little bit.
Today is not a very good day.
31 HP. Just 1 or 2 shots and he's gonna get knocked.
I will see you after this quick break.
Down low himself. Subila in the distance here. No Slack. 5 kills for a salvage game is absolutely fine here. Could get 1 or 2 more points if they can convert this. Here's blank.
No, you're totally right. I think 5-point game is fantastic for No Slack. I mean,
haircut नहीं कटोरा काटे.
How this game is gone as well. It's been all over the place.
Pitch, please.
Yeah, he sells 7 kills. That's correct. Which is fine. I did, yeah. Oh, it's good. It was clean, actually. You were right on the money there.
It lined up. Perfect.
It did line up. It lined up. Sata now moving into position. 7 kills on this match. I mean, No Slack has done fantastically well. Very happy to see them performing at this level. Again, very similar, I would say, to Redline. Just with a little bit with more potential, essentially, at this top end level.
Day is not going well. Slack अच्छा खेल रही है.
New game plan.
Chat.
Better gameplay.
Are we fucked?
It feels like even since last weekend they have been non-stop.
Are we fucked? Chat.
So very good to see a team like this. Is super hungry as well. It's very obvious.
Subila, last player here for Pubg. And yeah, obviously the scrims in this week has been absolutely insane. Very stacked. Next circle pop here. It goes on the mountain I was talking about. Bushido Wildcat sitting
Patron
top
chest
base
miss.
below
Oh
it.
shit.
Vitality sitting strong in the compound on the other side of the ridge. Look at that E pickup. That's too late in my book here. More shots, more damage towards him. One more could connect. Versary going down.
Oh, कैसे हो जी भाई? क्या हाल है? अहमदाबाद रहेगा भी टाइप भी नहीं किया आपने सब है.
Get some points here.
मैं सुबह आया हूँ और सुबह से मैं गूंगी वाले नींद में हूँ मैं. तो अभी तक मैं ठीक से वो जोन में आया नहीं हूँ. 27 kills रोंडो लोडिंग. भाई देखो झूठ नहीं बोलूंगा. मतलब मैं लक वक में ज्यादा बिलीव नहीं करता, बट ये 3 गेम्स इतना तो मेरे को कभी किसी लड़की के पीछे नहीं भागना पड़ा जितना हम लोग जोन के पीछे भाग रहे हैं आज. मेरा एग्जांपल दिया मैंने, बट मैं एक्चुअली किसी और का एग्जांपल देने वाला था अभी. लौड़े लग गए अभी.
That's what it was for them.
Yeah. Really was. It was efficient, you know. It did get them out the lobby pretty quick. Navi on this outside line. Again, they were trying to play.
मैं किसी और की बात कर रहा था. मैं माम्बा बोल रहा था. माम्बा भी इतना नहीं भागा किसी लड़की के पीछे. ये बोल रहा था मैं एक्चुअली ये बोल रहा था. मैं तो एक के पीछे भागा था और वो मिल गई मुझे क्योंकि वो मोटी है ना, भाग नहीं पाई तो वो मिल गई. मैं एक ही के पीछे भागा था.
I mean, you name things like you want, but is it tall enough to get that name?
Well, you know, that's why it's the junior. You know, it's not quite lining up.
Right, okay. Boostic gets one. Oh, balls, both.
तू मोटा है. Hey.
Sides here. Hicks drops an 8 on himself here. Favors also drops an 8 on himself. So Navi is down to 2. And they're just inside here. Everyone is looking to get more points out of it. Vitality does look like they...
Bad day for HL. चल अगर इधर से बाहर हो गए तो हम लोग EWC से बाहर है PUBG PC.
I'm not sure. We're gonna have to look a little bit later.
वापस चांस नहीं मिलेगा. चेक. कोई बता सकता है क्या सीन? चांस मिलेगा नहीं. चांस नहीं है.
Luig and Marshall could make something
बाहर है
here, but the
पक्का.
distance is coming out. Oh my god.
सो जा फिर से नेक्स्ट बार नहीं. टेंशन नहीं. अब तो नींद उड़ चुकी है अभी.
बाहर
है चैट. Oh fuck.
Hello my bad. Great help from these guys.
Oh
and 4 guys
shit.
from Vitality, really denying anyone coming in from the southwest side.
Yeah, you are blundering.
और कोई इवेंट ही नहीं है EWC के लिए. भाई कोई तो इवेंट होगा. क्या बात कर रहे हो? EWC को बहुत टाइम है यार. कोई तो इवेंट होगा.
You just have to make a play.
एक और टूर्नामेंट है. वही मैं सोचूं इतना जल्दी थोड़ी बाहर हो जाएंगे हम लोग.
Great coordination in terms of helping one another out. They have this 2-2 split. They're likely gonna regroup on this one now. They may hold out just slightly, waiting for some teams to get in, see if they can catch some players.
और है मैचेस है यार. हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. इसमें PUBG PC मैंने लेकिन एक नोटिस किया है. मतलब इसमें एवरेज थोड़ा कम रहता है पॉइंट्स का.
Pot shots over towards Starry Skies again.
Except Slacker बहुत ज़्यादा पॉइंट्स पे फिलहाल. उनको छोड़ के एवरेज कम है. उनको छोड़ के.
And they're not letting them off easy.
Wow. Medibay comes in, helps a little bit for Starry Skies.
Bartolin.
2 kills for him though. The machine himself. The confirmation comes in.
For PUBG PC Emea, this is the only one since SRTL is not global partner, they're region partner, so no PGS for them.
The rest of the guys are coming in too. The question is, does Starish guy recover?
Oh no!
Getrox gets flush onto Vatso. Pushing out from this aggressive.
Oh no! कर लेंगे chat. और 2 गेम्स बचे हैं.
T-Bone Keta
और 2 गेम बचे.
The remainder of Navi here, and Ascent takes control of this south side.
नेक्स्ट वीक फिर से प्लेऑफ है और फाइनल होगा तब दोनों वीक कंबाइंड टॉप 2. अच्छा. आई सी. ठीक है, देखते हैं.
Let's put it that way.
देखते हैं.
Playing a lot more aggressively, a lot
देखते
more
हैं.
confidently.
टाइम है अभी तो.
You are this guy who plays the front line. You have to have that. If you don't have it, a lot of times you're just going to fall over in the wake of some of these very strong teams. Ares does find so said, but not before.
Chad, this is PUBG PC. This is Fortnite right now. Fortnite. Nice skins use कर रहे हैं सब लोग.
Team Nemesis though under fire once again from He-Man over towards Stade, and slowly but surely Team Nemesis are falling by the wayside.
Stars guy down in 10th place too. down to 31 players. Aris Savage, he did get the first aid off. Him trying to see if he can find something. Diffix gets the information on so set. But trying to disengage from this doesn't work out.
तो सड़ गया भाई ये स्लैग के पास कितने पॉइंट्स है
big fight in between Hive and Bushido
और वो लोग शायद बिना और के चैट
gets found by Mogor. Kiltic gets the confirmation onto Rocks here. Twisted Minds full.
लोग बिना और के खेल रहे
starting to smell more and more like a big game for Twisted Minds. They get a double onto Bushido Wildcats. 6 kills for them and they're still 4 up.
Oh, this is juicy. This is very juicy for Twisted Minds. A lot of kills coming their way. 7 at the moment, but that's going to rack up fairly quickly for them. They picked the perfect time to get over here. I don't know if
Twisted Mind तो already qualified है. तो उन लोग के खेलने से अपने को फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है.
With the competition, and that's kind of what they've done over these past few matches.
उनके खेलने से फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा अपने को.
Super flashy, it's not been super aggressive, but they have maintained that distance between them and first place. You only feel like it's going to get better. Nice mortar, very close. IXC, bit of trauma there for him.
Yeah, he is deaf for the rest of the match if anything's go to
I feel next to matches you focus and use your powers. यार sleep deprivation की वजह से powers थोड़ी weekend लग रही है मेरे को. Weekend. Weekend.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it's too far as well. Smokes are out. A bit of a diversion going on for them. Kilikai try to get in. IXC finds Kilikai here. They're not going together. They're going one by one here. I want to see them go in and kind of push or drive by or anything together here. Otherwise, you're going to get picked one by one. You can't do that when you know that you have a man advantage. They know that no Slag is here. They know by the match log and by the kill feed read that they're down to a 2-man. Team Nemesis is also lurking in the distance here to try to get points out of this. And Team Nemesis is looking like they really want to maintain control of this south side here. Diffix finds a big nade onto IXC. Blue zone damage coming through too.
Oh, it's a very surprising nade to hit. I don't think it was on the outside there a little bit too much. Stayed, finishes it off with the Panzerfaust.
Sunglasses.
I think it's worse than they don't know how likely it is for them to get further into this match. This feels like
यार वो जूस पीने का बहुत मन कर रहा है एकदम कुछ मीठा सेक्सी कुछ मीठा पीने का.
Over this one, see if they can grab it out, but no way. Sata, bold, courageous.
कुछ खाने का मन कर रहा है. रुक जाओ ये मैच होने दो.
Gets another one. That's 10 for no Slag.
Bro, ये no Slag बिना और की टीम है यार.
Diffix finds T-Bone here.
The
fuck? A little bit of party up. They only felt like it was Keter and it's Chris that really
came through.
Now Vitality flexes out.
44 points पे वो लोग.
Take a cent down in 6th place. So well played here by them. Nemesis up to 5 and also top 5. Also a great game for them. Holding on to 4th place currently. But Twisted Minds, as you said here, their consistency is ever consistent in this top. They managed to sniff out and get into top placement games and kills again and again here. Lou finds Pains. And now Viz is getting engaged in this fight here. But I think a third party from Vitality might be happening shortly.
Yeah, Vitality's played this game very slow, right? It has been a low and slow game for them, and that's absolutely fine.
डिनर अरे सोया था मैं.
In the end game,
मैं सुबह से सोया ही नहीं हूँ ना. मैं 5 बजे की फ्लाइट थी तो मैं सोया ही नहीं. फिर आने के बाद 2 घंटा सोया. फिर इवेंट गया. फिर इवेंट से आया 2 घंटा सोया. तो भी नहीं एक्चुअली 1.5 घंटा सोया. ALGS का वॉच पार्टी होगा नहीं. ALGS नहीं कर पाऊंगा. चांस ही नहीं है. मैं पूरा गांड फट जाएगी मेरी यार. हो नहीं पाएगा.
That's some really good utility being committed. Does it do more damage to Luno? He runs away. 3 helmet for him. Oh my god,
no.
Twisted under so much pressure. Confirmation onto Petulins. Example goes down as well. He basically stole the kill.
Oh, कैसे नहीं लगा उसको?
So that's huge. No, can he find more knocks here with the green machine?
Is that a Molotov in?
That's great.
That's perfect. Target. On the tree line, Lou seems to be fine.
Oh
drops
my
another one,
goodness.
and the nade goes in.
अरे उसको कुछ लग ही नहीं रहा.
Is Lou inside the tree? Is he inside
वो
the tree?
झाड़ के अंदर है क्या वो?
One with the tree trunk.
The fuck?
Squirrel Lou, that's wild. Even is able to hide his teammate in the tree for a little while he patched him back up again. Do not know how Twisted Minds survived that. You know, that's one of those situations where I wish I could see through the smoke like Levante can.
They were on our side of the tree, and the Molotovs hit the tree and spread on the wrong side. That's a little bit rough. Oh, that's a Panzerfaust. Hello, my bad again? No, I don't think so, other guys. But still...
नसीब है भाई, हम लोग को इधर जोन के पीछे दौड़ रहे हम लोग. वो कैसे बचा भाई वो प्लेयर वहां पे?
Twisted Minds could potentially survive for just
Impossible.
And we still have no slag in. That's one more placement point to come through. If this survives for a little bit longer here, then yeah, that's a big game for them too. But they seem to be having this oncoming
BGMI में डालना चाहिए ना वो लोग ने chat. क्यों? क्या बोलते हो?
A little bit of foldable shield cover for them to survive some of the nades, some of the utility too.
Yeah, that's kind of like the smoke fades and it's the call an ambulance, but not for me moment for Twisted Minds. And Vitality wants none of it as they wrap back around towards that western side and see if they can have a poke down towards the southern edge. But there is a bit of a demon down there in the form of Sata. See what he can get done, but I don't think it's very much as Diffex will be able to put him down. We're into that top 4. Good shots from Diffex.
Disgusting. Diffex is such a mechanically gifted player here. We see it once again and again and again. Remember some of the things he did on previous rosters was insane. We're down to just 3 teams left here. Twisted Minds got their top 4. Their top 4 consistency is crazy when you look at their past performances over the years. It's really what put them where they are today. And now it's a 3v3v3.
Busy from Team Vitality. Jump peeking at the moment. But
AC on कर देता हूँ. वैसे भी बैठ के कुछ फायदा नहीं अभी. आराम हो रहा है. और कुछ पीने को भी मंगाया जाते हैं रुको.
Distant thud as they get closer.
पीने का बहुत मन कर रहा है मेरे को.
The Giants' feet approaching in the form of Team Nemesis.
मेरे नए नए sunglasses.
Bit back here at the moment. It's a fearsome sight going against 2 of these teams.
I'm not sure if it's, you know,
दिख रहा हूँ ना मैं?
couple landing or if it's the
मेरे को chat नहीं दिख रही है 2 मिनट.
Yeah, that's right.
Walking around the map could be either.
खा लेने दो यार.
He's God's gift to PUBG here, this man, and with a 3 helmet and an arm, he could do some magic. Try to crawl a little bit closer here. Look at this. Maybe gonna try to sniff out for 3 gear. Could maybe upgrade that vest to a 3 vest. 15% more reduction from nades, from shots. If they hit that upper body here.
That's surprising he's got this close, honestly.
क्या पीने को मंगाऊं? कॉफी तो नहीं मंगाना चाहिए अभी ये टाइम पे.
Yeah, just about squeezed his way in. Team Nemesis, you'd imagine they've got a general idea. I don't know if they know he's that close because he is in nade range.
Apple mojito, ये सब नहीं चाहिए मेरे को.
Oh, Diffex at least. I don't know this guy.
छाछ लस्सी milkshake.
And you're right, he does have 3 nades.
Strawberry milkshake मंगाओ क्या?
I think he just has no clue.
Strawberry milkshake, banana milkshake. I think banana milkshake मंगा सकते हैं. Banana milkshake.
Look at that damage done. Oh my god, great usage from the smoke grenade launcher. That's 1 nade now. Can they find something that's
भूख लगी है क्या मेरे को? समझ में नहीं आ रहा है.
Oh my god, being shot and moved around here. Levante swings around. Try to get out of the smoke here. Great shot from Millman. Finds Levante. And now it's a 3 versus 2.
Wow, 4 dishes है midnight menu में.
From Diffex as well.
The fuck?
Hello, my bad's gonna go down.
Ooh, nice one, Martin. Does get hell on my bad. So far, it's been very, very good from Team Nemesis. Some really good team play overall. I think they know how to have each other's bags. Oh, the scary thing is seeing
अरे यार सब वेज चीजें हैं यार.
above the head there, but Diffex will find.
Oh no!
Now just Quizzy left alive here for Team Vitality, and he will be struck down. And Team Nemesis come away with a victory. What a game from them. Really
यार अब नहीं मन कर रहा कुछ मंगाने का.
Very tough teams towards the end there, but slow and calm at the end of that match.
Yeah, they're able to fight it through. We're able to take that southeast side and work with it.
अब नहीं मन कर रहा
कुछ मंगाने. They're progressive and proactive, holding so much space, pushing around all the teams. Yeah, I really liked how they're able to, first of all, take the fight and just completely annihilate a few teams. No slack also on the receiving end of some of it, but TMO as well. Some of the fights they're able to get through and staying 3 guys alive for that. Then so many engagement, getting double digits, and the win here is huge.
Yeah, they're so quick to back one another up as well. Where you see one player taking an engagement and Stade is very, very fast on that flank there. That's probably my favorite moment of the whole game, Kale. Honestly, Everlong shooting up in the sky. I just want someone to make an edit of that where it fades to grey. Yes. You've got Dominic over the top of it.
Either that, I must go now. My planet needs me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that was rough for them. But Nemesis giving the aggressive side eye to the rest of the lobby. I cannot believe what a performance from them here coming in from that southeast side, as you were saying, Avenger. But I mean, there's so many stars from this game. Again, no slack. I cannot believe they ended up with 10 kills in this game. That was ridiculous given what they were working with.
Yeah, we were talking about this kind of high ground, this mountain, all the ridges that we have below it. You just have so much playable space. Obviously, the shacks and where Whisper with the kind of cover and the walls that they were able to work with. But they had to lay low. They were trying to stay for as long as possible here. But Nemesis, their proactivity and the way they moved around the map to kind of take on multiple teams and take space just worked out. And Diffix, man, he was on an absolute tear for this game here to get them to 12 kills.
You mentioned it during the game, right? He's mechanically gifted. We've always even known, even when he was on some of the rosters that eventually didn't work out, like the Na'Vi situation, for example, this kid is cracked.
Right.
And then sometimes we didn't kind of see that really kind of materialize. But right now here on Team Nemesis, it is working. Second place with 37 points, but no slack in number 1 with 44 here so far. Blank, I am so impressed.
Yeah, I mean, no slack is looking great. And I think that they have no qualms taking it to some of the big names inside this lobby. I mean, when they get pushed on there and IXE is pushing out of the shack, it's such a bold maneuver that no one really expects. I really do like it. So no slack is not afraid to take it to the opponents. But you talk about Diffx, he is crazy. I mean, for me, watching him during the PEC Cups was such a treat. The guy was skimming nades off the bonnet of a BRDM. Like, I think that was one of the craziest moments for me during PEC Cups. And he got 2 kills with it. So, yeah, just wild. Just wild.
He's a gamer. 800 damage go his way. Oh no, IEXE. I forgot about the hat. And now I remember the hat. 7 kills go his way. I'm very impressed by the kills. I'm not impressed by the hat. So
he's on fire.
He is on fire. Not quite literally, but, you know, figuratively. Well done by him so far. But the thing is as well, is that whilst we take a look at all of these numbers, Martin, is that Virtus Pro and Twisted Minds is still keeping up. They're still at 29 points apiece here. Twisted Minds is just quietly, calmly, as Blank mentioned, in the background, just being able to make a run for it. And there was a moment in the north side where I thought, okay, maybe this is where Twisted Minds just really going to pick up some pace here. And they did get plenty of points, just not the win in the end.
No, but that's the beautiful games of Twisted Minds, right? They always get the consistency. Their salvage game striking distance, right? And that's, again, their specialty. But yeah, eventually we are gonna see IX pop off. He might, you know, evolve or turn into the Ghost Rider with all the flames going on. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Once no slack, they continue this beautiful game for them. Very, very surprised on a positive note for how we've been able to take the fights that came towards them and turn it to their advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Has 9 kills, 10 kills. Kovalev with just the 1, but you know, normally we kind of expect him to be the brains of the operation. And there is a world actually where I'm really hoping that they kind of stay in first place, so I'll request an interview, or maybe we can hear from the boys and see what they think about the lobby as well as the cups and how their progression's been so far and where they see themselves, right? Because this is probably for quite a few international kind of parts of the audience, Blank, a bit of a surprise to see this team being at number 1 right now, looking so good whilst doing it against, again, this is the hardest region in the world, basically.
Hey, that's the short one. Had our own apprentice episode. You know, we asked No Slack what their 5-year plan's going to be here for PUBG, but it is wonderful to see. I think for No Slack, they're making a real good case for their region and their players. It's nice to see. It's a bit of a resurgence.
Yeah, really good stuff. Really good stuff. At the same time as this game all did boil down, Avenger, when it comes to these players, these teams and stuff like that, I'm very impressed to see the standard that Nemesis is playing to. I think that if they can continue this on, like, that's potential PGSs down the line, maybe EWC if they're able to get this going as well, and that would be great for these players because there's so many great veterans as well as kind of prodigies on that team.
I mean the combination of all these guys, if everything is synergized and everything is firing all cylinders. Also Diffix after 3 games, 13 kills, right? We saw 10, 9, 9 other guys, but 13 kills for this guy is just kind of unheard of. But yeah, it kind of feels like it's a Diffix fuel stir once again this year. On another team, what we saw last year obviously was great from him too, but that guy, man, those damn eyes.
I wonder if he's trying to go for the run back after winning with Geek in PEC, right?
Yeah,
like that would be crazy if he just wins again. yeah, exactly. All right, let's listen in some team comms from that previous game here before we get ready for match number 4.
Файт, может быть, мало ли Виталити убьет. Один. Класс. Молик влево.
One HP, one HP.
Made it.
Players on last exit.
It's okay, last guy, I think.
Orange, last orange.
Yeah, I'm nading it over.
Speaking me. He's getting shot from the side. We need to get nades in.
Dead, nice.
Dead. Палку закрой. У тебя на тройке чел. Я вижу, я его нокнуть хочу. Блять, это не блять, ну это хуёво. Просто живите. Справа идет по зоне.
Хоккей, зеленый. Давай. Блять, я
Они поехали в них. Залезайте запасным. Можете зайти чуть назад?
Нокнул смок слева.
Виси вам хуй.
Доел твой ног, еще смоке дал.
In smoke, baby.
Punish vitality now.
Knock in the smoke. Say one more in the smoke.
One in front of me. The cover side. Nading him.
He's crawling on yellow, Knock on the yellow, knock yellow.
I'm resting a bit.
I cannot живет.
Дерево вышел open. С панцером аккуратно.
Он пробегает, его ебут.
Справа убить. Ласт. Слева ласт ноги, справа ласт ноги.
Виталий сливает.
Справа доиграть, тусовый чел.
Я смоком где-то. Смока. Найс.
Шо мужчины, блядь?
A sense of urgency about Nemesis there, but they are able to get it done as we hear from their comms. And Avenger, I think that it's really cool to see that, again, we get to watch as some of these teams are able to kind of rise up against these teams in the final.
Yeah, it's good. And obviously with all the device and everything going on for
lots of device.
Lots of device. You can hear celebratory is also in effect here, obviously, because the way that they're able to take out Vitality, the way that they're able to close kind of all the fights, it was easy for them in a way that it shouldn't have been, right? Because they're 3v3v3, but everything lined up perfectly for them. The smokes that was deployed by Vitality was then used by them against Vis, right? So yeah, it was really beautifully played. They won almost all their engagement here.
All right, gentlemen, time for a break. When we return, we'll be ready to rondo. We'll be game at number 4 here, and surprise results so far from our first 3, but we'll see it in the next 2. Checking back.
Stop on me.
They're gonna see a car. They see a car.
On me.
They see our safe.
They know.
It's a full 4 man.
No,
Doctor Green, look out, Doctor Green.
What do you wanna do, guys? Roll or come?
Wait.
Green waypoint.
We should
take
God,
God
no?
compound.
We should
Yes.
take God.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have to.
On it,
Nice.
They went, right?
Yeah, all three.
Good circle. Yeah, they might go back with this.
Still play late.
We killed one. It's fucking Bushido there if it's anyone. Go back. Hey.
Go back. Same zone, go back.
Is Green?
You can move toward us if you want.
You can come to us.
Come
to us.
They're above me already.
Yep. Hey, man.
Full team. I'm free man. Okay.
One more car. Crash him.
3 guys left. Kinda stop. Oh my god.
He's peeking over. Okay, guys, you need to crash. We can never stop short.
Wanna shoot him. Hit him now. 3.
2.
Kiss him.
Nice.
Okay.
We should go pull up on that guy.
Too active,
We should go to him. We should pull up on that guy.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Go, let's say.
They're leaving.
They're leaving. One more. Renock.
Knock. New team.
Chill. Last should be on
They're gonna
tower,
steal the
no?
kill. They're gonna steal the
Last
kill.
should be on aura.
Knock on blue. Two guys knock on blue.
Yeah, on flash, nice.
One more behind the USC on blue mark. Behind blue USC, exactly blue mark. Nice, T-Bone.
Did Bushido die?
Yes. Bushido died,
Yes,
ace,
it's
3
3
man.
man. 3 man ace.
Nice.
He got
two
flash.
man
He got flash. It's 3 man. Chill, boys.
One more. No,
Nice.
last end.
Yeah.
Inside. Blue healing, blue mark. Nice try.
Needs to kill all of them. Play aggro, boys, now.
Flagger.
Where are they?
All same spot. Nice.
Nice.
Get orange.
It's 1 and 2 active.
Scav. No.
Come
One
on.
active.
Racing.
Delay correction.
Yeah.
Same spot. He's
Correction
picking.
itself. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Be ready now, combat driving.
They are gonna drive to
driving
us.
comes.
They are driving to us.
No. Oh yeah, help.
They're driving to
Defend.
us.
Yes.
How many?
Compound's going
Running in
to
yellow.
Solo on yellow 3, Browning. Nice.
Nice.
Kill orange now. PGG 2 men northeast.
Watch out behind you guys peeking.
Hello guys, what's up? It's Nexi from Virtus Pro, and today I'm gonna show you how to slide off the edge in DPP and FPP. Here we go. So the way you do it is you sprint right before the edge, and when you're at the edge, you keep holding Shift W, but you prone and do 180. So this is a slow motion how it's supposed to be. So let's say you prone right before the edge, and you do 180. This is how it's supposed to look like in DPP. The prone and 180. 360 even. And in FP it's supposed to look like this. So it's supposed to look like. Here we go. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Yeah, guys, just casually work that into your play. They're brought to you by Nixie. All right, we've got 2 more games to go here. We will be on Rondo and then Erangel to round things out. And Blank, that was one of the very best. In fact, the MVP of PGS3, showing you why not only are they the champions, but also they're doing all right so far. 29 points here for the Virtus Pro boys.
Yeah, this is how you do a backflip into a 360 arm no scope. It's very simple.
Very simple.
But no, yeah, I mean, I'll never use that, but I'd like that. I know it exists. Yeah, cool.
Yes. Thank you very much indeed. Martin, of course, as well.
Martin uses that trick all the time, I've heard.
No,
I've seen him do it in real life.
Yeah, true. The mechanical skill ceiling with these guys is pretty high, guys. We can conclude that.
Yeah.
That is true. Is that the same code? Didn't we show code green before? Maybe we're showing it a second time. But you guys over at home can go on a social media treasure hunt. Find the rest of the code over on social medias. Combine it.
Hello?
And get yourself some potential G coin.
कोई कुछ बोला क्या? Hello?
Which is lovely because we all
Oh
want
shit,
G-coin.
Patel bhai ka call aaya
Sander
tha.
wants G coin for the Eve skin, but he isn't getting it anytime soon because he's rubbish.
If we all look, guys, if we all pull together all the code prize, I could get the E skin.
Good
We can do this
morning.
together, I'll show you it in game, and then we can all be like, "Wow, what do you think?"
We just saw it actually. It's fine. Nixie's
Good
got it. We
morning.
just saw it. It's okay.
Good morning. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back.
But
गेम चालू नहीं हुआ यार.
versus IEXE.
गेम चालू नहीं हुआ यार. टाइम है अभी, please.
Ridiculous, Martin. Why do we have to see this hat? He doesn't look cool.
And also, I mean, along with that, with DivX 2.0, these guys are just fragging out, obviously. 50% more damage, though, is kind of crazy in just 3 games. 700 damage per game.
All right, let's get to it then. Game number 4 of the day.
चालू हो गया.
PC finals number 1 as we are ready to Rondo. Everlong, you might have had Pachinki.
Let's go.
You might have even had Palace, but I doubt you getting test track.
अरे हाँ पटेल भाई दिन भर सोया नहीं हूँ ना, तो ब्रेक्स में सो रहा हूँ. आ गया पटेल भाई, आ गया. Sorry. We back.
That's not allowed.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. It would be cool though. It
would
be a really nice thing for the teams to have done. Like I said, it's nice charity work. You let Everlong play where they want. But we are heading.
अब ये वाला गेम अपना अच्छा जाएगा. देखो मैं टीम को पकड़ के जोन के अंदर रखूंगा. देखो.
Slightly more difficult to get down towards that south side. So playing forward towards
the
mountains on the north. A little less pretty. I don't like playing up there. I don't even like going up there.
दिखी नहीं रही.
Bit ugly.
Is it sand or is it just?
टीम कहाँ है?
It's just dirty.
अरे
not like that.
वो fuck मेरे को अभी तक टीम ने बोरी दिख गई.
It's just like dirt.
Essential chicken, hoping for the best.
As you said,
hoping for the best.
Slightly
भाई जोन ही नहीं मिल रहा है यार आज.
Yeah, for teams like Virtus Pro, right, wanting to go down to
जोन ही नहीं
Hongshan,
मिल
they've
रहा.
got a little bit more of a trek to be able to get that things going. I do wonder for no slack.
ये मोगरे भाई भी पहुंच गए फाइनल्स तक. क्या बात है?
Because when you're
Let's
a
go,
very
मोगरे.
west-leaning team, oh dear me, it's test tracking now. Never mind. Everything's normal on Rondo.
जोन बुरा तो नहीं है chat.
Yeah, don't try and say this is good.
जोन बुरा तो नहीं है technically.
Positions in the game, purely because
technically, zone is not bad.
Maybe I was a bit ambitious thinking that Twisted Minds and Na'Vi would let Everlong have
Zone बुरा नहीं है. Prediction I think no slack.
Difficult for both these teams as well. So yeah.
Vitality
for Rondo especially, right? It is. Twisted Minds and Na'Vi have an insane win ratio on Rondo, and it's in part because of Test Track and Neo Factory. Like, there's no way this will ever be given up by these teams.
Vitality,
of course, we see
slack
teams like 17 have been able to kind of rival that, and even departed from it sometimes. 4AM had to depart from it in PGSs as well. It's just
आज ग्रीन मेंटक लग रहे. तू बुलफ्रॉग है. बुलफ्रॉग.
Never. They will never.
बुलफ्रॉग है तो बुलफ्रॉग.
As long as the
ये दरियाई बैल.
Especially like.
ये दरियाई बैल.
There's just no reason. Again, it's like, friends, Pachinki is nice.
आया fruits खाने का मन कर रहा है मेरे को. But ये टाइम को fruits तो मिलेगा नहीं.
This luster over the years on Erangel.
शादी के लिए wax करवाए कि नहीं अपने?
You want to? I think that Erangel has become so much easier to navigate.
Wax करते हैं हल्दी के लिए?
It's not as lucrative a position, but yeah, like you say, Neox Factory Test Track on Rondo is just an insane start. Not only in terms of just looting potential, but just getting out there onto the road straight away.
एक सेकंड, हल्दी के लिए वो लोग हल्दी लगेंगे तो वैक्स करते हैं?
Well, it's easy peasy. It's easy peasy.
Yeah, so much so that you see, these teams actually dropping a little bit further from that location just to get the vehicles
मेरे को नहीं मालूम था.
Just a little farther out. And sometimes you do see casualties.
वापस जाके करना पड़ेगा. मेरे को मालूम नहीं था.
Right now, not the case. And I mean, Twisted Minds knows that Navi's here. Navi knows Twisted Minds is here. Neither
कपड़े
team
फाड़ेंगे ना.
Actually is going to take.
कपड़े फाड़ेंगे तो बाल में न्यूडिटी. ए कपड़े क्यों फाड़ेंगे? कपड़े नहीं फाड़ेंगे. बहुत महंगा है मेरा कुर्ता जो मैं पहन रहा हूँ. बहुत महंगा है.
Most of the time.
करवाना पड़ता है हल्दी के लिए. Shit, मेरे को नहीं मालूम था. Oh my God, मेरे को नहीं मालूम था सच्ची में. वापस जाके करवाता हूँ. वापस जाके करवाता हूँ. मेरे को नहीं पता था. मेरे को नहीं पता था.
No slack. I think those are the two surprises. I think everyone on that top 8, I would expect them to be up there. Maybe not in the order they're in right now. It's no slack.
देखो ना SATO ये लोग भी बोल रहे सरप्राइज है इतना नीचे हम
लोग. The sort of surpriser, but they have had some tough circles today.
हल्दी के लिए महंगा. हाँ, दूल्हा हूँ मैं. खराब होगा ठीक है. But दूल्हा हूँ.
This is one of the first times that actually
मैं करती हूँ वैक्सिंग तेरा.
Early enough. So I do think this is the game to get something done.
What's funny is actually some of their success from Rondo has been off the back of having to kind of chase circles, right? Playing kind of edge plays. But the problem is that a lot of those games that are actually for this roster, when it comes to playing edge play and kind of chasing in on circles, have been like far west circles or far east circles, not necessarily.
वो last bachelor वाला stream पे करोगे आप packs.
Done. Yeah, we will see. We will see what they're able to get done.
Done.
I'm a little bit surprised-ish, right? Because sometimes there's been, when they were a BB team, when they were question mark,
मैंने कहा फिलहाल जोन अच्छा है.
come back with like a 70-point day next day, and you're just like,
फिलहाल जोन अच्छा है चैट. फिलहाल सही है.
Yeah, no problem.
है ना?
They do that sometimes.
I mean, a lot of teams
फिलहाल
do have that in them, right? It seems to be like a pathogen that spreads from team to team.
is good. Is good.
Where they have these horrible days, and then again, because this is a marathon.
Oh my God! 50 gifted memberships. Sagri by coming up with 50. Love ya, man. Love ya. चैट भाई तुम लोगों को मालूम है ना 39 जो मिनिमम वाली मेंबरशिप है वो बंद होने वाली है कुछ तो अभी मिनिमम 59 वाली मेंबरशिप होगी तो अगर जो लोग खरीद सकते हो खरीद लेना पहले बता रहा बाद में मिलेगी नहीं. Thank you for the 50 gifted. Full body box भाई Nuru. Sorry sir मैं ignore.
Right now is the fact that I think they're all in one building just looking around, which is not like the norm when you're
शादी
looking to play like
होने
central
दो.
spots on Rondo or
एक हफ्ता बचा है अभी भी.
right? You
बैकआउट कर सकती है अभी भी उसमें से अभी भी.
Sometimes if you're feeling really
बैकआउट अभी भी हो सकता है उसका.
and seeing if you can actually get something done from there. So for them all to be in exactly the same location right now.
अच्छा मेरी 59 नीचे है फिर ठीक है. ले लो फिर भी 59 वाली मतलब प्राइस चेंज नहीं होगा लेकिन ले लो ना.
Pretty much, as is the case a lot of times on first circle on Rondo. Plenty of space on this map. Just a ginormous map in general.
सेजल क्या सेजल
to traverse through. Just
यार सेजल को अभी तक डाइसन नहीं दिया मैंने. सॉरी यार.
On this one. But again, I am sort of glad we don't have a southeast circle on this one. I think we've seen so much in PEC so far.
ये कौन सा गेम है? क्रेजी चेस?
City, a horrible amount of the river in play.
ये क्या मस्त गेम लग रहा है?
Yeah, included has been Jadina and then shifted away from, right? Like it's very rare we ever get it, and it's I think Mark said he's had one. I've never actually been able to cover
6+ years मतलब 6+ years 6 साल से ये गेम. 2 to 4 players. Damn, अच्छा लग रहा है, कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है ये गेम.
Make their move up from that south side here just a little bit. They found themselves in Danching, and we'll be moving a little further.
Oh, लूडो जैसे. अच्छा.
This is basic.
यार पटेल भाई एक गेम है. उसका नाम भूल गया मैं. गूगल करोगे ना तो आपको पता चलेगा. बहुत महंगा है. $500-600 का गेम है. वो बोर्ड गेम डिजिटल है. वो कोई भी बोर्ड गेम बन जाता है. बहुत सेक्सी लगा था मेरे को. किकस्टार्टर पे देखा था मैंने. वो लॉन्च भी हो गया है शायद. चेक करो गूगल पे. उसका नाम भूल गया मैं. ऐसा कोई भी बोर्ड गेम बन जाता है वो. आपकी मम्मी का सन ही काफी है मेरे लिए. डाइसन नहीं चाहिए. जोक वोक मारने लग गई है चैट. हाँ जोक भी मारने लग गई है लड़की. लिंक भेजना. मैं ढूंढता हूँ. रुको स्ट्रीम ऑन मैं ढूंढता. मैं भूल गया उसका नाम. एक कोई तो बहुत सेक्सी बोर्ड गेम है. वो बेसिकली तुमको जो बोर्ड गेम बनाना है उसको तुम वो बोर्ड गेम बना सकते हो.
If you're unfamiliar with Kovalevi, he's been able to do some great work for the likes of the X-Phase guys, X-Therodon 5 guys.
Zoomer है हाँ बे.
The Southeast Asia.
जोक भी मारने लग गई है पटेल भाई लड़की.
A worldwide master of PUBG.
He's done it all.
He's done it all. Yeah.
I mean, for Nos, like, under great leadership with some very gifted players. I think it's a bit of it's a lovely recipe, honestly, for success. And again, I think one of the
Sid bhai can't able to wait for your FF LAN watch party. The reason I get popular, bro, Shivan bhai, FF LAN watch party is going to be incredible. Like everything that these people have arranged for me, I'm telling you, the FF LAN party is going to be insane होने वाली है.
And you don't play nervously.
तुमने भी तो जोक किया था कि डाइसन लेके दूंगा. शादी करूंगा भी एक करे जोक मारा था मैंने उसके बाद. अरे दूंगा भाई डाइसन. शादी होने दे. रोज लाख रुपया बढ़ रहे हैं बिल में. शादी होने दे. सिर्फ दिख रहा है स्माइल चेहरे पे. अंदर से रो रहा हूँ मैं.
I think for no
दोस्तों पहले दिन ही
they've just been taking names all over the spot, and honestly at some point it's quite disrespectful.
Please,
I would say not to players, but in terms of like in game where some of the peaks they take, some of the plays they make.
Thank you Patel bhai. I agree. I agree that she's made for me and I'm made for her. I definitely agree. I agree.
I'm glad that we actually checked on an S8UL's.
I definitely. I am very lucky to have her. All roasting aside,
does lend itself okay.
I am very lucky to have her.
Like this is technically, if somebody gets knocked, at least you're not having to reinforce.
I am very lucky.
Get things going. But circle shift,
पूरा दिन बेंचो जोन चेस करने के पीछे निकल गया यार. इरिटेट हो गया हूँ देख के.
To get a hoof in fast.
देखो ग्लो तो कर रहा है सिर्फ वेडिंग ग्लो.
A brutal shift for those.
Life अच्छी है.
South side here. Great migration.
Life is good, can't complain.
The funny thing is that even the teams that are already in the circle are like, okay, let's go and try and take that position on that high ground as
अरे यार क्या बीटी है बे हट कल एपेक्स बहुत बड़ी नहीं भाई कल फ्री फायर सिर्फ
Virtus Pro's doing some damage here to Bushido Wildcats down in the south. So Virtus Pro
I guess $400 क्या उसका नेम है बोर्ड कंसोल आई थिंक वही है बोर्ड कंसोल ही है शायद यस $400-500 का है मैंने देखा था बट इतना सेक्सी चीज है ना वो अगर मतलब अफोर्ड कर सकते हो ना पटेल भाई एक बार चेक करो बोर्ड कंसोल ही है शायद उसका नाम मैं स्टीम के बाद चेक करता हूँ बहुत सेक्सी चीज है तुमको जो बोर्ड गेम खेलना है वो बोर्ड गेम बन जाता है वो गेम इसके बाद सीड भाई छोटे सीड का वॉचपार्टी करेगा हम दोनों को सिर्फ लैब्राडोर चाहिए एक लैब्राडोर आएगा एक पर्शियन बिल्ली आएगी घर के अंदर बस सोच रही आज भी झगड़ा कर लूं तेरे से कर ले अभी 10 दिन ही बचे हैं क्योंकि उसके बाद तू झगड़ा करेगी तो मेरे बाजू में ही होगी ना
And if that had happened, you having a team up there is a huge problem. But
Chat सीड भाई ने मुझे इनविटेशन नहीं दिया बताओ क्या किया जाए
yeah, you got some kill points there, brilliant, but that's done the lobby a favor.
यार
they would also left VP first, right? A lot of times if VP can get ahead of Bushido Wildcats,
मैं लाइव स्ट्रीम करने वाला आपके लिए शायद जस्ट
FYI. Other squads that's going to
ऐसा कैसे नहीं करूंगा मैं इनवाइट
benefits them as well in the long run.
शादी के मेन स्पॉन्सर ही आप हो
Structure to pay attention to is this height over towards the northeast side. There's a lot of cheeky areas to play in the GGG though. They're losing Zabilla.
क्या लिखा है इसने $500 के ऐसी कर दो गुस्से में सेजल ये मैंने तक तू पैतरे बराबर यूज कर रही है बट ये नए लोगों के साथ करना है ये पटेल भाई का यूज नहीं करना है अपने को तू करेक्ट यूज कर रही है मैंने तेरे को सिखाया है बराबर है सब कुछ ऑन द लाइन है मतलब करेक्ट है सीख चुकी है तू ऑलमोस्ट बट ये नए लोग के साथ करने गए पटेल भाई नहीं पटेल भाई सीजन्ड आदमी है ना पटेल भाई साग्निक भाई यश पाते लोग क्या नहीं नया कोई आएगा उसको ऐसा फंसाना है अपने को पटेल भाई क्या करने की जरूरत नहीं सीजन्ड है वो उनको पता है समझ रही है ये अपने को नए लोग के साथ बड़ा अच्छा था अटेम्प्ट अच्छा था नहीं अटेम्प्ट अच्छा था बट अटेम्प्ट अच्छा था सीख ले हाँ मोनालिजी सीख गई बे हाँ फैमिली बिजनेस सीख गए लड़की एकदम क्विक सीख जाती है बेरे
So they moved back south
quick
to the
south
side of test track here to try and make something work.
Easy, bhai.
Does not necessarily aid you later on. Is he? No, there's no way.
Yeah,
is he going to parachute? He's parachuting! He's parachuting! I love it, but I think he's missing the high ground. No!
Oh, he's pulled a me. Wait, he swung it back in.
He's got a bit.
It looked kind of bad. It looks less bad now. Yeah.
क्या कर रहे हैं?
It could have been really
हम पटेल भाई एस पे 5 पे मिलके अगर वेडिंग क्रैश कर ले
फिर
आ जाओ यार आ जाओ कर लो क्रैश पगला जाऊंगा मैं आप लोग को देख के पगला जाऊंगा मैं प्लीज आ रहे हो तो लेकिन पहले बोलना पहले रूम कम पड़ रहे हैं रूम बहुत महंगे पड़ रहे हैं उधर एक्स्ट्रा रूम्स गान पड़ गई है रूम कम पड़ रहे
I trust in you. The circle does move away from it, so it was all for naught. VP have found an e-pickup and are going to be dropping out alongside Neox around Narvi, actually.
Wait a minute.
This is a bit of a bold approach.
The circle's gone test track in Neox factory.
Yeah.
Okay. All
सिर्फ भाई उसी दिन सीख ली थी भाभी क्लीनशेव के 50 के ऊपर दम लगाई थी अरे अगर मैं क्लीनशेव करता हूँ एके भाई तो डायरेक्ट अफेक्ट उसी को होता है ना भाई अच्छी जगह मिल गई अपने को वो फक अच्छी जगह मिली वो फक नो स्लैक का बस पुश डिफेंड करना है चैट
I love the top engagements are some of the best you'll have. It's great to see, you know,
बस पुश डिफेंड करना है अपने को अच्छी जगह मिली है
right here. Just on the northern side, they've found a great spot for themselves, and they'll be playing that one out.
They ended up there anyway. After all that bluster about central drop locations, that is kind of funny that they're there of all locations. I like that a lot. Now, what Noslack was doing was interesting. They sent Scav as one, and he's up in the air at the moment, and Mike just lays it down. There's going to be so many people shooting at him. He's opened very early as well, but the rest of
उसको क्यों नहीं मार रहे लेकिन पैराशूट फाड़ने को ट्राई कर रहे हो लोग उसके बाजू में मार के चैट.
That's good though. That means so many of the teams from that from Neox factory are looking towards him.
सिर्फ भाई मैं रत्नागिरी से हूँ, तुमको आम की पेटी भेजनी है, 5 पेटी भेजनी है. सुनो, 5 पेटी भेजो जल्दी. आम अगले सीजन में भेज देना. 2 पेटी 3 पेटी कर दो, 3 पेटी आम रहने दो. हाँ 3 पेटी प्लीज. शादी में गरज है प्लीज प्लीज. साथ भाई प्लीज आम रहने दो. आम अगले बार कर देना. रत्नागिरी से 3 पेटी भेजो प्लीज. टाइसन ने अभी वॉशिंग मशीन करना है. खाली पेटी नहीं, वो वाली पेटी प्लीज. वो वाली पेटी वो वाली पेटी. फोटोग्राफर अरेंज है. यस सर. सब हो गया अभी सागनिक भाई. सब हो गया अभी. सब हो गया है. अभी बस बिल्स पे करने के बाद रोने का है बस. और मेरा कुछ नहीं बचा अभी ये शादी में. सब हो गया अभी. सब एवरीथिंग इज डन. सेजल बहन आपके लिए मेकअप किट भेजू. ओ माय गॉड पटेल भाई, आप ये इम्प्लाई कर रहे हो कि सेजल को मेकअप की गरज है? दैट इज हॉरिबल यार. शिट. मेरे हिसाब से तो नहीं यार सेजल. मेरे हिसाब से तो लाइक यू आर द नेचुरलेस्ट ब्यूटी आई हैव एवर सीन. यू आर द नेचुरलेस्ट ब्यूटी आई हैव एवर सीन. आई डोंट थिंक यू नीड मेकअप.
How do we kill now? Like,
फोटोग्राफर धीरज. धीरज आदि अगर उधर आएंगे, मतलब इनवाइट तो किए आएंगे, अगर उन्होंने कैमरे को हाथ लगाया, किसी ने उनको बोला कि फोटो निकाल, मेरा वीडियो निकाल, मेरी रील बना, तो वो लोग घर जाएंगे उधर से शादी से. वो लोग को कैब बुक करके दूंगा मैं घर जाने की वापस. आदि और धीरज मेरे शादी में फोटोग्राफर बनेंगे नहीं, पहले बता दो. ये सब चुतिया पे नहीं करते हम लोग. देखा आपका इतना सामान लेके दिया है ना इसको. जोन है कि नहीं अभी तक? गया.
I can't believe Noslack has only had one casualty.
Crazy need.
So far with Kovalev actually going down to that nade.
Stream lag. नहीं मैं देख रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. मेरे इधर स्ट्रीम चल रही है. YouTube इशू है ये.
I guess you could call it.
रिफ्रेश करो, रिफ्रेश करो. ओ चैट गुड जोन. चैट जेएमडी जेएमडी बहुत बढ़िया जोन है. जेएमडी नहीं रिफ्रेश करो, रिफ्रेश करो, रिफ्रेश करो. ये YouTube का इशू है. YouTube का इशू है. मेरे इधर स्ट्रीम चल रही है. YouTube इशू है. रिफ्रेश करो, रिफ्रेश करो.
Fantastic player. Some killer moments throughout last weekend for this guy, keeping the team in check. Team Vitality moving across, trying to take some shots there with the 4x. A little bit of an awkward justice. Not too many bullets left either.
मैं आ गया ना चेड़े सेल. हाँ बे फर्स्ट गेम थोड़ा फर्स्ट गेम जा रहा है अच्छा. डिस मतलब अभी तक गया नहीं है. कभी भी कैसे भी जा सकता है अभी ये गेम. बट जस्ट सेइंग लाइक
Yeah, Vitality. I just think a lot of these teams in the north are like, what do
we need this chicken. हाँ मतलब यार एंड ऑफ डे पे अगर हम लोग टॉप 8 में नहीं है तो फिर तो पॉसिबल नहीं है फिर बाद में कम बैक करना. आई डोंट नो मतलब है क्या पॉसिबल नहीं लगता.
Just trying to drive away, get out and dodge here for the myth of. But the rest of Nemesis is just wanting to open up a fire.
Magnus 1.
I think that the north side.
Duda 2. If Magnus loses this, he will also be.
Don't even try and crash. Just see what you can get.
Magnus आएगा हम लोग के सामने अभी हारा तो.
I don't think you're surviving.
क्या हुआ? हरा सकते हम लोग Magnus को भी. हार के ही आ रहा है ना लोअर ब्रैकेट में. ठीक है, हरा देंगे.
They love playing these outside zones. Yes, you're totally right, Kalaris. I completely agree with you. Probably not making.
Do you think the team is playing in pressure? Actually, टीम से मेरी बात हुई थी गेम्स के पहले. काफी लंबी डिस्कशन हुई थी. 1-2 घंटे का हम लोग का वॉइस चैट हुआ था. बट क्या बात हुई थी ये बता नहीं सकता हूँ मैं आपको एक्चुअली, क्योंकि मैं इंग्लिश में बात करता हूँ, लोग रशियन में बात करते हैं. मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कुछ. बट बात हुई थी काफी लंबी. तो मेरे को नहीं मालूम है प्रेशर में वो लोग खेल रहे नहीं खेल रहे. But let's see.
आज
एक प्रोजेक्ट फिनिश करने में लगे था हम.
the chaos unfolds up in the north side. Another nade goes forward towards that rock. It does fall away.
टिप जो सिड को हैप्पी मेरे लाइफ के लिए. अरे कुछ नहीं है. बीबी की सुनो. सब लोग मेरे को यही बोलते हैं जिसको पूछ रहा हूँ टिप दो व्लॉग कर रहे हो सर. टिप दो कुछ शादी के लिए. उसकी बीवी की सुनो. बीवी की सुनो. बीवी की सुनो.
To try and hold out anybody moving forwards against them. What are they shooting at? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I'd also be pretty afraid of Hakatori.
Yeah, fair.
Just sending shots back towards him.
देखो ठंडी चल रही है फिलहाल. एक भी किल नहीं है.
Completely dedicated to this guy's VODs.
But
shows you what kind of
गेम डिस्केंट जा तो सकता है. बीवी की सुनो. करो अपनी मन की. वो भी बराबर है. अच्छी एडवाइस है ये वाली है ना चैट.
Boars here destroying Hive on this north side. There is a lifeline. Actually,
सिड भाई तेरी शादी में और मेरे 10 फ्रेंड्स आने वाले हैं. रेड करेंगे क्या आने देंगे क्या सिड भाई? भाई देखो सच बताओ तो एक बाउंसर बंदूक वाला रखा है मैंने. मैं जस्ट ये इसका कुछ रिलेशन नहीं है. इसका कुछ रिलेशन नहीं है जो इन्फॉर्मेशन मैं तुमको बता रहा हूँ. बट जस्ट बता रहा हूँ जस्ट इन केस. 4 या 5 सिक्योरिटी वाले. एक के पास बंदूक है. बाकी लोग के पास दंड है. तो जब गांड मस्ती करोगे होप करना कि बंदूक वाला ना मिले तुमको. बस इतना बता सकता हूँ. आपकी गर्लफ्रेंड का क्या होगा शादी के बाद? उसकी भी शादी होगी. वो भी मिसेस बनेगी.
Get yourself a little bit of a car fought on a dip, but the problem is that so many positions around you
here
are kind of elevated. So
सीख गया मैं. सब लोग से पूछा मैंने.
Twisty Minds was shooting in their direction there.
बटे भाई यही टॉपिक चाहिए था. होगा झगड़ा तगड़ा.
Look at this. Navi still just trying to delay.
आज 4-5 दिन से रोज झगड़ा कर रही है चैट मेरे साथ. ये रोज
They realize they can't survive as long as they may want to. So they're going up against what is the solar panelings and everything like that alongside the Neox factory. There's quite a bit of cover there. You can actually exist on that corner for a little while, especially if you've got vehicles available to you as well, to kind of cover some of those lines of sight.
I'm still as surprised as you are about no Slack. I mean, they did lose one more player, so they're down to IXC as well as Sata. So very similar setup to last game. We saw how far they got into that.
भाई Slack के 2 लोग मर गए.
They wrapped back off that southwest side of Neox factory and have settled to the east edge of SAUL.
भाई JMD यार JMD.
Okay.
अभी यही महिला को लाइसेंस मिलेगा शादी के बाद. भाई आप आ जाओ क्लब में. फिर पता चलेगा.
Very good blue zone. Delay the push. Especially at this stage of the game, it's like that does hurt going into it.
मैंने बैचलर पार्टी भी नहीं की. पता है पटेल भाई आपको? इसने जाने नहीं दिया मेरे को. डरा धमका के मेरे को जाने नहीं दिया बैचलर पार्टी में. जस्ट सेइंग पटेल भाई. भाई देखो.
This is such a problem. This is such a problem circle. Look at Starry Skies moving in on the solar panels once again. Twisted Minds can see them, but they made the cross with no casualties. That's unbelievably important. Yeah, okay, Vazo is knocked now. But they should be able to get him up if they've got some smokes in the car fort.
Oh shit, that's a difficult zone now. किल भी नहीं. अरे यही दिक्कत होता है ना जब जोन लास्ट तक तुम्हारे ऊपर रहता है ना 4-5 तक और फिर तुमसे हटता है ना तो ये होता है. फिर ना किल्स मिलते हैं ना कुछ. यही होता है. सिमर का भी शादी के दिन एक अच्छी लड़की अरेंज कर दो. सिमर कमिटेड है काफी टाइम से. 2-3 साल से कमिटेड है. उसके साथ ही शादी करेगा मोस्टली. तो शायद से तो मोस्टली 99% 100% उसी से शादी करेगा. अरे 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 fuck 1v2 भाई. मार भी पड़ती है बच के रहना. मैं तो अभी
I mean, it might have been the full trap.
मार भी पड़ती है. मैंने CCTV ऑलरेडी लगा के रखे पटेल.
And that is a double for Nixie. What an insane play coming out from them, setting this up and causing them so much problems. As Nixie takes down Hakatori as well. He's doing the whole team.
अरे fuck! उसने पूरी टीम मार दी.
It's clean. The steak is juicy and buttery and cooked to perfection.
Oh my god. चलो अपना तो जीजी हो गया. चलो 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 चलो, आप गो लाइव कर देना। मैं तो सीसीटीवी लगा के रखे भाई घर के अंदर, मैं तो बता रहा हूँ, मैंने तो बचा के रखा ही है मैंने, रिस्क ले ही नहीं सकते भाई। ले ले भाई, 2-3 किल ले सकता है तो, लौड़े तो लगी गए हैं। अबे यही होता है यार, या तो पूरा जोन मिले या तो जोन मिले ही ना, कि एटलीस्ट किल्स मिले, यही होता है ब्रो। 4, 6, 5, 6 तक तब जोन मिलता है ना, और फिर हट जाता है ना, ना किल्स मिलते हैं ना पॉइंट्स मिलते हैं। लौड़े लग गए इवेंट के लग रहे हैं। एटलीस्ट आपके हेयर बड़े नहीं है तो अच्छे, मैं इसके लिए छोटे रखता हूँ पटेल भाई, दैट्स द बिगेस्ट रीजन मैं अपने बालों को छोटा रखता हूँ, खींच नहीं पाता कोई। ब्रेकअप हो गया सिमर का, अरे वो आ रहा है +1 के साथ, अपने पागल है कि उसका ब्रेकअप होता रहता है, वो सीजनल है उसका ब्रेकअप, उसका नया नया रिलेशनशिप का सीजन चलता रहता है उसका। सीजन फिलाने को टाइम है अभी, बट उसका ये है, वो क्लिफ हैंगर पे उसका रिलेशनशिप खत्म होता है, फिर वापस आता है, खत्म होता है, वापस आता है, वैसा सीन है। ओह नो, क्राइटेरिया बताओ क्वालिफिकेशन का। टॉप 2 आना है पटेल भाई, अगर ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स टॉप 2 में रहेगी तो अपने को थर्ड आना है, क्योंकि ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स ऑलरेडी क्वालिफाइड है, यहाँ से 2 टीम जाएगी। भाई इसने क्या मारा देख, ओह उसने कुछ फोड़ा वहां पे, गैस कैन फोड़ा, हो जाएगा लास्ट गेम कमबैक। लेट्स होप फॉर द बेस्ट, लेट्स होप फॉर द बेस्ट, वेरी एक्साइटेड, लेट्स होप फॉर द बेस्ट।
Send some smokes forwards. Virtus.pro's on the warpath here, Blank.
Absolutely. I mean, they're looking to take back that first place spot. They lost a little bit early today, but 2 massive games on day 1.
PUBG क्यों बैन हुआ इंडिया में? कोमा में थे क्या 3-4 साल, अब भी उठे हो गया डायरेक्ट?
To move forward here alongside with Nixie, who has been an absolute demon for the squad. Look at the stun grenades going through. Smokes will cover them off for the time being. They do have a side swipe available to them.
Look, Rook's going to be on the jump around here.
भाई ये स्लैग तो इसमें भी जिंदा है यार,
moved in underneath them here.
VP भी इसमें जिंदा है।
It's a bit problematic though when the Nixie changing this color of his room all the time. Oh, it changed again. Oh, is he going to be in the blue zone soon? But Nixie, let's go around this corner.
CS के लिए वाइटलिटी का रोस्टर उठा लो, एक विन कंफर्म हो जाएगा। डन डन उठा दे उठा दे। कहाँ बिक रहा है वो? कहाँ बिक रहा है? दादर स्टेशन के बाजू में। कौन से मार्केट में बिक रहा है वाइटलिटी का रोस्टर? उठा लो जो बोल रहे हो तुम। हाँ बोरीली वेस्ट, बोरीली स्टेशन वेस्ट। मानेक चौक में किधर? ओ शॉट भाई क्या खेल रहा है ये, रजौरी गार्डन में बिक रहा है। सीमर मेरे को कोई बोल रहा है तेरा ब्रेकअप हो गया फिर से। भाई रूम्स वैसे डिसाइड करने उस हिसाब से, क्या सीन है? अकेला रहा है? नहीं ना, बहुत दफा बोला नहीं हुआ है चैट ब्रेकअप। शिट यार, रूम में लेनी पड़ी। ठीक है कंफर्म कर रहा था, कंफर्म कर रहा था, कंफर्म कर रहा था, कंफर्म कर रहा था भाई, कंफर्म कर रहा था। मुंबई के वेदर से ज्यादा इसका रिलेशनशिप स्टेटस चेंज होता रहता है चैट, तो कंफर्म करना पड़ता है।
Everlong, surprisingly, are still alive, able to maneuver themselves over towards that.
फूल में गिरा दूंगा देख तू।
15 points on the day though.
फूल में गिरा नहीं पाएगा तू, फूल इतना डीप ही नहीं है क्योंकि सर फट जाएगा गिराएगा तो लोड़े।
As long as they can survive on that northern side. We'll see though again, the circle might be a bit testy. It's very rare.
आपका ब्रेकअप नहीं हुआ सुन के सिड भाई को दुखा रहे, सागनिक भाई भी कैसे समझाओ देखो। ये और इसकी बंदी आती है तो इस दल्ले को एक पूरी रूम देनी पड़ेगी। ये अगर अकेला आता है तो इसको ट्रिपल शेयरिंग में कोई रूम में घुसाऊंगा 2 लड़कों के साथ, एक रूम फ्री हो जाएगी, समझ रहे हो? तो मैं ये ऐसा बोल नहीं रहा हूँ कि मैं बस पूछ रहा था मैं। Oh, good watch party man. Thanks man. ये सट्टा नाम है इसका।
Lou goes down. That's a 3v1, looking very unlikely for IXE to live this one. Another nade.
लौड़ा मेरा ट्रिपल शेयरिंग हो रहा है अपना, what the fuck घंटा मेरा। वो तो इसको प्रॉब्लम है ही चैट, बराबर है, वो मेरे को पता है, इसने एक बार बताया भी था कि ट्रिपल शेयरिंग वगैरह इससे हो नहीं सकता, इसने बताया था। हम लोग एक बार बात कर रहे थे तो इसने बताया था चैट, जिसको भी पता नहीं है, थ्रीसम पटेल भाई, इसने बताया था एक बार कि थ्रीसम ये कभी कर नहीं पाएगा, क्योंकि एक लड़की के सामने तो वो नंगा हो जाएगा, बट दूसरे के सामने सेम टाइम में नंगा होने के लिए उसको शर्म आएगी। ये उसने बताया था, ऐसे बताया, तो बराबर है। ट्रिपल शेयरिंग में नहीं रखूंगा तेरे को ट्रिपल शेयरिंग में। डोंट वरी, ऑल गुड, नहीं रखूंगा।
Is that Virtus Pro has stolen away an incredibly fortified location in the middle of a field. Like the fact that there is so much
यार VP और Twisted,
this could be massive for Virtus Pro after what a test of a game this really was. Twisted Minds, they've been sat up here for ages.
यार एक मैच डिसेंट, अगर एक और मैच खराब गया तो लौड़े है यार।
Normally their drop spot for Virtus Pros on the warpath, man. This has been an excellent game.
I mean, Twisted Minds have had to hack through a lot of squads to get here, but now they're pulling out.
Oh, Bancho, क्या need?
Swings down as the guillotine approach. They do find two.
Oh my God!
Fumbling right now. Lou will find Beamy with that nade, and now
भाई Twisted Minds क्या nade डाल रहा है?
We'll find one off the back of it into a 3v2.
I think Twisted Minds just didn't have to expend any of their utility in a lot of the fights that they'd taken prior, just to maybe 1 or 2 nades to be able to dislodge no slack, but they've been able to come out from their normal with massive amounts of gear to make this work.
Twisted Minds,
down as well.
बाप रे बहुत लीड, बाप रे, वो लोग 60 पे चले जाएंगे Twisted Minds अभी। नहीं 50, हाँ 50 पे जाएंगे। सिंगल रूम तो इसको रूम में बैठ के हैंडसम करेगा। अक्षर फॉर्म में है थोड़ा, ऐसा कभी देखा नहीं मैंने अक्षर को। हाँ मोनल जी, फोरसम चलेगा आई थिंक, ओके 4। सीमर का जो एक्चुअल ड्रीम है उसने मेरे को बताया था फेटिश का, उसको ह्यूमन कैटरपिलर बनना है उसको, बट उसको फर्स्ट रहने का है उसमें, ऐसा उसका है कुछ तो पता नहीं, उसने बताया था एक बार मेरे को। हाँ एक सेकंड, what the fuck? Oh fuck! What the fuck? कैसे? एक सेकंड 1v3 है, एक सेकंड 1v3 है। अच्छा उसने एक नॉक फिनिश कर दिया सीधा, नहीं हाँ एक नॉक किया उसने अभी। ओह माय गॉड क्या मारा।
Their home turf. Absolute crazy scene. So well played by Nixie. 1K club for him, I believe. This
क्या मारा भाई,
990 something I think it was. So
fuck,
insane. And Lukarooks, the double stun to close it off. They tried to make a push for it, but yeah, he was able to shut that down.
Holy shit!
A little bit, but wow, what a game!
मिस्टर रेंजर स्पैम करना बंद करो ना प्लीज, नहीं है जगह यार ट्रैक मैनिया के लिए EWC में, नहीं है जगह, प्लीज स्पैम मत करो। भाई पीसी भाई क्या खेला बे, क्या मारा उसने। अरे रेंजर भाई मत करो भाई स्पैम, इरिटेट कर दिया है, भुसड़ा कर देते हो। एक ही चीज आधे 1 घंटे से स्पैम कर रहे हो। Last PGS की चैंपियन है VP, damn son.
Some of the most fun games I've seen in a long time here on PUBG at the PEC. Again, this game was so.
क्या सीन जस्ट ज्वाइन किया, अब हम लोग फिलहाल टॉप 3 में, PUBG PC के फाइनल्स चल रहे, हम लोग बॉटम टॉप 3 है अभी फिलहाल। क्वालिफाई होने के लिए हमने को टॉप 3 होना पड़ेगा, फिलहाल हम लोग बॉटम टॉप 3 है।
These past few games for Lukarux to pop off in that moment. I mean, the teams are going to be absolutely out of their minds at the end of that game. You just love to hear the team comms on it.
I mean, they're firing on all cylinders to the point where, yes, they won PGS3, but even that performance alone on international soil was insane.
कल कितने बजे आओगे वॉच पार्टी? यार हो सकता है सागनी भाई कल वॉच पार्टी ना हो, क्योंकि कल सबसे पहले फ्री फायर की वॉच पार्टी होगी। 2 बजे वेन्यू पे जाऊंगा, रेडी वेडी होके ब्रेकफास्ट करके अभी ये मैच के बाद तुरंत बंद करके सो जाऊंगा। कल वेन्यू पे जाना है, 5 बजे आई थिंक मैचेस चालू होंगे। कल पॉइंट रश है, तो आई एम नॉट श्योर कब तक चलेंगे मैचेस, बट कल और परसों माई प्रायोरिटी विल बी फ्री फायर। लाइक अच्छा नहीं लगेगा कि मैं वहां से भाग भाग के इधर आऊँ, उधर कंटेंट बनाऊंगा, उधर लोगों के साथ चिल करूंगा, तो माई प्रायोरिटी विल बी फ्री फायर। डज नॉट लुक गुड। FMIC क्या बोल रहा हूँ? अच्छा आई थिंक 5 बजे चालू होगा वॉच पार्टी, 5 बजे स्टार्ट होगा क्या? हाँ तुरंत सो जाना भाई सेजल, थोड़ी नींद नहीं सोऊंगा, तुरंत थोड़ी सोऊंगा मैं। मेरी होने वाली बीवी से बात करे बिना कोई सो सकता है क्या? क्या बात करते हो यार पटेल भाई, रिडिकुलस यार, सो थोड़ी सकता हूँ मैं। The fuck? Ridiculous man. बट हो सकता है मैं कल परसों स्ट्रीम ना करूं। यार मिनी बार दिख रहा है कुछ, देखो क्या है क्या मिनी बार में? मतलब मिनी बार मतलब जूस वूस भी होता है? जस्ट बता रहा हूँ मिनी बार में उधर खाली है यार। हट।
The timing is really well as well. It's just as the circle
खाली है। थोड़ा चैट पड़े, चैट से बात करते थोड़ा। इट्स ओके, FF को थोड़ा प्रायोरिटी देना पड़ेगा कल। मैग्नुस 1 पैसा किन को आपके शादी में बुलाओगे क्या?
When it comes down to it, the Navis come in, they barely see the gas can on top of the trash can either. You're just fumbling as soon as you enter the room there.
लेकिन FMIC स्ट्रीम 2:30 पे शेड्यूल्ड है।
But yeah, incredible fights all around.
क्या?
Really scrappy. But when it came down to it, it really did feel like VP was always in control.
पूछना पड़ेगा, हम लोग को बोला तो है कि 2 बजे पहुंचना है करके।
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Technically, if it was a molly, like molly requires some setup time in the moment, right? But the gas can needs nothing other than a few shots to be able to pop it.
I was going to say
insane.
The cool part about that is that he gets the
Why not inviting Johnny to wedding? अरे उधर वो लैम्बो चढ़ने का रास्ता नहीं है, उधर रास्ता थोड़ा उबड़ खाबड़ है इसलिए।
And is popping the can. Man, it's cool. It's cool to see.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
IPL की वजह से मैचेस जल्दी होते हैं।
Being able to use this smoke to full potential, really cleaning up the final moments of this game. Definitely saving the game for them was Lukarux there with this 3-piece at the very end. So Martin, it's
बिंग कैसे फुल शादी स्ट्रीम कर देना लाइव? नहीं यार, थोड़ा सा व्लॉग करूंगा, उधर नेटवर्क का भी इशू आएगा, मेरे को लाइव स्ट्रीम नहीं करना है। मतलब करूँ क्या उधर, देखूं क्या अगर हो सकता है क्या? शाशु को फोन तो पकड़ा सकता हूँ मैं, अगर फोन से हो गया तो देखते।
And what a separation they've built themselves already. 20 points here. It's cool to see though.
How your replies are always so. How your replies are so apt always, man. टेक्निक बताओ, 1000 लोग ही है, किसी को कंटेंट क्रिएटर बनना है, टेक्निक बताओ मेरी टेक्निक क्या है? चैट पहले पढ़ने का, दिमाग में आंसर फॉर्म करने का, दिमाग में चैट पहले पढ़ने का, आंसर फॉर्म करने का, फिर उसके 30-40 सेकंड बाद चैट पढ़ने का और उसको रिप्लाई देने का। ऐसा लगता है कि ओ फक, क्या क्विक रिप्लाई दिया। फूड मेन्यू क्या है मेरे को कुछ आइडिया नहीं। मैं शादी के लिए प्रिपेयर्ड हूँ, इसलिए मैं सिर्फ पैसा दे रहा हूँ, बाकी सब मेरी बीवी डिसाइड कर रही है। कुछ मेरे को मालूम नहीं क्या करना है। बिग ब्रेन, दैट्स हाउ यू डू इट। कुछ मेन्यू क्या है, डेकोर क्या है, मेरे कपड़े छोड़ के मैंने कुछ डिसाइड नहीं किया इस शादी में। मेरे बस कपड़े मैंने डिसाइड किए, माँ कसम। उधर उसका चला नहीं, उसका बस चलता तो कपड़े भी मेरे वही डिसाइड करते, बस उसका उधर चला नहीं.
Даю молик дал. On the shield, 3 guys. Pushing right, full open.
Nice.
On the shield, chill. I'm raising.
I know.
Есть шокинг?
Start a membership of 50,000 and those who buys them call for a wedding. भाई पर पर्सन एक्स्ट्रा बंदा अगर आता है तो पर पर्सन फिलहाल 15,000 रुपए का खर्चा है. मेरे को यूपीआई करो, मैं बाहर खड़ा रहूंगा गेट पे शादी के इधर. मेरे को यूपीआई करो और अंदर आ जाना, कोई टेंशन नहीं है, ठीक है. 15 से 16,000 रुपए पर पर्सन खर्चा है मेरे को. आ जाना, मेरे को यूपीआई करना, आ जाना डायरेक्ट. भाई यू शुड डू 24/7 लाइव स्ट्रीम वेडिंग एंड पोस्ट वेडिंग ग्रेट कंटेंट वीडियो. करूंगा. प्लान तो है, कंटेंट तो क्योंकि बहुत देती है सेजल, रोज कुछ ना कुछ कंटेंट देगी, तो हो सकता है. डेली व्लॉग तो मुश्किल है, बट हो सकता है.
But also, what was super interesting there, Martin, was seeing that Example actually missed
20 के
quite
per
a lot
person.
of those first spray shots, and that was
50 के लेके
instrumental
15
in
के
Woodcroft's
देने,
taking the 4-piece
50 के
against
लेके
them.
15 के देना सही नहीं लग रहा.
Not something you usually see here, but definitely also
क्या बोल रहे
difficult
हो?
when
कोई नहीं लेगा ये, सब मजाक ही कर रहे
also stun grenades coming out.
यूसी पे आ रहे शादी में नहीं यार.
Maybe sure exactly where he's going to come through there.
ब्रो
because
मैंने पहले ही
there's so
बोल
many
दिया
pings,
कि
there's so much information that's kinda
एसएटीएल
coming
के
through.
अलावा
Yeah, what a play from Luke.
देर आर हार्डली,
Get the 4P,
मेरे फैमिली को
win the
छोड़ के
game
मम्मी के जो
against
रिलेशन,
Lions here,
मतलब
game 4.
फैमिली है वो
Yeah,
छोड़
way
के
to do it.
एसएटीएल के अलावा देर इज
I was
सिमर,
gonna say that it's a- I think that
There
when
is,
you watch it, it's
Swifty,
you know, your Twitter clips, it's like he whips
एंड
on
मेरे
it, it's
बचपन
like
के दोस्त जो मेरे
these pro players
मेरा बचपन का
they
ग्रुप
are
था,
so
बस
committed
वो
to
4
the
लोग हैं,
spray,
4 कपल्स
right,
हैं.
when it comes through, that it's such a
एसएटीएल को
muscle
छोड़
memory,
के
you can't
अगर मैं
blame
पूरा
them for not
एसएटीएल
really
नहीं
just
इनवाइट
sitting
कर
up.
पा रहा हूँ
Like,
तो
it-
किसी
it's
और को मेरे लाइफ में मैं
always
प्रायोरिटी
really
दूंगा ही
just
नहीं
those
कभी.
moments,
चैट
like,
आप
you
समझ
miss
रहे हो?
more than not,
तो आप एक एक
so,
मेरे को नाम मत पूछो, ये आ रहा है क्या, वो आ रहा है क्या. मैं अगर पूरा एसएटीएल ही इनवाइट नहीं कर पा रहा तो बाहर का तो मैं कोई इनवाइट करूंगा ही नहीं. मेरा पहला प्रायोरिटी एसएटीएल ही होगा.
Crooks just plays out of his mind. It's an unfortunate moment, for example.
Crazy stuff. Oof. Well, we've all got to recover. And Martin, I'm getting word that we.
If you had enough money, would you invite all TSM members to wedding? Answer honestly. No bro, what the fuck? मेरे पास पैसे के इस वजह से मैं ऐसा नहीं है कि इतना बड़ा रीजन नहीं है पैसा.
And obviously Kova's information through that is obviously
fuck?
huge. But Scaff main IGLing is cool. Both to be able to frag out and IGL like this for no slag. On this day here must be a huge confidence.
अहमदाबाद से डायरेक्ट दे रहे नहीं 27 को वापस आऊंगा
That is very, very
और second को I'm flying, second को भी go.
Your teammates to make that happen, so yeah, well played.
सेकंड को आई ट्रैवल तो 27 के बाद एक स्ट्रीम करूंगा. लास्ट बैचलर सीड की स्ट्रीम होगी, लास्ट प्री वेडिंग, लास्ट टाइम सिंगल सीड की स्ट्रीम होगी एक before I fly.
And it's hard to succeed at the very top level. And so far, Scav has done it today. That's beautiful.
Yeah, very impressive stuff alongside some heavy hitters as well in no slack, because that's what we get to call them now, heavy hitters. Look at how they're performing.
PUBG PC qualification chances या prediction we need chicken now at least 20 points now.
When you're able to hang like this on PEC finals, it's undoubtable now after watching these 4 games. Again, what a treat that last
emotional
game was.
stream.
We have one more
हाँ
game
मतलब we
with
will
the
talk
main
about
aim
our
to prepare
single life.
Example.
लास्ट टाइम हम लोग
खुशियां
खुशियां बांटेंगे अपने लड़के दोस्तों के साथ.
Well be future goat blank considering the way he's playing out, the PGS3 win, MVP there, looking what he does here, just crazy scenes.
Yeah, I mean for Nixie.
व्लॉग बना रहे हो क्या? एफएमआईसी में बना रहा हूँ यार, थोड़ा सा बनाया मैंने, बट आज ज्यादा कुछ था नहीं तो फटाफट वापस आ गया. अभी कुछ खाना मंगाऊंगा, स्ट्रीम बंद करके फटाक से थोड़ा सा खा लूंगा और कल क्योंकि ब्रेकफास्ट करके तुरंत निकल दूंगा. कल आज करूंगा अच्छे से ब्लॉगिंग. चैट इरेंगल जे एम टी. अगर शादी के दिन एफएमआईसी का फाइनल होता तो आप वॉच पार्टी करते.
Looking for a water break on the side of the road as well as they run this marathon, but VP is
चटके हुए हो
firmly
क्या?
ahead. It's stressful, definitely stressful at the moment.
Where are you living together after
I
wedding?
think
वो अपने घर जाएगी, मैं अपने घर.
You could round things out very strongly. Yeah, I think some teams really down their luck. For Twisted Mind,
last game to go.
I actually think a second place there is a completely fine result for them.
Agreed.
And they have had strong results all day.
क्या यार क्या और कुछ कभी कभी कुछ भी पूछते भाई.
North side, if Melman was going to be dropping alongside Silas, whilst the other boys from Starry Skies, just in case they was trying.
Would you cancel your wedding
as Vazo's driven
for
away.
100 crore rupees and have option to delay the wedding, but till next year, will you choose it?
As Virtus Pro's got
I will choose to give you timeout first. That's what the fuck? क्या पूछ रहे हो? पागल पगला गए हो क्या?
That is a north circle in one of the. Well, potentially.
भगवान बचा लो भाई मेरे को, बचा लो भाई. जोन मतलब क्या जोन है भाई आज के? क्या जोन है आज के भाई?
Sometimes when you get kind of west of Nolene and all
क्या
the way
जोन
down
है
into
chat?
that valley, it is just so open.
The
So
fuck?
hopefully for these teams, we don't end there in what is just the barrens of Erangel.
Yeah, the old pizza slice, the unfortunate area where you're pretty much just relying on a metal foundation to keep yourself alive. It's not fun. It's definitely.
यार मैं मेरे hamster को miss कर रहा हूँ यार chat.
Especially in TPP, it's definitely playable, but I think it is an awkward area of the map to work around. So we'll wait and see. I generally like when we get those northeast circles up towards the western side of Stalber, and just along that coastline. Equally, like over towards the northwest side in the tree lines, that's also a fun one. But yeah, I do not like Yaz Lake. Really unfun.
Oh, it's a toughie. It's a toughie. As we are on board with good old Twisted Minds, the
एक लड़की का
700
phone
time
number
EMEA
मेरे
champions,
काम का एक
alongside a
paper.
litany of international trophies as well. The fact that they, unfortunately for them, got bodied in the end in that fight against Lucarux. Again, small little differences could have been all the rage, right? The fact that Example, very uncharacteristically, misses quite a lot of shots in that spray against Lucarux there. When I kind of thought he was going to be dead to rights for the likes of Example. So, I can't nitpick too much on someone like Example.
सुबह love you यार, मुझे इतना stress में था. Kind से dash थोड़ा relax चलो. Love you. सुपर चढ़ाई क्या?
Unless they make a mistake, you never win.
मिलते हैं ज़रा FMS आ रहे हैं. Yes sir. I will see you brother.
The way it goes down.
Look at the double
See you brother.
Yeah,
there's 2 knocks. It's just insane.
कितने मेंबरशिप गिफ्ट पे IRL पिक लेने मिलेगा एट MIC? अभी 50 मेंबरशिप 50 पे दे दूंगा फोटो.
It's way higher. I would go into that with Lucarux in a 1v2 and have an expectation that he might win that engagement. There I had not much confidence at all in Lucarux, as bad as that sounds, but well played to him.
No, exactly. I mean, you're going up against the most storied roster of all time in PUBG, basically. So it's we'll forgive the lack of confidence there for a second. But
last never ever.
It should have been in Lucarux. Look at him running about, having a great old time, getting himself a UAS on board. And he's done his team proud there so far. 54
शादी
points.
से पहले उसके बाद शादी होएगी नहीं फिर.
The PGS3 champions. Whose
ना,
eyes
कोई never ever वगैरह नहीं होगा.
They don't just want EMEA. Oh no! Oh, it pulsed up again.
Marriage suits you because mostly now someone will finally keep you organized. Bro, what the fuck you think Seychelles will keep you organized? Huh? You think she's going to keep me organized? तुमको लग रहा है कि वो घर साफ रखेगी, मेरे को टाइम पे उठाएगी? नहीं, नहीं. No, you're wrong.
Levante does move in, but Mogul with the hop out into the run.
She's going to make my life more disorganized.
Crazy. Oh, it's been stolen.
क्योंकि मेरा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन तो है नहीं, उसका भी नहीं रहेगा, तो मेरा जितना है उसको भी भूलने वाला हूँ मैं. मोनाली जी, हाँ, अब मोनाली जी को लाइफ और स्ट्रेसफुल बना दी है शादी ने मेरे. कि अब उसको 2 लोग मैनेज करने पड़ेंगे. कल तेरे को उठा था टाइम पे एयरपोर्ट के लिए, सोई नहीं थी तूने मेरे को टाइम पे उठा ही नहीं था. ये अच्छा नहीं है. दैट इज नॉट अ सॉल्यूशन. अगर सुबह जल्दी उठना है तो अलार्म लगा के उठते हैं लोग. नहीं सोना इज नॉट अ गुड सॉल्यूशन. ये तो मेरे को भी आता है करने को.
Massive benefit when you can make it work. You really need to trust in your teammates though. But if you can make that happen, you can have so much more information and be so much more trusting in a call made from a position that has more information.
Well, the thing is,
way to put it.
Yeah, the thing is Scav is technically the most experienced.
I wonder अगर मेरी शादी के बाद इनका क्या होगा?
Regional events actually being on the field, right? So it does make sense in that regard.
मेरे को और सेजल जैसे दो बच्चे अगर आप फुल टाइम संभालोगे तो शादी होना तो मुश्किल, देखो सच बता तो आप थोड़ा प्रायोरिटाइज कर लेना अपने लाइफ को थोड़ा सा, नहीं तो मुश्किल है, नहीं हो पाएगी.
You don't really want to be stuck in cube on a circle like this. You can stick around here for quite a while, but you do want to get moving.
Yeah, and I think it's quite good from Nosak as well to hold on this northern side. You don't really want them wrapping above shooting range, right, over towards that tree line. You want to keep that all for yourself, and they have a lot of time to play around with here. You don't really know where phase 2 circle's going, so Nosak has nowhere to be better than this.
No, true. Get more kill points on the board if you want, lads. See what's going to be.
एक अच्छा गेम यार, एक अच्छा गेम तो लगेगा यार. एटलीस्ट 20 पॉइंट तो चाहिए इस गेम में फॉर अस टू हैव अ चांस. बहुत आगे है यार वीपी, और वो लोग इतना कंसिस्टेंट खेल रहे हैं, हर गेम में पॉइंट्स निकाल रहे हैं वो लोग. इम्पॉसिबल हो जाएगा यार, इम्पॉसिबल हो जाएगा एकदम.
No, actually, no. Example barely has facial expressions.
There he is. Oh, is this a movie? Is this Hollywood?
Last time बेचल का लास्ट में चिकन आया था और पूरा ऑपोजिट जोन था, सेम सिचुएशन ना.
Well, he's been the victim of it.
But
he's the Sean Bean.
Last time टीम के पास मोमेंटम भी था, अभी तो मोमेंटम ही नहीं है, गांड फटी पड़ी है यार.
He didn't quite pull a Mark Wahlberg.
अपन कुछ ज्यादा ही पैसिव है जी भाई, ये ना प्लीज मत करो यार, मेरे को बहुत इरिटेट होता है यार. हम लोग वो गेम में भी रश नहीं कर रहे थे 4v4. प्लीज रिजल्ट पे बाद में मत किया करो यार कैसर भाई, प्लीज, मेरे को बहुत इरिटेट होता है. क्यों डिसाइड किया तुम लोग आज हम लोग पैसिव है करके? वहां पे कौन से टीम पे रश किया था हम लोग ने? 4v4 डायरेक्ट घुसा दी गाड़ी कहीं पे. कोई पैसिव नहीं, हम लोग सिर्फ जोन बस चेस कर रहे हैं. बस 5 के बाद गेम हम लोग ने जोन चेस किया है. उस दिन भी हम लोग कोई एग्रेसिव नहीं खेल रहे थे, एकदम नॉर्मल गेम खेले. हम लोग को जोन अच्छे से मिला, थोड़ा सा लक फेवर में आ गया, जीत गए. कुछ ये पैसिव मतलब पॉइंट्स नहीं है तो पैसिव पुश करके मरे तो अरे इतना एग्रेसिव क्यों? मत क्या करो, मेरे को नहीं अच्छा लगता ये चीज. रिजल्ट बेस्ड एनालिसिस नहीं होना चाहिए कभी भी.
There's just nothing to play. Like if you crash it, you sure as anything better be wanting to win that crash and get into the buildings fast. And PGG just rocked it.
Well, they did.
आज तो बस हम लोग चेस कर रहे भाई, जोन को चेस कर रहे बस. आज देखो तुम लोग, एक मस्त वो कौन सा गेम था, आई थिंक फर्स्ट या सेकंड गेम था, ऊपर से कुछ तो सेक्सी रोटेशन मारी, मस्त आए, वहां से भी जोन चला गया. अरे मतलब इरिटेट होता है कभी कभी यार, अपने साथ बहुत होता है. लेकिन ये भी देखो 20 पॉइंट तो लगेंगे, मतलब एटलीस्ट अब 9 पॉइंट है ना, एटलीस्ट 25 पे अगर नहीं गए तो फिर बहुत मुश्किल है. कल 25 तो चाहिए, 25 तक तो जानी चाहिए.
Very far long drop.
Just horrible day
they want. It's like circles far away from us, guys. Find knee pick up quick, and then we don't find.
Shirba, I guess you will the first and last man जो FF के लाइन में जाके BGMI की वॉच पार्टी कर रहे हो. W भाई देखो, मेरे को नहीं लगता ऐसी परमिशन वो लोग किसी और को देंगे. और मैंने पूछा उन लोग से, मैंने फ्री फायर से टेक्निकली मैं कर सकता हूँ, मैं अपने होटल में बैठा हूँ, मैं आई डोंट नीड, बट मैंने फिर भी उन लोगों को पूछा. दे वर ग्रेशियस इनफ टू से यस. वो लोग ने मेरे को करने दिया. आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू दीस पीपल. इसलिए मैंने आपको कल और परसों का बोल दिया. आज इवेंट नहीं था तो मैं कर रहा हूँ. कल परसों मेरी प्रायोरिटी सिर्फ और सिर्फ फ्री फायर रहेगी. अगर इवेंट खत्म हो गया टाइम से, मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है करने के लिए, मैं वापस आया, सब सही है तो मैं वॉच पार्टी करूंगा, नहीं तो मैं नहीं करूंगा. फुल प्रायोरिटी मेरी फ्री फायर को रहेगी कल और परसों. होटल का पैसा कौन दे रहा है ब्रो? फुल स्पॉन्सर्ड बाय फ्री फायर है यार, कंप्लीटली स्पॉन्सर्ड बाय फ्री फायर है ये. जोन बुरा तो नहीं है ये.
We'll keep thinking on that.
I'm trying. I'm racking my brain. Okay, I'm racking my brain. Hive's had a bad time when it comes to running into teams, but then somehow living versus teams that they run into when it comes to holdouts. So great play to them.
Yeah, in the Masters last year, they were great at threading the needle, being able to somehow wiggle the way through teams and get into central positions very well. So,
सही है फ्री फायर के भी नहीं यार अच्छे लोग यार पब्लिशर्स बहुत बढ़िया लोग हैं मैं सच्ची बता रहा हूँ ना मतलब ऐसा लगता है लोग केयर करते हैं मतलब अपने क्रिएटर्स की और फर्क क्या रहता है जब बीजेएमआई के लैन पे जाता हूँ ना ऐसा लगता है कि मतलब कैसे समझाऊं मैं नहीं समझा पाऊंगा बट छोड़ो जाने दो बट फ्री फायर के लैन पे अरे तुमको इधर ये जाना है ये करना है करो ये तुमको आयरे करना है भी करो तुमको कैमरा नहीं जमा ठीक कैमरा बदल दो तुमको इधर बैठ के वॉच पार्टी इधर बैठ जाओ ठीक है तुमको ये रील बनानी है बना लो उसको ले लो बना लो यहाँ पे बना लो कोई टेंशन नहीं है अरे सर वो बोल रहा है अलाउड नहीं अरे नहीं नहीं इनको बनाने दो इधर जो करने करने दो मस्त फीलिंग आता है फिर अंदर से फीलिंग आता है कुछ करने का इनके लिए ऐसा अच्छा लगता है कि वो फक इतना अगर मेरे को ये लोग दे रहे तो अपन ने कुछ तो ये लोग को रिटर्न देना चाहिए
SAUL, they do head in towards Pizza Slice. Pretty awful place to play. They were scouting over towards the eastern side in terms of the compounds that sit around there. And they do get best to lock in. And I think they're realizing that it is open, so they can play this spot. They just about spot out Bushido Wildcats. It's a really unfortunate time
Understanding
for
you
Bushido
want to say.
because before this...
Understanding se zyada, they know how important creators are
Yeah, best loss Molodox
to their ecosystem.
Seeing what they can see.
ठीक है
The thing is you can
चार वॉच पार्टी के सेटअप्स है हर सेटअप पे डीएसएलआर है हर सेटअप पे काउच है वो लोग ने एडिशनल प्रॉप्स रखे हैं मास्क रखे हैं ओनर के जर्सीज रखे हैं ताकि हम लोग और एंटरटेन करें लोगों को सो
technically, actually, the
they understand कि बहुत जरूरी है
it is more to
क्रिएटर्स को सपोर्ट करना
so I don't know if they want to go there. They might go there eventually. We'll see.
ये भी सेमीज में इतना नहीं फाड़ रहे थे हाँ यार इधर तो गांड फाड़ रहे हो लोग भाई अलग ही खेल रहे हैं अलग ही है
Nixie fishing rod out in hand, realizes he's in the deeps.
He said that's enough for me and I'm gone. Actually he's gotten away. Technically he doesn't know where he is right now because he didn't see him underwater. Yeah.
He was very swift. He's got one of them dolphin badges for swimming.
Quick, name a famous swimmer. Phelps. There you go.
Yeah. Old Michael.
Yeah. I need to try and make, to keep up with the Americans who just make sports ball references all the time. I was just like, oh, quick, rack your brain. What can I say?
Zone very Jan.
Couldn't do that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm not a big. That's why I say one love and not 15 love. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that was awful.
I'm guessing, guys.
Well, Scav,
पानी मर गया वो बंदा.
the shots he's taking doesn't quite catch a lot of this though. Moving on through, but no, it's going to be playing things on from the western side. As Everlong is in the compound south of them. There's not been much bluster from Everlong. They're in 10th with 16 points at the moment, but I think that they were really hoping for way more from that Rondo game, considering where they were coming from. They just go up against
velocity,
the best teams in the world.
Vitality, एक बंदा बचा high.
Yeah, again, at that point, VP is also super feeling themselves. So they are 100% warmed up into that game. It's a hard team to go against. A team fighting from minute 10.
ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स कैसे खेलते हैं उससे अपने को फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा सच बता तो वो लोग ऑलरेडी क्वालिफाइड है तो ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स मारती है नहीं मारती है उससे फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा.
Yeah, Twisted Minds is going to be totally okay with this. Current 2-2 split, actually having the compound just east of them as well here for Batool, as he's trying to kind of lead forwards.
It would be good if tournament option you can watch your favorite team or your own players constant. No bro, that is the worst way you can watch an event here. I hate watching player POVs in an event. Hate.
Sorry, it's the pylon. So, Bushido Wildcats.
Hate.
I thought they were going to try and go deeper. I don't mind the pylon play, but I mean, you're going to need your car fort, you're going to need your smokes, you're going to need to be on top of that for quite a while.
VP is also qualified already. Are you sure? I don't think so.
Pakka. You're probably camping out here for a while.
कोई बोला तो नहीं VP qualified है करके पक्का?
New campfire. You can't really take a campfire.
I don't think so.
Twigs.
VP is not qualified. Only अरे fight है क्या?
Famous camper.
Grills.
अरे
yeah, Billy? No, he's just a bird watcher. I'm sorry. I've failed you.
Why have you done that? It's really disappointing, actually, what you've done.
You nailed it straight away. I'm sorry. Anyway,
yeah, you should have left it at that.
Right, I'm sorry.
ओ कल का शेड्यूल आ गया चैट. कल अपनी स्ट्रीम चालू होगी 2 PM. स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट्स 2 PM. नहीं, स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट 2:30 PM. गेम 3 खत्म होगा 4:15 PM को. ब्रॉडकास्ट एंड्स आफ्टर गेम 6. मतलब आई थिंक 6-7 बजे तक ब्रॉडकास्ट खत्म हो जाएगा.
Shed next to the secret room. So actually that could be huge for No Slack. The fact that they've been able to thread the needle themselves here after being on the west side, whilst they could have been embroiled in this fight, right? Like, so for them to be able to get here all the way in, and yeah, okay, they are in the shack. Nice. That's crazy stuff. Crazy work.
It's funny the amount of times we watch No Slack play and the amount of times they're in the shack. And the amount of times they get a good ranking from a shack.
I know
No
why.
Slack shack is pretty strong.
It's very similar shape and size to a
Watchparty possible then very difficult यार. So I will try but I cannot promise. मैं बहुत tired रहूँगा. क्योंकि हम लोग का normally हम लोग जो करते हैं वो मैं publishers के साथ chill करता हूँ हर इवेंट पे. इवेंट खत्म होगा जब वापस आते हैं हम लोग बैठते हैं थोड़ा सा चिल करते हैं. तो मेरा प्रेफरेंस जैसे मैंने बोला कुछ भी नहीं होगा करने के लिए तो मैं वॉच पार्टी करूंगा, वरना नहीं तो मेरी प्रायोरिटी कंप्लीटली टुवर्ड्स फ्री फायर रहेगी कल और परसों.
It's last game of the day. That's how we've had banger after banger after banger. It's like I can only keep this up for so long.
भाई खर्चा कितना हो रहा है शादी में?
We can follow up that Rondo game right now.
We've got the
40-45 तो गया शायद.
We're having a good time for sure.
नहीं गिना मैंने, मैं डर लग रहा है पूरा हिसाब लगा.
As they moved in north of Nemesis and throwing down smokes after they are being pelted by shots.
Keta once again with the signature K9.
Short bit.
Always good to see, honestly. He loves that gun. Very, very big fan of that gun.
Short bit.
We see him hitting some big headshots on that over on the Wrangle at least. It does start to feel like a bit
Point rush champion rush में क्या डिफरेंस है? चैंपियन अरे यार अडोसी गिरा. पॉइंट रश कल 6 गेम होंगे और जो फर्स्ट टीम रहेगी उसको परसों के इवेंट के लिए मैचेस के लिए 12 पॉइंट का लीड मिलेगा, मतलब 12 पॉइंट मिलेंगे उसको. और फिर चैंपियन रश होगा परसों नॉर्मल. कल समझाऊंगा, अभी नहीं समझा रहा मैं, थोड़ा तुम लोग समझोगे नहीं शायद उसको. कैट मार रहे, नाभी मार रहे क्या हम लोग? नाभी मार दी क्या? एक बचा है नाभी, अपना एक नॉक है.
I've said it twice, I'm going to say it a third time. It is so barren in the middle of these circles, and all of these teams realize that edge play is only eventually, I guess, going to lead to death. We want to see if some of those middle spots are kind of open. Navi survived technically, and they are in the middle, just east of the position that we're currently looking at now. But yeah, I don't know how long for. We'll see.
इतना तो हमारे गोल्ड में हो जाता है लड़की को देने के लिए, बाकी लड़के को अलग से 30 लाख की शादी के खर्चे. देखो तुम्हारे खानदान में और मेरे खानदान में फर्क ये है कि मेरे पास मेरा बाप नहीं था जो मेरे लिए कमा के गया. मेरे बाप का बाप उसके लिए पैसा छोड़ के नहीं गया, उसके बाप का बाप उसके लिए पैसा छोड़ के नहीं गया. मेरे मम्मी का भी सेम केस था. मम्मी का बाप नहीं था जो उसके लिए पैसा छोड़ के गया, मम्मी के बाप का बाप नहीं था जो उसके लिए पैसा छोड़ के गया. मम्मी ने मेहनत किया, खुद से मेरे को बड़ा किया. अब मैं खुद से मेहनत कर रहा हूँ सोलो. कोई खैराट में मेरे को पैसा मिला नहीं है किसी का. तो तुम लोग के खानदान में देते रहेंगे 40-50 लाख की ज्वेलरी. मेरा ऐसा है कि जो कमाया मैंने खुद से कमाया. उसमें मेरे को मेरी मम्मी का भी ख्याल रखना होता है, मेरे भाई का भी ख्याल रखना होता है, और मेरे बीवी का भी ख्याल रखना है. चिली हूँ मैं चिली हूँ मैं. यार चिल मत किया करो यार, मैं गुस्से में नहीं बोल रहा हूँ चैट. कभी कभी ऐसे लोग को रिप्लाई देना पड़ता है, कभी कभी ऐसे लोग को रिप्लाई देना पड़ता है. मैं गुस्से में नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, मैं चिल ही कर रहा हूँ. सो दैट बीइंग सेड, आई थिंक एज अ सोलो पर्सन एट द एज ऑफ 34, एज समबडी who's earned himself, I think spending 40, 45, 50 lakhs is a big deal for me. It's a big deal for me.
But how do you walk up on them? That's the problem.
मैं हर बार चिल मत क्या करो, कुछ मैसेज को रिप्लाई देना पड़ता है. अदर्स आल्सो नीड टू नो. 50-50 नहीं कर रहे 50-50. मेरे को शादी करनी है उस लड़की से, मैं आदमी हूँ, कोई 50-50 नहीं होगा कभी. एक और किल आ गया. दैट प्रॉपर फाइट है बीडब्ल्यू के साथ. आई थिंक ये फाइट तो निकल जाएगी. एक ही बचा. www अरे एक और टीम आ गई. अरे आराम से मोलो भाई. अरे भाई बहन का.
I think they're being shut down. I think they're being shut down. There's a lot of damage coming out as well. No Slack's going to be
अरे
sending some
बेस्ट
nades
लोग
over against them as well. They're on the rocks. They're trying to do something. Double blue zone against them as
ट्विस्टेड
well.
माइंड्स कहाँ से आ गई बे?
Triple blue zone. Jeez Louise. As Everlong is also shut down here. Everything went.
मेरा भी ऐसा है, मैंने सब खुद से किया. A1 UK आने के बेस से भी खुद से K21 के में. तो वही तो बात है ना पटेल भाई. तो इसके लिए एक बंदा बोल रहा था हमारे में तो इतना सिर्फ गोल्ड का खर्चा होता है. भाई मेरे बाप के 5-6 भाई नहीं थे जो मिलके बिजनेस किए, पैसा जमाए, जॉइंट फैमिली में बड़ा हुआ. मैं ये सब नहीं था मेरे फैमिली में. तो आई डिड नॉट हैव द प्रिविलेज ऑफ दैट अनफॉर्चुनेटली. आई एम नॉट सेइंग एनीबॉडी हु हैज दैट प्रिविलेज इज बैड. अच्छी बात है कि आपने अपने डैड्स ने और उन्होंने ये सब किया. बहुत अच्छी बात है वो. अरे यार अच्छा. अरे यार ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स आ गई बे. बट ट्राई शोइंग ऑफ व्हाट योर फादर्स हैव अर्न्ड फॉर यू इज नॉट अ फ्लेक्स. It's not a flex. That's all I'm trying to say. Fathers or mothers. It's not a flex.
Completely here, and nobody really has anything to be able to answer it.
अरे यार अच्छा गेम जा सकता था यार.
Realizing that.
थोड़े लग रहे हैं.
Have as a bit of salvation. If they get in range, they're so close to being in range here with mollies and nades. If those connect, it did go in. That's a brutal Molotov, and they're all burning. This is the problem with the secret room. Oh my days.
The door is closed. Another
Chalo, GG's.
It doesn't get in. A little bit of a nasty bouncer, but it gives time for the boys from Nemesis to actually walk up on this one. Another top. Again, that UAZ is being absolutely nightmarish. Salek with a native over towards Kovalevi and IXE. No Slack's position becoming absolutely bruised on that northern edge.
Yeah, hugely compromised at the moment. And Versus Pro here in a Hail Mary just throws out smokes everywhere.
यार अच्छी निकाली थी और फाइट हट.
Because technically they're the only proper cover.
अरे क्यों रिप्लाई दे रहे हो इन बातों में बाबू? हर चीज सुन के नहीं लेनी चाहिए. और भी लोग देख रहे हैं स्ट्रीम को. ये एजुकेशन है. ये कुछ चीजें अपने को रिप्लाई देनी पड़ती है. मैं भड़क के रिप्लाई नहीं दे रहा हूँ. मैं भड़क के रिप्लाई नहीं दे रहा हूँ. कुछ ये चीज क्या पता किसी को इंस्पायर कर दे. कोई बंदा बैठा होगा जिसको बुरा लग रहा होगा कि उसके स्कूल में कोई बच्चा है जो बेटर कपड़े पहन के आते क्योंकि उसके बाप के पास पैसे है. बट उस बंदे के पैसे ने उसको बुरा लग रहा होगा. क्या पता मेरी बात सुन के वो इंस्पायर हो गया होगा. बोल नहीं सकते ना. हर चीज को चिल करो, बोलो मत, रिप्लाई मत करो. ऐसे नहीं होता. मैं स्ट्रीमर हूँ, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है मेरी. वो बंदा कितना कैजुअली बोल दिया कि 40 लाख तो अरे हम तो इतना सोना में उड़ाते. खुद इतना कमाया कि उड़ाने में उसकी गांड फट जाएगी. पॉसिबल नहीं है. बहुत टाइम निकल जाता है इतना पैसा कमाने में खुद से. तो शाउट आउट टू एवरीवन जिसने विदाउट पेरेंटल सपोर्ट ये चीज किया. इट्स नॉट अ बैड थिंग बट इट्स अ प्रिविलेज. अगर मेरा बाप पैसे वाला होता तो मैं फ्लेक्स नहीं करता मेरे बाप के पैसे को. आई वुड ऑलवेज रिमेम्बर कि पे प्रिविलेज है मेरा. आप लोग को भी जो भी लोग हैं उनको ध्यान में रखना चाहिए. इट्स अ प्रिविलेज. डोंट फ्लेक्स योर डैड्स मनी. आई कैन फ्लेक्स ब्रो. थक कैन फ्लेक्स. मॉर्टल कैन फ्लेक्स. वी आर ऑल सेल्फ मेड फकिंग पीपल. स्नैक्स कैन फ्लेक्स. जोकर कैन फ्लेक्स. You know, if Snacks spends 40 lakhs on gold, that's a fucking flex. If Joker spends 1 CR on whatever function in family, that's a fucking flex. Me spending 45 lakhs for 50 lakhs on my solo wedding, that's a flex. आपका पैसा उड़ाना is not a flex. It's just a privilege.
Get themselves a lot off the back of it. 6 kills this game so far, and Team Nemesis they can convert off the back of this one.
I think कल अपने को near perfect gaming करनी पड़ेगी to even have a chance on the third day.
Versus the angles from PGG down the way, as well as the final play.
एकदम crazy gaming करनी पड़ेगी.
Yeah, big spread out at the moment for them. No way. That's no way that connects. That would be insane. Oh, it did some damage.
अरे
Jeez Louise.
Damage नहीं पड़ा.
Okay. It's weird. Like, well, Diffex survives to fight another day. Twisted Minds charging up some nades as well. They want to get rid of Na'Vi at the moment. They've used those smokes to be able to get into nades.
Solo wedding मतलब मैं wedding वैसे मैं भी कर सकता हूँ flex all my money bro. 0 गेम से 45 प्लस. वही बोल रहा हूँ ना पटेल भाई. ये flex होता है ना यार. ये flex होता है. ये फ्लेक्स होता है. आई एम श्योर कि आप अपने बेटे को भी सिखाओगे कि मेरा पैसा तो तू उड़ाने वाला है 10 साल बाद. उसको फ्लेक्स मत करना, ये होता है, ये अपब्रिंगिंग मैटर करती है, इसलिए वो बंदे को समझ में आना चाहिए, इसलिए मैंने बस बोला, इसे गुस्से में नहीं बोल रहा हूँ। मतलब बुरी बात नहीं है, मैं भी विश करता हूँ कि मेरा भी बाप मेरे लिए बहुत पैसा छोड़ के जाता या बना के देता मेरे को, बट मैं उस चीज को शायद फ्लेक्स नहीं करता, चुपचाप बैठ के खाता मैं उस पैसे को। It's not a flex.
This is always the problem in EMEA. If you come at the king, you better make it count. And Twisted Minds is still kicking, still alive, still making a run for it here. How do you beat?
तू तेरे बच्चों के लिए सेविंग मत करना। Of course करूंगा मैं अपने बच्चों के लिए, मैं पैसा of course उनके लिए छोड़ के जाऊंगा, बट उनको ऐसा दल्ला नहीं बनाऊंगा जो मेरा पैसा खुद फ्लेक्स करेंगे। तुम समझ नहीं रहे हो मेरे पॉइंट को। ऑफ कोर्स मेरा काम है, मैं थोड़ी बोल रहा हूँ कि गलत बात है। ऑफ कोर्स पटेल भाई अपने बच्चे के लिए सेव करेंगे। ऑफ कोर्स जोकर भाई विल मेक श्योर कि अपना बच्चा, अगर उनको कुछ होता है तो हिज बच्चा विल बी द मोस्ट comfortable son or daughter, whatever is coming next, I don't know, will be the most comfortable. Obviously that's the entire point why we do what we do. But my son or daughter will not be a piece of shit who will go in a chat and say, अरे 40 लाख में शादी कर रहे हैं, इतना तो हम लोग गोल्ड में खर्चा करते हैं, वो नहीं करेगा वो। You're not getting the point. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's not a flex. Of course भाई, तुमको लगता है भाई को जरूरत पड़ेगी उसको पैसा नहीं दूंगा, बट तुमने कभी सुना है मेरे भाई को फ्लेक्स करते? मेरा भाई उसके दोस्तों के सामने जाके ये नहीं बोलेगा अरमानी एक्सचेंज का परफ्यूम मारा है मैंने आज, क्योंकि वो परफ्यूम मेरा है, उसका नहीं है। वो पता है क्या फ्लेक्स कर सकता है कि तन्मय भट्ट का घर उसने बनाया, ये उसका फ्लेक्स है। एक महीने में ऐश्वर्या यूट्यूबर, आपको पता होगी ऐश्वर्या, उसका घर उसने बनाया नया, ये उसका फ्लेक्स है। मेरा कपड़ा पहन के, मेरा अरमानी एक्सचेंज, मेरा एम्पोरियो अरमानी की पहन के वो फ्लेक्स करेगा तो इट्स नॉट अ फ्लेक्स। मेरा मैसेज रीड करो, कहां है? 8 ईयर का सन है, वो आता है लेबर काम करने मेरे साथ, 10 पाउंड के ऊपर का टॉयज महंगा होता है, पता ये तो बात है यार, अपब्रिंगिंग मैटर करती है ना पटेल भाई, वही तो बता रहा हूं, लोग समझ नहीं रहे, कुछ लोग अभी भी आर्ग्यू कर रहे हैं फालतू।
What a performance from Salik
it's not a flex.
The PGG boys. They
that's
have
money is
been
not your flex.
Fantastic on this north side. We've not focused too much on them, as there has been, of course, Nemesis, Twisted Minds, trying to do a lot of work here on the west side, on the south side. For PGG, quietly and confidently shutting down some of the big names in this lobby at the moment.
आज का दिन थोड़ा खराब गया है।
First
chess. Now PGMI on PC. Not a good day for us. Asset Julians. It's not a good day. Not a good day. But it's okay.
That might mean they were able to get a player back up in Sosa, but he is quite far away. Diffect's going to send another nade over.
मेहनत पर फ्लेक्स और पैसे पर करो, पैसे पर फ्लेक्स कर सकते हो, पैसे पर मैं करता हूँ, मुझे अच्छा लगता है।
Really good usage of util, making sure that foldable shield gives you just a little bit more defense. Because the thing is that they'll keep posting nades over. They just try and get you, and if one hits the foldable shield,
मैं अपने बाप पे फ्लेक्स करूं, बाप के पैसे पे फ्लेक्स करूं, या मैं अपने माँ के पैसे पे फ्लेक्स करूं, ये ज्यादा बड़ा फ्लेक्स है मेरे लिए, या मेरी माँ अपने दोस्तों के सामने मेरे पैसों पे फ्लेक्स करे, ये ज्यादा बड़ा फ्लेक्स है मेरे लिए। क्या लगता है चैट? आई थिंक तुम समझ रहे हो मैं क्या बोलना चाह रहा हूँ, एंड प्लीज अपनी जिंदगी उसके हिसाब से ही जीना।
You do wonder how it's looking on the utility wise. Do they have the smokes to get him out of that spot?
Yeah, blast down the shield. Just shoot it. It's always a good idea. If you've got the ammo, just bring down those foldable shields wherever you can. Slow and steady here wins the race at the moment. Nobody really wants to make
the first move. Nobody wants to have to go into
the open terrain in the middle.
नहीं, ओ अच्छा नहीं, 4v2 है।
And actually,
बाप रे, NMMS भी क्या खेल रहे हैं भाई, 12 किल।
I think he realized there was no moving out of that spot.
आपकी फेवरेट घड़ी कौन सी है आपके कलेक्शन में से? मेरे पास घड़ियां 2 ही है, प्राई। मेरे को बट बहुत टाइम के बाद एक घड़ी बहुत ब्यूटीफुल लगी थी यार, टिसो की, ब्लैक कलर की थी, उस दिन दुकान में 50,000 की थी। शादी नहीं हो रही होती तो इंस्टेंट बाय थी वो, बट अभी शादी है करके कुछ खरीद नहीं रहा हूँ मैं, अभी सिर्फ नीड्स खरीद रहा हूँ, वांट्स नहीं खरीद रहा। बहुत सेक्सी घड़ी थी, ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट कलर की। अभी मेरी राडो की बट मेरी फेवरेट है. राडो की इज अ क्लासिक यार. मेरी फर्स्ट एसेडोल के कमाई से ली थी मैंने वो. तो वो मेरे लिए एक इमोशन बन गया वो घड़ी. वो फैंसी जगह पे भी पहनता हूँ मैं, टट्टी जगह पे भी पहनता हूँ. बस वो मेरा बॉडी का पार्ट बन गया वो घड़ी अब. अच्छा फ्लैश बैंग था शायद.
Really causing too many problems for him. Present is going to go for a drive on through the smoke or into the smoke here and try and use some cheeky camera angles, see if he can get more information about this. Does explode. So the fact that he was
फोन खिड़की के बाहर फेंक दे. अरे स्ट्रीम पे हो ना सेजल, दिख रहा है ना मैं स्ट्रीम पे. रुक ना, खत्म हो गया अभी ऑलमोस्ट. 2 लोग मरेंगे, स्ट्रीम खत्म. कैसियो की टिफनी अच्छी घड़ी है, वो फेवरेट घड़ी नहीं है मेरी.
But yeah, I think again it's so difficult for Team Nemesis to play this out. But they've got very far into it, creeping along the side whilst on fire. Diffex dropping things. Stun grenades been thrown out. It's very unlikely.
Oh, definitely. क्या गिराया यार?
There's no way, man. Like. I mean,
fuck
great all day, but if they win this somehow, that would be catastrophic.
क्या गिराया यार?
They should have this.
Oh fuck!
Bring the double. Selec so incredibly low.
Bro, 2v4.
So set on the side, still making the pre-spray. He's so low HP. It's all down to so set now.
He's in the open. No, why are you switching? You've got to try and go for it. There's nothing.
Oh my god, what a fight!
Takes the win.
Oh fuck, what a fight!
Heart attack there at the end. Nemesis.
Oh my god, क्या fight थी! You're one of the best players in right perspective. Appreciate it, thank you. I tried to most of the time.
These last 2 games.
I know.
Oh my god, क्या fight थी भाई!
I mean for PGG there.
Chat उसका ये knock देखो bro.
Catastrophe for PGG.
ये knock देख भाई. ये knock देख यार. ये knock देखा? Oh fuck big. मस्त लगा मेरे को ये knock.
There's no way, man. Like
crazy लगा मेरे को ये knock.
And he's able to get both of the knocks.
भाई बढ़िया बढ़िया बढ़िया. चलो chat. It's timings to go. लेट हो चुका है. It's timings to go. I am done. Hashtag it's times to go. नींद आ रही है. खाना मंगाऊंगा and I will. Hey, sit by. I just wanted to say something. My parents supported me with my academics. Never demanded anything from them, but they have always supported me. That's good. That's a flex. वही तो बोल रहा है यार. That's a flex. That's a fucking flex. खुद का कमाना ना 500 रुपए बहुत मुश्किल है यार. बहुत बड़ा फ्लेक्स है. Thank you so much for tuning. Thank you for the membership. Thank you for the super chat. हालत डेड हो चुकी है. चाह रहा हूँ सोने. सोफे के अंदर घुस गए. हाँ देख अंदर चला गया वो देख. Anyway, good night. See you tomorrow.